The Pat McAfee Show.
There'll be no rules for our guests, for us, for the things we can talk about.
Yes, speaking his mind.
I've never had a problem expressing my opinions or my thoughts or anything like that.
While being relatable.
I haven't had that manufactured fake-ass celebrity that a lot of people have whenever they go on those big networks. I've had a chance to really build my crew, build my following, build my audience.
And ridiculous.
What am I supposed to do? So I'm supposed to look at something that I can definitely afford and say, nah. Is that what I'm supposed to do?
The Pat McAfee Show starts in 3, 2, 1.
Hello, beautiful people. It is Tuesday. June 14th. Rough start. This sports show begins right. Let's ride. Now, that got in my brain before we went live. We couldn't help ourselves but be excited to drop the epic Russell Wilson quote to start this show that should be fantastic. Quentin Richardson will join us, obviously NBA great host of the Knuckleheads podcast. He'll join us at 2:20 Eastern Standard Time. Can't wait to chat with him about last night's just demolishing of the Boston Celtics.
Yeah. Wow.
Just crumbling right in front of our eyes. This team that came alive after an early start to the season that was not great with a brand new coach, buying into his system, becoming this defensive savant squad, making a run through the playoffs, and now they're running into a team that doesn't even need the best player in basketball to score any points, basically, nice. And they'll lose to the fourth or fifth best guy on the roster in Andrew Wiggins. Boston Celtics might be dead, or are they? We'll talk to Quentin Richardson about how he feels about it all. We'll obviously hear Connor's thoughts. We'll hear at Ty Schmidt's thought. The Talks the Table is glowing today. You two look fantastic.
Oh, thank you. Like you said, I mean, it's hot as hell out today. Kind of different mood a little bit. When it gets this hot, you vibrate on a different frequency.
It is a little bit, right?
Yeah.
Because when you go outside, you're going into it.
Oh, yeah?
Hey, you're going into war out there.
Immediately.
Oh, yeah. And if you accidentally leave the door, a window, or the garage door, or anything open just a little bit too long and let that seep inside, those motherfuckers, the humid, hot air cells, seem to procreate at a rabbit level, and that'll linger through your whole house. It'll become a thick stench that you're basically just living in. So make sure everybody keeps the humidity out. Let's keep vibes at an all-time high. And let's have a great Tuesday today, because it's not only Quentin Richardson. I think General Bob Carpenter's on it.
Oh, the General? Yes.
Sent a bird call out to the big rig, Pat Maroon, just one day before the Stanley Cup Finals kick off tomorrow, with the Tampa Bay Lightning traveling to Denver, Colorado to take on the Avalanche. We just learned something clever about the Avalanche's arena. There is a helipad on top of that arena with a condo right below that, and then the arena. That's for Kroenke, obviously. The owner of the Rams. That's how he does his life, and that guy's fucking awesome.
Yeah, not bad.
That's a big thing for hockey, huh? Stanley Cup champion, huh?
Yeah. Big news. We got a little bit of money too in the league. You know, we got some deep-pocketed owners.
Yeah, I mean, terrible marketing ideas and strategies, but there is some deep money into the NHL. That game tomorrow will be electrifying. And I know the Lightning are getting 1.5 goals on the puck line, but at -200, can't help but love them at +134 to win the game.
Oh, yeah.
First game of the series. You think these Avalanche boys are ready to take on the wagons of Tampa Bay? These big boys throw punches and bunches and do the things that they can't do on the ice. This Avalanche squad is used to Edmonton Oilers and old Chance and Connor McDavid out there living their best lives and speed and speed and speed. Tampa's fast, but they'll fucking bruise you up, won't they? Hey, the boys down in Tampa Bay will really do this thing. Looking for 4 straight cups from Patty Big Rig Maroon. Early thoughts on this, Nick, as a guy that's covered hockey a lot better. Is this not a good matchup for the Tampa Bay Lightning, or am I just making this up and anthropomorphizing ourselves into the celebratory of Lordo with the Tampa Bay Lightning?
No, Pat, you make a great point there. Tampa Bay, a lot bigger and tougher than people give them credit for. They're tough as nails, and they can play any which way you want. They can play the speed game. They can bang and crash into the boards and do all that stuff. But Colorado's really deep too, and they're no shrinking violets themselves. They can play that game too. They got some tough customers on their side as well.
They don't want to see a big rig.
No, big boy.
No. Now, we would like to say that we're okay if the Avalanche win, because we will be sneaking in to said celebration with Lordo whenever it is at the A.J. Hawk compound.
Right.
Boom. Pumped.
But it does feel like we have a much better relationship with the Lightning. Go Boats.
Go Boats.
I can't wait to watch it. I'm excited about it. Let's dive into last night at Boston. Connor, you're sitting right here. Celtics are dead. Or are they? Who knows? Can't make free throws.
No.
Can't really control yourselves. Tatum, your star, can't score in the fourth quarter. 5 points combined in the fourth quarter for this guy in the last couple games in Golden State. What's his deal? Are you guys dead? Is it over for Boston? It was a miraculous run. Now you guys just can't keep up, can't knock down shots and embarrass the entire city. Is that what's going on? Steph goes into Boston TD Garden with all the animosity and everybody everybody's looking at the crowd, does his big dick dance all over everything. Now he doesn't even have to score, and you guys still lose. Are the Celtics dead? I don't like it. I just became a Celtics fan after what happened with the Golden State Warriors a week ago when they were yelling about how, real classy. But are the Celtics dead right now, Connor?
No, I wouldn't say they're dead. The Steph Curry only scoring 16 points and still losing definitely is a big old shot to the gut. But, I mean, I feel like them just kind of face guarding them, playing 4-on-4 everywhere else is good. You can't win, missing 10 free throws, having, 50 turnovers, and also scoring 39 points in the first half. I don't think they're dead just yet. We have to remember this is the NBA, so if Adam Silver says, hey, we need 7 games here. Okay?
Those refs.
COVID, COVID was only a few years ago. We didn't have any fans, lost some money. We need 7 games out of this series. I don't care what it takes. So I do think, maybe we'll get back to Golden State. I think possibly the Celtics will blow
Did you stay
them
up
out.
and watch that whole game last
Oh,
night?
yeah, have to. Because, going into the fourth.
Tip.
Yeah, the 9 o'clock tip.
9:07 tip.
Yeah, can't have that happen.
Hey, listen. I'm all about the West Coast getting to enjoy their life too.
Hell yeah. Sure.
There's a lot of empty seats at the beginning of that game. 6 p.m. There's probably some traffic to get there.
yeah. Absolutely.
Not easy to get there. Even if you think about going home from work and then to the thing, you're going to show up late. And I don't know how you guys have done it all this time. You get better weather than us. Okay?
That's the
Deal
trade-off.
with it.
That's what you guys get. You get better weather than we get. We just so happen to have East Coast bias for everything that is timing-wise. That 9 p.m. tip, if that was a team that I was actually rooting interest for, that'd be tough. That kind of offsets the entire day, especially now that I'm super healthy and focus on my sleeping and drinking coffee.
Hell yeah.
No big deal. Good sleeper. But the biggest thing really is
You said something was tough. You know what's tough? Getting this done. How do people drink this every day?
iced coffee?
Just in general, the mud flavor that this thing has.
I don't know. That's the hiccup that I can't get over. Is
I
I
really
think it
love
tastes
it.
like shit.
My wife loves it though. Oh, I love the taste of coffee. I'm like, I like the smell of it. I think.
Yeah,
I think I like the best part of waking up. Folgers in your cup. I don't think it's just in the cup. I think it's the smell. Like the scent of coffee is one that I enjoy. The taste, though, this thing is just.
You have to find your taste.
It's gonna make me live forever, they say.
Yeah.
But this one, I think I had a blonde roast this morning at the house. My wife made me a little iced coffee.
Delicious.
I mean, it certainly wasn't delicious, but
no.
it went down
Got
much
the
smoother than
job
this
done.
thing. This thing is a trifecta, a triple option.
Trenta.
Cold brew.
Okay.
Thick. Ooh. This one's thick. But
That one has the juice,
this one will literally make me live forever.
and
yeah.
it will get you going. That one has more than any other coffee, I think.
I don't need that.
Are you a post-coffee poops guy? Because if you aren't, you're about to find out.
Oh,
baby.
you have it.
I don't
A
know.
lot of people only drink coffee to
Oh,
poop in the
yeah.
morning.
Yeah, did you dump
What's
this
that?
morning?
A
After
lot
the
of people
blonde
like
roast?
smoking a cig or something like that, or putting a chew in. Coffee. A lot of people just drink coffee to poop in the morning.
You are going to be the mayor of Butt Piss City.
Yeah.
With this
Diuretic.
thing?
Yeah.
It'll get you
yeah.
Oh,
moving.
yeah.
Oh, no.
It's good for you.
No, that's not good.
But as far as the taste, you just have to find your taste. Like Connor's, what's his name? Foxy's a black guy. Like he
Yes.
drinks coffee black. I'm a 2 splendid and 1 cream guy. Like
Yeah, but that makes coffee no longer good for you.
says who? AJ.
Yeah.
Okay.
You can't.
Yeah,
Tone digs.
those creamers will kill you.
Well, that's what they say.
Try almond milk.
No, that's why you need almond milk or something like
Yeah.
that.
Almond milk, it gets the job done and it's not
Yeah,
as thick.
I'm just gonna let you know I ain't about it with almond milk either.
Why? Why is
It
that?
just ain't my fucking shit.
You go Fairlife.
I'm a skim milk guy.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay, there you go.
Put
Try
that in
skim.
here?
Yeah, that's
Yeah,
fine.
splash.
Why not?
It's all the same.
And you don't have to worry about dumping your pants. Usually after the first cup of Joe, you'll poop then. So if you have the blonde roast at the house.
Yeah, correct.
I did.
But yeah, so by the
you
time you come
already-
in
Did you
here.
poop?
No.
Oh.
Yeah, so you're gonna have your hands full after
Oh,
that. After that one.
I'm taking down a combo,
Yeah.
Yeah, might be a
Poopski.
Lincoln Log.
Oh yeah.
but it's all right. I'm gonna live forever. So
true.
I guess if
That's
I'm just
kind of the trade-off.
losing a feeling in my feet every single day after having a couple coffees, but I get to live forever, that's something I'll give up. I guess.
We can live with
fun.
that.
Foxy, how many
fun.
times do you poop? I guess is that what you do? You're just shitting the whole day,
I'm
Foxy?
used to it now, so it's just one a day every morning.
Yeah.
It's a pretty good standard schedule here. Tea's fine for you, though, Pat. I don't know if AJ said it was bad for you. Tea is absolutely fine. It's just like coffee.
No, but coffee makes you live forever, is what I was told yesterday.
That's
That is
right.
what they say. But
I've been trying to live forever. Back in the day, I was like, well, go and die young. Oh, almost wishing for it a couple different times. Like, they say the good die young, and I'm great. Like, let's get me the fuck out of here.
Sure.
You know what I mean? Like that whole thing. In the way I was living, a bit reckless, and it was almost like, all right, if I make it to 30, awesome. This would be sweet. But now I'm like 35, and I get a tweaked knee golfing and hitting a ball into a net and everything.
Yeah.
And some reason I'm like, I would like to live forever now. Why not just let me live forever? And whenever I get to that point where I can no longer live forever, I want them to cut my head off, freeze it, and then cure whatever I have that is killing me and bring me back. Boom.
Right.
But I've heard this yesterday. I just learned yesterday. I mean, AJ got very defensive. We'll talk to him in the next hour, obviously. He got very defensive. I guess coffee does make you live longer, which I did not know. I had no idea. So if you just got, it makes sense because how bad it tastes. It has to do something good. You know what I mean? Like kale, the worst.
Right.
Fucking
Absolute
helps
worst.
you, allegedly. Everything that tastes like ass makes you live longer, allegedly. And that would make sense with coffee, I guess.
I can't believe you want to live longer.
I want to live forever.
Can you imagine how insufferable the world is going to be in like 50 years, let alone 100?
Dude, just imagine when I'm walking around scratch golfer.
Yeah.
Okay, because I played for so
On
long.
your own course.
Just doing my own thing. I had seen more than any of these fuckers have ever seen.
Yeah.
I mean, I will be Google. People would just be
Yeah.
asking me questions all the time.
That's right.
It'd be a great time.
Oh, it'd be so annoying. Stop asking me questions, everybody.
No, that's why you get that big white beard.
Yeah.
You like it's a sign of, hey, I've fucking been there, done that.
Exactly.
That's what that big beard is. And I will play the part if I get to live 120, 130 years. That fucking nun lived.
Yeah, she
That's
did.
right.
114
She did.
or whatever.
Yeah, but you
Mine's
don't want to
actually
live
already
like that.
turned white because I have so much fucking knowledge. So
Well, I think we're. By the way, is this normal? Our entire generation is getting gray right here on all of our
that's
beards.
social media.
Social media is doing it to us. Not the food that we ate or
No, it's
anything.
because you're always looking at your phone, so it's dyeing it.
Probably.
It could be.
Probably because I'm getting that too.
Yeah.
And it's starting to I'm getting a lot of whites in my hair. And it's kind of mixing with the
you're
blonde
gonna
that
be
I have
you're gonna be
and,
awesome.
and the brown that I have. If I get a full white head,
You're gonna look like that Italian guy who's on yachts with fucking.
dude, I'm fucking slicking that thing back.
Oh, yeah.
I'm going beard if this thing's all gray. And I am spray tanning myself.
Yes.
Yeah.
I am so
That
happy.
would be the best you.
Even more reason why I would like to live forever. If that's what I'm going to look like, and I'm able to just give myself whatever boosts that make me just a yoked up, white haired, tanned
Hell
man. I mean, here I come.
Let's go.
The next 90 years are going to be awesome, Nick. Fuck off.
Who are you going to be hanging out with?
Huh?
Who are you going to be hanging out with?
Well, that is interesting. I talked to my wife about this morning. I said, I need a coffee because I'd like to live forever. She said, just like you, why do you want to live forever? I was like,
Why not?
I know.
Yeah.
I mean, well, I don't know. Has anybody ever done before? No. All right. I like to try it out or whatever. And coffee allegedly makes me live longer. And she said, so you just want me to die or something like that? I'm like, no, I'd like you to live forever too. Like, hey, I need you to live forever as
Drink
well.
up.
And then that did go into a full conversation like, well, what if she doesn't live forever and I live forever and you guys don't live forever? What am I going to do? No new friends, no new friends. It's going to be difficult for me when I'm like 90, 95. Nobody's going to want to hang out with me except for everybody else pooping in their diapers. at the
Entire
fuck-
generation of doofuses is going to
No,
be hanging
no,
around.
Oh, yes, Herbie's entire generation
Exactly.
and the next one after that.
I always
tough.
pictured you growing old at the end of a cul-de-sac with a couple other guys who aren't going to die, and that's Brock and The Rock. So
Oh, me, Brock, The Rock,
What?
Stone Cold.
you guys at the end of the cul-de-sac, okay?
Hey, the
I don't
further
know
down
if
you go,
Stone
the
Cold-
longer you live. We live at the end of the road, Paul.
I don't know if Mr. Cold's going to make it as long because, that guy likes to
What
fucking
the fuck?
Listen,
have himself a nice.
I would like to
IPA.
sacrifice me living forever if it would be for Stone Cold Steve
too.
Austin live forever.
Me too.
I would just like that to be known for the good of the world.
Science is science, though.
All
I
right,
can't
let's-
believe you said that.
Does he drink
Tony.
coffee though? I thought.
Stone Cold?
Yeah.
No, he wakes up and drinks a couple glasses of Waggy.
What? That also helps you live forever though.
What?
A couple glasses of whiskey with your coffee.
I don't know if he's drinking whiskey in the morning.
Whiskey's the number one.
Yeah, what's that? That's strictly because The Rock, right?
Yeah.
The Rock is like, hey, everybody,
Yeah.
we don't drink whiskey anymore. We drink Terramana tequila.
Oh yeah.
Tequila, Americans will spend more on
Mezcal.
and tequila than whiskey this year.
Whoa.
Oh.
This is
buy
a
it.
big deal because in America, whiskey was king.
Oh, yeah.
Because all the olds go ahead and have a whiskey at night or whiskey at meetings, and they still do that entire operation. And it's kind of been the fabric of America drinking is that whiskey's the go-to. This year, with the helps of The Rock and Jordan and Braun pushing some highly expensive and great tasting tequila, America has turned to tequila. It's probably healthier for you than whiskey as well, if I had to guess.
Natural upper.
Potentially why? Mood and a booster is in there. Last time I had tequila, ended up in jail.
Yeah.
Now that was like 100 shots of it, so maybe maybe shouldn't do all that. But I've seen The Rock put a pretty stiff pour into one of those.
Oh,
things.
yeah.
He didn't end up in jail, but I do recall it always tasting very good. It makes sense. It honestly makes sense. But a very, very big whiskey drinker, Ty Schmidt, seems to disagree with this stat.
Well, I'm just not really a tequila guy because the only time I'm having tequila is if I'm taking a shot of it. Like, I know people do drink tequila on the rocks, but I will just never be that guy.
The Rock does.
Yeah, but I don't know if The Rock's drinking his own tequila.
He is. I see him pop the button.
Dude, what are you talking about?
Pop. That's what it does. Pop. He goes, oh, there's the pop. It actually does that.
This sounds like propaganda from Big Tequila.
Oh, no, this program.
Couldn't
Kinda
imagine
does.
sipping tequila. It gives me goosebumps just thinking about it. Ooh.
So good.
There's
He
some
makes it
really
look
good
so
tequilas,
though.
though, I think.
I can't.
Tequila
Because
Sunrise?
my wife loves
that's not-
tequila.
It's not just tequila.
There's a lot that's in there. Yeah,
Tequila,
this is like a
too.
mashed potatoes conversation where everything that's on top of the mashed potatoes tastes good. Mashed potatoes themselves taste like shit, is what you just kind of did with tequila. And we were saying the contrary, actually. There's people that enjoy just the taste of tequila. And I think there is some high-end tequilas that are just very, very smooth.
Very smooth.
Very
Yes.
smooth.
I like the taste of tequila. I mean, there's a good run there where you just grab a bottle of Jose Cuervo and you just walk around town.
Yeah, that's what we're saying. That's the shitty tasting tequila.
Exactly. So that's why I mean, this makes sense because
No
Terramana
offense to
has-
Jose Cuervo, but
No,
No,
you're doing
whatsoever.
great business, Jose.
Right.
No, don't need me going in there.
No.
But some of those high end ones. There's what's that big bottle
Azul.
with the bell on top?
Azul.
Is that what it's called?
Oh,
Like blue
the-
in Spanish, yeah.
the blue and the white
that
bottle.
blue tall one?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, sex toy.
Very smooth.
But you can ring that at the top.
Oh, yeah.
I think me and Warren Moon finished a bottle of that one.
Really?
Yeah, it was quite an evening. He talked shit on his way out the door too as I was going to bed.
Oh no, he's still going.
He had a driver.
Yeah.
So I don't know if he was going home or if he
doing it
was
responsibly wherever he was going.
I don't know if he was going home or if he was going to finish another one of his bottles, but he did talk massive amounts of shit on the way out about me being soft. It was delicious, though. That one was delicious.
It's very good.
But once you end up in jail for one particular thing, it's almost like when you get food sick off of like chips at the Fiesta Bowl and you don't eat chips for like the next 10 years because last time you ate chips and salsa was at like 2, 3 a.m. coming back from Phoenix or Scottsdale when you were doing a little bit too much the week of a bowl game. That's pretty important. And you puked all over your bedroom and bathroom.
Sure.
Somebody
Makes perfect sense.
So you don't eat chips for like 10 years or so. But then when you get back into it, you finally get past the mental hurdle of getting back into it. You're like, oh, this is why I was.
That's why I was playing the game to begin with.
This is
Love
why
chips.
I was doing that game. Yeah. That has happened with me with tequila since, the last time I had a little bit too much fun, ended up in jail. Maybe we shouldn't do it again. But every once in a while, I give a little look-see at it and I'm like, maybe we should dance once again.
Yeah.
Maybe we should have an evening where we don't have 100. Maybe we just have 1 or 2.
Yeah. What?
That makes sense.
And the Terramana is delicious. We've all had it.
Oh, so
It is very smooth.
You guys seem to love it. I mean,
It's
and when under the rock, pop the bottle. It just sounds so good. All right, let's dive into some sports talk. 20 minutes in. Today is massive for news.
Huge.
That's the thing about running a sports show.
Yeah.
And Darius talked about it with Good Morning Football, and I was watching this morning. They seemed to talk a little bit more football this morning.
They did.
So we're pretty pumped up about that because Darius got to showcase his big brain. And I believe today and yesterday were the only 2 days he's on this week. So congrats to our guy D-Butt on a hell of a run at Good Morning Football. They got to figure that out. They've kind of mailed in on that show.
Yeah.
And, everybody knows that when they get back in the season, they're in studio, they're big again, though.
yeah.
True.
we're gonna rip
I've
it.
thought about that with our show. I'm like, if this show gets down to like 20 people watching it, which is a hilarious amount of people watching it, but if 20 people watch this show, we appreciate those 20 people. But when we get back in the season, we'll be
That's when we go.
able to get back into it. So right now we try to, wade the waters of sports bullshit and nonsense and try to figure out what's worth conversating about, what's not worth conversating about. Here's something that's happening on a beautiful Tuesday, June 14th, 2022. Allegedly, Carolina Panthers and Cleveland Browns are in the middle of trade talks right now. Wow. This just kind of got dropped out of nowhere.
Yeah.
The way it was reported was as if the trade talks will continue, but I had not heard, I don't think we had heard that they were in the middle of trade talks at all. We obviously thought that the Browns and the Panthers would make a deal because Baker Mayfield going to the Panthers makes sense. This has been alluded to literally since the Deshaun Watson situation happened in Cleveland. Now, 1 week before the Deshaun Watson trade to the Cleveland Browns for the $230 million guaranteed, there was a full Baker Mayfield and the Browns not getting along. Relationship has come too far. Then the Browns said, we don't care. Fuck off. Then they signed Deshaun Watson. Then Baker Mayfield goes on the You Never Know, podcast
Yes.
with Just Mike.
Just Mike.
And he says, Carolina Panthers, maybe, but no. Like, when you know, and that's something that's a no. You never know. You never know thing. It was a whole situation. So the Panthers and Baker Mayfield have been linked for a long time publicly, but it sounded like when Baker spoke about it, he said, nah. And then whenever the world started chatting about it after the Deshaun Watson trade, it was like a lot of things have to happen here for the Carolina Panthers to want to get into the Baker Mayfield. All of it revolved around the Cleveland Browns paying the $18.5 million guaranteed that Baker Mayfield has. Now it is being reported with very firm conviction from Jonathan Jones. Hey, when JJ's on the beat and what JJ says, JJ knows.
That's right.
As minicamps begin today for both the Browns and the Panthers, so their mandatory minicamps are happening right now. Trade talks between the teams continue surrounding quarterback Baker Mayfield per sources. Okay, so he said that it's been happening. I don't think we had gotten confirmation that they were talking at all. A lot of people are saying the Panthers want to check out what they got going on in minicamp. Seattle Seahawks want to check out what they got going in minicamp. Look for this all to happen after the minicamps, because then they'll have a real judgment on if their team's going to be able to win with the quarterbacks that they have, or do they want to make a move and bring in a veteran like Baker Mayfield, who's obviously been exiled from Cleveland for whatever reasons. Got a lot of players that left Cleveland. Well, when Baker was there, they want to go back.
Yep.
There's a lot of... What the fuck happened?
very interesting.
I have no first quarterback to ever win with them in some time, and it's almost like inside the building. Teams continue surrounding quarterback Baker Mayfield per sources. The main issue remains Mayfield's salary and how much or how little teams pay. There's urgency on Carolina's side to execute the deal because they would like to see Mayfield in some of their mini camps. So I don't know why the last week of the minicamp would be when the trade talks would start or kind of get in there. It would make sense to want to have your quarterback at OTAs or at your mandatory minicamp so you can get a little bit of a sense of how things go, how practices go, what's the vibe of team meetings, who's a player, who's not a player, learn the offense a little bit more as opposed to just looking at an iPad during the downtime between OTAs, minicamp, and training camp. So it makes sense that they would want Baker there. But this Jonathan Jones guy's reporting something I don't think we knew. They are currently entrenched in negotiations. Is this going to take place? Is this going to happen? Is Baker on his way to Carolina? What's that mean for Darnold? Are they sending Darnold back to Cleveland? There's another $19 million on the books that somebody's going to have to pay.
The minicamp angle's weird because their minicamp starts today, goes tomorrow, and then the day after.
Yeah, 3 days is
And
what
it's
minicamp
done.
is.
And then it's done. So that's a weird one. That would have to be done very quickly, and he would have to get there very quickly.
Yesterday.
Yeah.
He would have to get there yesterday. Hey, we'll figure out the deal, but we just need you at minicamp.
And then with the salary thing, like...
Hey, we're not questioning JJ, by the way.
No.
Jonathan Jones has heard his stuff. We're just saying this has come out of nowhere for those of us that have potentially been covering this for the last 2 months, waiting for something to pop
And
off.
you'd have to think they're going to have the Browns... or maybe they just do a switch. I don't know, because Baker and Sam are both due 18.5, whatever the same thing is, because what they were first and second overall picks.
So is Tepper saying, hey, listen, Browns, you pay for Darnold's salary and Baker's salary. We'll take Baker. You take Sam. Huh? How about it? And Andrew Barry's like, I can't do that.
Yeah,
what?
no.
You kidding me?
We just paid a guy $230 million guaranteed. What do you want from us? Jesus Christ. That deal,
And is
26, now there's 26 allegations.
Yeah.
We thought this thing was coming to a close. I think we all did.
Yeah.
By the way, incredibly serious. And I say that every single time just because there's a chance that somebody's watching our clip for the first time and I'm wearing a tank top, used to playing the game, and we got a bunch of doofuses in studio. I would like everybody to know that we very much understand how serious these allegations are and that what is being alleged is that this dude is a fucking predator. Okay, like that is real. That is very real just from the allegations. Now, we would like justice to be served to the 100th degree, one way or the other, whatever it is. And whenever when he wasn't indicted by 2 grand juries, I think the narrative around a lot of people are like, okay, well, what does grand jury know that we don't know? And if he's not getting indicted, which we had heard that a grand jury would indict a ham sandwich because what did the ham sandwich do? We don't know. We'll find out later. So him not getting indicted, I feel like turned it in his favor a little bit more. Hey, these are allegations. This is some big rouge, massive, would have to go across the country, and now with 26 people, would have to all be on the same conspiracy to take him down. But how is this something that has gone this long if you're Deshaun Watson? Now, once again, he has proclaimed his innocence since the beginning. But with the New York Times article and with the HBO and with more allegations coming every single week, it feels like where there's smoke, there's fire. Did he just assume that none of this would happen? I don't understand how this got to this point $230 million guaranteed from the Browns. It is all just kind of like a muddy situation that's like, why is this happening? How did we get to this point in the biggest league on earth with the biggest contract in the history of the biggest league on earth with the quarterback position with a franchise that is like a legendary one that's been around a long time? None of this makes sense to me at all how we got here, and it seems like it's only getting worse by the days go on.
Well, and it's even cloudier because, like Rap Sheet mentioned yesterday, like we don't know what he disclosed to the Browns, so it's like they've been very steadfast about like, hey, we're in his corner. Like, we're not voiding any guarantees. He's getting this contract. He's our quarterback. But now, like, all these new allegations are coming out. So it's like, well, was he forthright with them? Because now at this point, like, they've kind of made their bed and they have to sleep with it. Like, what if they didn't do it after, 4 more allegations? Like, if it gets up to 30, well, then they'd be like, oh, okay, well, maybe we miscalculated this whole situation. Because it really was. Once he showed up and he had the stuff on him, was like actually throwing in, like his red jersey and had his helmet on, it was almost like maybe he was thinking like, oh, this is over. Like, now I'm here. I'm here to play football. Like, this has all been put to rest. And I feel like that just is not the case at all.
I don't get it. How'd the grand jury not do it?
Yeah, exactly.
Right? Mm-hmm. They heard everything, right?
Yeah.
How is he not put on the exemption list? Everybody that comes out is like, well, the commissioner's exemption list is actually whenever blah, blah, blah. It's like, well, I had a teammate who was accused of something, got into legal, and they put him on the exemption list the next day when he was accused of something that took place or whatever. It's like, I don't fully understand how the NFL has handled this and what's going to go, but allegedly we're going to get an answer here in the next couple of weeks. But what happens if 2 more allegations come out afterward?
Right.
And then it just continues to go, because the New York Times said 66 different alleged. Once again, this is all alleged.
Yeah.
66 different massage therapists in 17 months. That's only 17 months. This guy's been in the NFL a long time.
Yeah.
I just don't see how, if you're Deshaun Watson's camp, you're like, yeah, let's just keep going. Let's just keep doing this. Because now there's 26 different trials they're going to have to go to. And if any of those are made public, like, it's not going to be no.
Right.
Especially with the HBO thing. And now the NFL has to reopen their investigation. Like, there's more,
every time.
Yeah, there's more allegations now. So they have, 4 more people, because they did the 22 that it was 2 or 3 weeks ago, and now it's at 26.
I had a couple Browns fans say, did you talk about Ben Roethlisberger whenever you talk? Yes. Go ahead and check us. Please. Please go check us about baloney bopping Ben and what we have said about him in the past. This is not just because it's the Browns quarterback. It's because this is the biggest contract in the NFL's history. This is going to set the standard for a lot of things. And I would assume any good agent is going to be, or any guy representing himself is going to say, this is what, he's never got a yard for the Cleveland Browns, ever. This guy's never accrued a single yard for the Cleveland Browns. The only thing he has brought is actual controversy to the Cleveland Browns now, let alone burning it down with Baker Mayfield entirely, and you paid him more guaranteed money than anybody. So Kyler Murray, Joe Burrow, Lamar Jackson are all just like, well, you're going to pay us more than what this guy got.
Yeah.
This guy got this. You have to pay us more. There's a new standard in this whole thing. And it's like, all for what? Because what if he does? I mean, Ian Rappaport yesterday saying, it'll be more than a fine.
Whoa.
No shit.
Yeah.
No. Imagine if Roger Goodell said, well, $1 million fine for his actions. There would be people rioting.
God. Yeah.
There would be riots and protests at the NFL offices in New York, at the Cleveland Browns Stadium every single time. But I guess that had to have been a conversation at one point for Ian to even give us an answer like, yeah, it will be more than a fine. It's like, are they trying to set the standard now? It won't be as big. And who's actually making that decision? Because they have an independent investigator that is giving her recommendation to Roger Goodell. Then Roger Goodell, I think, makes the final decision. So this is all going on to Roger Goodell's desk. Does Roger Goodell want to end up answering the same questions he had to in the past for things that he has maybe misjudged or mismanaged? It continues to get more and more complicated as the days roll on, and it's not good for the NFL or obviously Deshaun for this to keep going the way it is.
Yeah, I think it was Lisa Friel was the one who was investigating, and after she did her investigation, I thought we were all kind of shocked at how quick it was. Like, it didn't feel as though it was as in-depth, but then obviously later on they said, like, we're going to wait until the trials figure themselves out, and then we'll kind of come forward. But I think that's why the Browns-Panthers thing is interesting, because Tepper and I feel like a lot of the other owners fucking hate the Browns because of that contract that they gave Deshaun Watson.
Who's the paisan for the Ravens?
Costa?
No, Bishotti.
Oh, yeah.
Bishotti came out.
Yeah.
The Ravens came out, and the Bengals came out.
Yeah.
And we're like, he's fucking Brian. Yeah. And they can both grandstand, by the way, on like morally
Oh yeah. Yeah.
and like good too, like good moral arguments against it all. It's just 26 now at this point. What did it start as? 22?
I thought it was 24 and then 2 dropped. So it went down to 22. And then now
4
it's-
more.
Yeah, since the HBO thing.
That's a lot.
Yeah.
That's a lot of allegations.
It doesn't seem like there's really any like
Very serious allegations.
good way for this to end either, because if he doesn't get like you see all this stuff, it's like, okay, there's no way this guy can play this year. But if he doesn't, and like, what are they just he's gonna be playing on Fox or CBS, whatever, and 2 more allegations come out, like the day he's like the NFL is gonna take so much flack over that. I feel
Burkhart and Greg Olson are going to have to handle. Just moments ago, there has been.
Right.
Yeah, I don't. Let's move on. Hey, we will continue to follow along with one of the most, game-changing stories the NFL has had in some time.
Yeah.
Not only contract-wise, team-wise, odds are moving, everything's moving, and the Cleveland Browns went all in with this.
Yeah.
Shocker.
What's that all about?
What?
Well, Browns fans aren't going to be happy that you just.
Well,
did
it's
that.
wild that it was happening to this organization of all the organizations. This, top of the line Class A organization.
You did say the football gods, you finally get a quarterback in the city that never wins, and now you want to run him out of town.
We did mention that the football gods could potentially come back and say, hey, what the fuck are you guys doing?
First playoff win since like 94?
And it would happen to be against the Pittsburgh Steelers.
Yes.
I mean, Foxy represents Detroit every single year, 10-7 in a playoff win, and the Browns actually finally got that after
Yeah, but
being
they fired Jim Caldwell, too. Let's
True.
not-
If it were me, I would have paid Baker $500 million. He
Yeah.
wants a playoff game. Thank you so much. You can do whatever you want for the rest of your life.
Pigs get fed, hogs get slaughtered. It's always like everybody, says, the enemy of great is good. And we're good right now. We need to get great. And then they go right back into the suck hole of what life is. But remember, that jersey was from the top of this TV all the way down to the ground on quarterbacks that lost for the Cleveland Browns.
Yeah.
They had a 29-year-old rookie in there. Wheaton, boom, he was supposed to change the whole thing. Brady Kim was, boom, he was supposed to change the whole thing. The amount of names that are on that list is literally a hall of fame of like could-have-beens or supposed to be's. And they all lost in Cleveland. Then Baker Mayfield gets there, wins, and then maybe we don't.
Yeah, we kind of fucking hate this guy. Get him
too
out of
much.
here.
Yeah, we'll keep this jersey growing, I think. We did win a playoff game. He got a little bit excited, some other shenanigans. Seems like a lot of his teammates don't like him for whatever reason. Listen, we are not saying that. We are just saying what is kind of
from watching the interactions.
coming through the grapevine and from watching the interactions. And the Browns just go, yep, we're fucking moving on. Look
you
at this.
think-
Look at this. This is that fucking Tim Koch that
Hell
starts
yeah.
this entire thing?
Yeah.
Is that Doug Peterson? Head coach of the fucking Jags right there?
Could be.
Kelly Holcomb.
Holcomb,
Trent
McCann,
Dilfer.
Jeff Garcia.
Fry, Dorsey, Gradkowski. Remember Bruce?
Oh, yeah.
Hey, that's Pittsburgh Paisan. Bruce Gradkowski was supposed to fucking go. Anderson, Brady Quinn.
10 games.
Who?
Derek Anderson.
Derek Anderson 1 year.
Fucking Jake
They did not win
Delhomme.
a playoff game, though.
Fuck it, those fucking names.
Hoyer's on that list.
Those are all quarterbacks consecutively that lost for the Browns. This isn't like a throughout the history of the Browns. This is in order. Bang, bang, stink, stank, stunk, suck. Here we go again. Boom, 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 boom. And then finally Mayfield wins for him. And everybody, including us, is like, is this the long-term answer for him? And literally since the beginning, we have had to mention that this ain't good. Football gods are going to watch this, Cleveland. You guys weren't able to drink fucking Bud Lights for like 10 weeks of a season not that long ago. And now it's like, oh, we can get better. We can move on. And Deshaun Watson on the football field is a incredible quarterback, or he was whenever we last saw him play. How much was he working? You would assume that he maybe lost a little bit if you're just away from the game for a year not playing, or maybe he got better. I'm not 100% sure. But now they're going to have to live in this where it is mutually beneficial to both parties of Baker and the Browns to move on, and it's got too ugly, too public for them to even make amends. Even though I think money handles all of that shit, but him going right down to Carolina, right down into the carousel of suck. Carolina's about to become the Cleveland Browns jersey, and by the way, Tepper will be that jersey until they find a guy that they think is good enough, and maybe Baker with a chip on his shoulder will go into a new town and be able to do that for him, but I have no idea how this plays out for any party.
Yeah, and like with the quarterback conversation, it kind of credit to the Colts for actually being able to go different quarterback every year and not completely sucking. But the Panthers,
we lost Conton last year.
Yeah, absolutely. But Matt Ryan obviously seal. But the Panthers, what? They've had 5 or 6 quarterbacks in the last 3 years. Like they kind of already are halfway down that list. You could probably add Darnold, maybe even Corral, and sure, Corral could be the guy. But if that doesn't work out either, there's a chance that thing just triples pretty quick.
Also, offense coordinators, they've moved on.
Yeah.
Rule is really the only one that's kind of maintained, and I think he got like a $70 million deal. He has to be looking around the building like, oh, well, Tepper is quickly saying, that guy can't win a Super Bowl. That guy can't win a Super Bowl. That guy can't win a Super Bowl. That guy. Oh, who's?
Oh, no.
Oh, shit.
Well, hello, Mr. Tepper.
I'm next.
I'd like to let you know you did promise me $70 million. That is guaranteed. Tepper, I don't give a fuck. You either win this year or you get the fuck out of here.
Yeah.
He will continue to just motorboat right through whatever until he deems it as a winner. And that's good for a fan base to see that out of an owner. In that building, though, everybody's just got to have assholes. That
Oh, yeah.
Tighten up.
And they already have the next coach in waiting there. Fucking McAdoo.
All right, I don't know if McAdoo was necessarily one the Panthers fans thought, okay, bring this guy in. This is going to be the one that's going to save the day for us. But hey, maybe McAdoo did a little reflection. Maybe he took some ayahuasca. Maybe he's completely changed who he is.
Possible.
You know, maybe he is. I mean, that guy caused a war in New York.
Oh, yeah. The doofus.
Benched Eli for Geno Smith with his hair the way it is and talking the way he is. He gets fired. They put Eli back in. Oh,
Not
what a
good.
scene. He's a Pennsylvania guy.
Yeah.
Oh, is that right?
Yeah, McAdoo, just a Pennsylvania guy.
Okay. Not
Don't they
Pittsburgh,
say he's
no.
a Pittsburgh guy?
No.
I thought he was
No,
a
he's
Pittsburgh
just-
guy.
Nobody's ever said that.
No, he's a Pennsylvania guy, just Pennsylvania guy.
Everyone says Pittsburgh, though.
Yeah, that's
Well,
where
that's because he's Irish and he does have the slicked back hair, so you would think he was an Irish person that grew up around a lot of fucking Italians, probably.
Sure.
But he's just a Pennsylvania guy. He's not necessarily a Pittsburgh guy.
Oh, okay.
Okay.
We should tell the broadcasters that then. 'cause
They
What's
never,
that?
say
they've
Pittsburgh.
never said
Said
that.
Pittsburgh. No, they don't say that.
They usually say
A
Pittsburgh.
noted Pittsburgh guy.
No.
That's
No,
what they say.
no.
Made from steel.
No, he's maybe Western Pennsylvania.
Sure,
Like
he is.
But it's 6 hours to drive across the state. So
Big state, boys.
That's a fucking
Yeah.
huge thing.
He's
Of
an
course.
hour-
It's not like a little bum ass state like where you're from.
He's
Oh,
an
sorry.
hour and
Great.
15 minutes east of Pittsburgh,
you
okay?
guys usually claim guys like that.
No.
Not McAdoo. Not McAdoo.
Jeff Goldblum.
Might
though,
as well be in
yesterday.
fucking
Jeff
State
Goldblum
College.
was fucking unbelievable in that Jurassic World Dominion movie. He was
Yeah.
really
He's
the
been good
only
at anything.
redeeming quality of that thing, except for a couple of the dinosaurs that looked
Thank you.
professional.
Sure.
Other ones looked like they were South Park, you know.
Yeah, there's bad ones.
Yeah, put together.
Goldblum's down from the waterfront, okay? That's where we did our fucking show.
Is he
so.
really from the waterfront?
From
Yeah, West Homestead, Munhole.
That's hilarious. That's where we were at the IHOP, where the server was the hostess and
Chase.
the
Yeah.
Chase was the chef, server, and host.
Yeah.
Sous chef.
To be honest, our entire system just crashed. I don't even know
Everybody
what to charge
quit.
you.
No one showed up.
I don't even know what to charge you, man. I have no idea.
What do you
So-
think it's worth?
Yeah, whatever you think it's worth. It's like, well, good for you, pal. Keep working, man. Here's
Yeah.
$300, I guess.
Well, and that guy turned into Ben McAdoo, and he coaches the Carolina Panthers now.
I didn't hear what you said because there's breaking news coming out of technology.
Here we
Oh,
go.
boy.
Apple has just signed a 10-year deal with MLS.
No.
What?
Joe Pompliano, who was on the show just a couple weeks ago, a man who does all this business stuff for us, and we talked about how good his account is at the business shit. He is what we thought Ravel might grow into. Ravel turned into a meme that can't run well,
Right.
and Pompliano has really taken off in stride. Apple TV has signed a 10-year deal with Major League Soccer and will become the exclusive home of all MLS games globally starting next year. The deal is worth at least $250 million. The MLS, $250 million annually per Andrew Uron, I think, of Sports Business Journal, or 2.8x the $90 million they currently get. This is a big deal for the MLS. Hell yeah, it is.
Wow. MLS.
Got Messi coming.
That's what Messi
You
does.
got Beckham in ownership. You know, all these, you start adding some high-profile names and some stars into the whole thing.
Yeah.
You get some of these executives that only want to be able to go to a happy hour and say they just did a deal with David Beckham, and that money can really go up. Because we have to remember that these are businesses, these are humans making the decision. With the profile of the MLS growing, that automatically means that the money of the MLS is growing. Whether it's worth it or not, TBD, nobody cares. But the humans making the deal are pumped to say that they just did a deal with fucking David Beckham and Messi's coming to town in a couple of years.
Okay, so Apple's now got 2 baseball games a week. They now have the MLS. It's only a matter of time before they got Sunday Ticket.
Are you saying hold? Apple's got a lot of money.
Yeah, why would they do this before Sunday Ticket gets
What do you? Oh, they got enough money for both.
For sure.
That salary cap for the NFL is just literally everybody's just kicking everything in the future. It's like, did you see what Apple just gave fucking MLS? $250 million a year. Oh, so they'll give the NFL $2.5 billion a year at least. Oh, that means the salary cap, 49% of the shares of the whole thing. That'll only go up. We're in a good spot. We'll just keep kicking this shit down.
That's only 20% of money they made off accessories too.
What do you mean?
Like just the dongles and chargers and stuff
Oh,
like
you're talking
that.
about Apple as a company as a
Yes,
whole?
yeah.
Yeah, they're sitting on so much fucking money right now. They can do this deal 10 times over if they wanted to and still be able to go get every other league if they want to, just like Amazon. But all these teams that are kicking this money into the future, yeah, we'll give you $70 million in 2027. They're like looking at this deal and they're like, hey, had a baby.
Makes sense.
Look what we're doing.
go.
We're getting into this whole thing whenever Apple starts dancing with the biggest league on earth. I like that Apple Sports are starting to take off because you said for baseball, the coverage, the camera angles and shit is awesome.
Yeah, it's sweet because obviously like the cameras that Apple is using are insane, and you don't get to see that any other place you'd be watching a baseball game. It's just the booth that kind of stinks.
Well, listen, this is just like whenever Phil Knight decided to take some rubber and put it into a waffle maker and then tape it to the bottom of his feet so he could be a better cross-country runner.
Thank you, Phil Knight.
The first couple iterations of things, not
Not
necessarily the final product.
Right.
And that's probably what Apple's thinking when everybody buries them for the coverage, which I don't watch. I've not watched a single game, but I do see the internet light up, and it's never about the baseball that's being played or the camera angles. It's always about how did this happen with Apple when you have a never-ending supply of money? How is this what you got going on? But just think 4 or 5 years, they'll probably figure it out a little bit, get a little bit more mature, just like with Amazon coming in. I assume that's going to evolve over the first few years as well. Wait till Netflix dives into the live rights for shit. I think that's on its way as well. I think all these platforms are going to try to battle in live stuff because as the world turns away from a podcast world and into a live world, I think platforms are going to take advantage of being able to keep people on their platform for longer with more shit, more live shit, and they all have a never-ending supply of money. Never-ending supply of money to be able to afford whatever the fuck they want. You just got to hope if you're on the receiving end of that, some person wants to go into a happy hour and say they just paid whatever it was for the deal that they just made.
And I guess it does make sense if whenever their conversation with the NFL, whether it's next year, whatever, they do this kind of stuff so they kind of can say like, hey, we've done live sports before. We kind of have an idea of like what we need to do to make this like so they can really knock out the pitch to the NFL whenever they do have that.
So they're calling this the first all-digital deal in North America. Breaking, the Apple TV app will be exclusive place to watch every MLS game starting in 2023. This is the first all-digital global media rights deal for a Big Five league in North America. Look at the MLS.
Yeah, how about it?
What forward thinking. Yeah, but this is all probably a practice round for the NFL inevitably in a couple years if they get a chance to go at it. And all these deals, I think that the NFL signed $110 billion for 11 years. They signed media rights deals. I think they all have opt-outs for every single network if they wanted to get out, and they have the ability to compete if another platform wants to get into the game. It's like including but not limited to Amazon, Apple, and any other people that get in there. You know, maybe we'll start looking for we'll start looking for some rights for our show.
Hell yeah.
Here we
You
go.
know what I mean? Let's get a game on here.
You mentioned it though. If they want to grow the game globally, like why wouldn't you have the not Netflix's North America one, but like the Netflix Europe or whatever should get rights to NFL games?
It's only a matter of time, I think. YouTube, Google. When's Google going to get in the game? Now, the YouTube people, we all do know, give zero fucks about their creators.
Right.
Doesn't matter.
Which is kind of a gift and a curse. Don't have to answer anybody, but also if you need an answer from somebody, there ain't nobody to go to.
Yeah.
You know, there's always a lot of this. Oh, it'll get figured out. Sorry about it. We have a job for what? Well, we just tell you that the AI will figure it out. That same AI from the same company, by the way, that is allegedly sentient now. I mean, they'll figure it out. You see how good feelings they have? They don't want you to not have your video up and working. They'll figure it out. That's kind of what YouTube is and has been. And I think it's not just for small creators or medium creators. I think for the biggest creators as well. YouTube knows that they're going to have success, and Google knows that they're going to have success. So I would assume that that would have to get worked out. But they have a never-ending supply of money and a global audience already. Liv has already taken advantage of that. Assume Google and YouTube are going to get into the NFL game soon as well.
And YouTube TV is already kind of a live streaming platform, which
but YouTube TV is not YouTube at all, I think. YouTube TV might as well be called Comcast with YouTube.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Yes.
YouTube money.
Yeah.
You know?
It's good, though.
It's kind of frustrating, though, as like a full
It's set up like a traditional cable company.
Yes.
Yeah, instead of like being more accessible for the YouTube creators almost. This is a very personal niche thing. But it is like YouTube doesn't fucking help much at all with anything.
No.
Which is, once again, good because there's nobody to answer to. But this has been something that creators have been saying a long time about YouTube, and they never have to fix because people are always going to upload onto YouTube. People are always going to be on YouTube. People are always going to Google shit. It's a never-ending supply of cash, so they're probably thinking, why do we need to spend more energy or time on people to take care of these people if they're going to fucking come here anyways? That would probably have to change if they were to get in bed with the NFL, and it probably would if I had to guess.
Well, I mean, it does seem very easy that they would just put, one channel on YouTube TV that all the live shows maybe that go on there, they could just stream them on there 24 hours a day. But next year, because all the games there's no real assigned games for these networks, like, is Apple just going to be able to come in and bid on a game for $2 billion?
We want 2 games this season.
Yeah.
We'll pay this much for this much. Maybe.
And it's like the Saturday night games that are at the end of the season where it's like week 16, 17, 18, where they are
How
not 18.
about the NFL making an auction for games?
Yeah.
Genius.
Yeah.
Whoever thought of that in the NFL thing walked into a conference room, make it an auction.
Yeah, I got it.
What do you mean? Everybody has more money than everybody, it feels like. So make people bid for every single game. They want an NFC game that Tom Brady's going to play in and Aaron Rodgers is going to play in, make them bid for it.
Yeah.
It doesn't necessarily mean that's got to be on Fox. And if CBS wants an NFC game, they should be able to get it. And if Fox wants an AFC game, because we're going to have Tom Brady on here, we should be able to get it. Make them fucking bid for it. Roger Goodell. Genius.
Great idea.
All right, how do we write this in here in a legal fashion that makes it sound like all the networks aren't getting fucked? Opportunity has presented itself for all networks. Although in the past, Fox was limited to just NFC games and CBS was just AFC games, guess what? Your friends at the NFL now are making you the potential owner of any NFC game or AFC game that you could possibly please. Congratulations, and thanks to us for allowing that to be open. Then the networks get in and they're like, oh, great, we can get this game or this game. And the NFL sent that email out and they're like, yes, you can.
Here we go.
You all can get those.
Anyone can get
You
Mark.
all can get those games. Detroit Lions games, all right, that'll be $25. Come on. Tell the Fox folks, like, hey, CBS, we'll buy this game, but you got to take a Lions game. 2 of them, actually.
No deal.
Package deal.
We'll pay the salary. You got to pay the. You got to fucking air it.
Yeah.
All right, we're back in 4 minutes with some phone calls to wrap up the hour 1. AJ Hawk will join us in hour 2. Hopefully, General Bob Carpenter as well.
Ooh.
Here we go.
Maybe Big Rig Pat Maroon. Let's see if he has responded. Yeah,
Oh, here we go.
my man. All right, we got to move somebody, but yeah, Patty Maroon's coming.
Here we go.
2:20 Eastern time. He's available because they traveled out to Colorado. I think they had some skate time, some practice time.
Sure.
2:20 Eastern Standard, 11:20. No, that's 1:20.
Oh, he's saying 11:20.
11:20 is 1:20, right?
Yes.
Yeah.
Okay, 1:20. Patty Maroon. 2:20. Quentin Richardson.
Let's go.
AJ Hawk joins us in about 11 minutes. This show's coming together.
Here we go.
16 minutes before this show started, we had 0 guests.
Nobody.
It has become quite a little anxiety-riddled thing here.
Yeah.
Like, okay, there is nothing to talk about and we have no guests. Let's just start firing off text messages and DMs. I've had to get past the fear of rejection pretty much here. And also, I don't like asking people to do shit. Like, if somebody wants to come on the show, I expect them to, like, reach out to me like, hey, I'd like to come on the show. They probably feel like assholes doing that, though, as well. So I don't want to be the guy that sends out the, hey.
Right.
I feel like an asshole. They probably feel like an asshole doing it back, though. A lot more people have been receptive about coming on the show than I could have ever imagined, but it is always uncomfortable sending out the shots.
Yeah, I mean, it's very nice that Big Rig got back to you. Stanley Cup Finals week.
It's about to win 4 straight.
Yeah, here we go. Come on.
We were going to take a break, but now it would make no sense because we got about a minute till the hard out on the Sirius XM. So I just want to tell you in the next hour, we got a man who has gone back to back to back with Lordo Stanley Cup, looking to go back to back to back to back with Lordo Stanley Cup. And that's more than fucking Wayne Gretzky's ever got.
Wow.
An American hero from St. Louis, the Big Rig, Patty Maroon, will join us on the precipice of another Stanley Cup final, a place in which this man has called home the last 4 years.
Hell yeah.
Go Boach.
Go Bucks.
Big Rig's a goal scorer,
What?
a dominant player,
What?
a lightning rod,
What?
a camaraderie builder,
What?
and he'll be on our show in about 30 minutes. I can't wait to chat with him just one day before the Lordo Cup Championship kicks off. AJ Hawk will be here in about 10 minutes. That should always be a great conversation.
Oh, yeah.
Defensive.
General Bob Carpenter's going to have to find another time to join our show because the Big Rig came on. We'll have AJ Hawk tell him that. And also, you have some breaking news in the next hour, Connor?
Yeah, just a little bit of breaking news. I think it's going to blow some people's minds, Pat. I'll be honest.
Really?
Yeah, I do.
Hour 2 on this Big Rig Tuesday, June 14th, 2022 is about to be magnificent. Be a friend, tell a friend. We'll see you in about 10 minutes. Cheers. Wow, that was a lot of bullshit there.
Let's go.
Pretty
Just
good.
a minute 35 of
Yeah.
bullshit after 4 minutes of bullshit.
Pretty good, though.
That's amazing. And you just, and Nick just muted
Good.
that.
I had it for the out, and I pushed it, so I couldn't. I had to let go to bring it back.
You gotta let it go to bring it back.
Well, that's what they say about things that you love.
Yeah,
Uh-huh.
that's right.
They'll come back.
Oh, like a butterfly.
No, butterflies don't come back.
They grow from the little
Yeah,
rat
from
looking-
caterpillar.
Caterpillar.
shit-looking thing.
Caterpillar.
Like a
Right,
boomerang, I
beautiful.
think.
In a cocoon. It's beautiful.
A boomerang sometimes comes back if you throw it properly.
Yeah.
Lots of knives.
I've seen some dumb Americans grab one of those boomerangs, just throw that shit right into the woods.
Yeah, that's a bad idea.
Thing's never coming back. All right, go find it. It's this big, tiny, blends in with everything in the woods. Normally brown, gone.
Have fun.
I've seen 3 boomerangs get lost from some doofus throwing it, thinking they were some Aussie and had the perfect fucking. All right, here we go.
All right, coming right back to me.
Right over a fence, gone. All right, who's going to get it?
Yep.
Well, not me. You threw it. It was supposed to come back. I was lied to. It's like,
Oh,
there's,
well,
a,
lasted.
there's a full form to that
Yeah,
thing.
threw it like a jackass.
Yeah. I don't know the form either, by the
Me
way.
neither.
Me neither.
To be clear,
But I'm not throwing boomerangs saying, hey, watch this.
I'm not just grabbing some guy's boomerang in a fucking park, though. This is the
Yeah.
situation I was in.
Yeah.
You were just walking through. Oh, I ain't never seen a boomerang in real life before. Yeah, it's pretty fucking cool, isn't it? You know, just kind of watching a couple times. And then slapdick asshole goes, hey, can I throw this thing? This looks like fun. Right into the woods.
Was the guy playing catch with himself?
Yeah. The guy was like doing it pretty fucking
Oh,
good.
what a
he,
beast.
he had a full area with him, full thing, doing pretty good. He missed a couple, like wasn't able to do a couple
Sure.
of them. And then asshole who I was with, who I will not name, was like, oh, I'm never going to, how would you not do this? Goes up, grabs the thing, throws it right into the fucking woods. Right into the woods. He's like, we got to go find it. Who's we, motherfucker? We do
Yeah.
not. I'm going to sit right
See you
here
there.
on this park bench until you come back. I don't think he ever did. That poor guy was having so much fun with that boomerang.
Damn.
Had to give him like 30, 40 bucks, I think.
Yeah.
Jesus.
I bet they're not cheap, I'm sure.
Supposed to be a memory forever. Instead, it was lost out on like 2 sandwiches.
Yeah.
Is everything still incredibly priced right now? Like wildly, not incredibly, wildly priced right now?
Yeah.
Uh-huh.
Everything.
Yeah.
That's going to come to an end at some point, right?
Well, I don't know. Anytime soon. I
What do you mean?
think it still might be wildly priced for a little bit.
Is that what happens?
I think so.
I don't know enough about the finance world,
Global markets.
but they're throwing, in school, love recess.
Oh, yeah.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
You just toss ION on the end of that, though.
Yeah.
Gloom and doom.
Yeah, not good.
Not good at all. I don't know the ins and outs of it, but I do know crypto is done.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Crypto winter, they're calling it.
Hey, this is when we're really going to test our. Who's controlling it?
I don't know.
Who's controlling it?
Not sure.
Oh, supply and demand.
It's
Okay,
at
so
coin-
it's following along with the stock market exactly. So you tell me.
Coinbase had to lay off like 20% of their employees
Yeah.
to
thought-
prepare for the crypto winter.
Winter's coming.
Yeah.
Winter's
Yeah,
coming.
sounds like it.
Sounds like winter is here.
Hey, CFO Phil. Great work having us not dive too heavy into that thing.
Boy, Phil.
Old school CFO Phil was like, nah, Pat, come on. Like, I feel like we got to get in the game a little bit. He said, maybe a little bit, but we ain't doing anything real in there. No way. And we still, by the way, have the opportunity to get in there right now at a lower level than it was like 2 years ago.
Yeah.
So all these people that have been going on this run of crypto and how it's going to save the world for the last 2 years have inevitably now had to start back at zero or less than zero.
Yeah.
Right? If it works like the stock market, once that number goes below it, they are now losing money.
Right.
So we did not get into the game really, but we have a chance to get in earlier than the people that have been yelling at us for the last 2 years, basically.
Sure.
Yeah. You give it a few months, and then you really are going to be in a good
After the
spot.
winter, when the spring comes.
Yeah, exactly.
You buy the dips, you buy the winter.
Yes.
But when you buy the winter, if everybody's buying the winter, then that means spring will come sooner, right? Allegedly, but who controls it? We don't know.
don't know.
Yeah, plus, if you buy
Need Pompliano back.
Need
Yeah,
Joe Palm.
Get Joe.
A lot of diamond hands getting tested right now.
Yeah.
Big time.
Tell me.
Zito just told me that Deshaun Watson is currently speaking. A lot of quotes coming out. This is from the mandatory minicamp. This is just like the Aaron Rodgers having to speak at the first day of minicamp. We'll get to a break. We'll come back in about 5 minutes, and we'll break down what's going on with that. That's a fucking scene, dude.
Insane.
It really is.
Yeah, and then, I mean, with the lawyer saying what he said on a radio show. Like
Well, listen, unless you're fucking paying extra, there ain't nothing wrong with a little happy ending being part of the entire massage.
Yeah, jerked off, sue him.
Sue.
that
We
guy's
will.
an attorney.
Just because that guy's penis was exploding semen at the end of the standard massage doesn't mean it's illegal. And then there was like 4 women that were like, "What? This fucking asshole. This is the angle they're going with. What a situation happened in the highest league, the big highest level.
Yeah.
That's something that's said around NFL buildings when something very amateur happens or a decision is made. It's like, this is the highest level. Like, this is the highest level. Some shitty food is served or something happens. I'm not saying at the Colts facility. I'm just saying in general, this is the highest level. A bus breaks down on the way to the airport. This is the highest level. This thing happens. It's like, how is this the NFL? We'll see how justice comes out, I guess.
Yeah.
And we'll hear what Deshaun's saying, and AJ Hawk and the Big Rig will join us. Hell yeah. Big Hour 2 on the other side of this 5-minute break. We'll see you then. Bye. Is Messi going to come to the MLS? And if Messi comes and other guys come, is the MLS potentially ever going to be like a legit soccer league in the world, especially if we're having good showings at the World Cup and everything like that? And does it have to become a good league for America to get the respect you think worldwide?
Yeah, look, the MLS has grown leaps and bounds. And I'll tell you what, it is a very, very much a top league. But what I would say is we've seen a lot, to answer your Messi question, we've seen a lot of international superstars come to America. He's going to come. That's, the rumors seem to be true. But honestly, I'll tell you this, Pat.
From Barcelona to Miami.
It will be like nothing we've ever seen. This guy, I swear to you, he's a god. I've witnessed it. I've played against him. I've seen people. He walks on water. The fanfare that's going to surround, if he goes to Miami, it'll be like since Pele. Honestly, it's crazy if that happens.
So when you're watching him, it's just like, oh, that guy's different. You said walking on water. The ball's just on a string. It's easy. And can he bend the ball? Did he embarrass you? Have you been embarrassed by Messi?
No, we played twice, and I don't think he scored, but who knows? Yeah, but he's a joke. I mean, he's the greatest. Him and Ronaldo, for me, are the greatest players of all time. And it's on a string. You can't get away from him. We had his game plan. It was great. It was like, remember when in Super Mario Brothers when he got the star and he bolted up and he was rainbow, he could run through everything?
Yes.
But we had his game plan when we played Messi, and we worked all weekend how we're going to get him 2 players around him. As soon as the whistle blew, nobody could touch him. Everybody wanted to stay away from him because he's that special.
Yeah, he's the blue shell. In
Yeah,
the entire,
he is.
He is the blue shell in that entire thing. He's kind of disappeared since going to PSG after leaving Barcelona.
Yeah.
But Messi in Miami would be fucking electrifying.
It would be.
Make it happen.
Let's go, Bex. Fucking get the deal done.
What are you
Bring him
saying?
in.
Let's go. Get the whole thing done.
Hey, look it. From Weeman! I think he learned something from Brock. And Weeman back in the ring. He's stalking Sammy. Listen to this place. Oh, to the kneecap.
rehab my knee all night for this.
Oh my!
Wow.
Sheesh.
He's not yet found his swing this morning. Look at him. Are you fucking whispering right now? The Miz.
By the way, love the show, Pat.
Hey, I appreciate you, man.
Oh, you weren't talking to me?
Hey, when you get sick of it, we understand.
I don't like it because you hit a nice straight shot and it's like a small half swing. Annoying. Let me show you how it's done, okay? Because you line up your ball. See, you have that little line there.
I can't do it.
Go like this. You look at it, check it out. You take a couple practice strokes and then you just put the ball in the hole. Like that.
Easy game.
It is an easy game. It was just a bit off. And there you go. That easy, guys. So after Tahoe, are you going pro?
There it is. It's in the hole.
Don't turn it on. Don't turn it on. You don't want it. Don't want it. You got a nice little hat on. You got your sunglasses. You got your ones that aren't even out yet. Don't turn it on. You can hang out with your boy Aaron Rodgers all day. What was that?
Don't
7?
want it.
Is that a 7?
You don't want
You
it.
don't want it.
You don't want to turn it on.
You don't want me to turn it on.
You don't want me to flip the switch.
Flip the switch off and wait till Tahoe. Till Tahoe, buddy. Wait till Tahoe.
No volume.
Yeah, I hear that. Hey, welcome back to the show. Zito dropped in and said, hey, there's no volume. I appreciate the update. There was no volume, but this is hour 2 of this Tuesday, June 14th, 2022. Can't thank you enough for joining us. The Talks Table is here at Ty Schmidt, at Boston Connor. Tone Diggs is here, one half of the Hammer. Dahn, Cowboys. We were all on Golden State last night, so we all made money or what?
I was on the Tatum over was my only pick.
Did it hit? 27?
I believe it pushed.
Yeah.
At
27.
And he had a terrible fourth quarter, right?
Yeah, it's got a lot of missed free throws. I can't remember who the boys were on, to be honest with you.
Oh, okay. Well, I had the Golden State Warriors. I also had Steph Curry to score 6 in each quarter. Yeah. That was boosted to plus 450 or something like that. Mm-hmm. He did not.
He did not.
He didn't make a single three in the entire fucking game. What happened to Steph?
First time since 2018. I mean, they started face guarding him, so they're really just they have one guy that's just taking him away, not even playing help defense or anything. And I think that's kind of the
so they got the Revis Island on.
Exactly.
Yeah. Marcus Smart is the guy, or no?
It was Derek White for a little bit. It actually usually wasn't Marcus Smart, just because he's big in the help defense game. But I mean, they beat us with him scoring 16 points, so it's not looking good.
Yeah, you guys are just getting out coached, out man, out shot, out technique.
Out shot, definitely.
Well,
we started the game, I think, 0 for 13 from three.
But then made the next 8.
Range. Yeah, and we made the next 8, and then it was, down by 1 going into the fourth, and then we scored, I think, 12 points in the fourth quarter.
I tried to get into the long shot game, that same game parlay, long shot NBA Finals edition for 30 grand or whatever.
Sure.
I had a plus 94,000 thing that had Draymond having over his points, and I think alternate rebounds, I think I put in there.
Okay.
So Draymond, I thought, was going to come back in a big way. He scored 8 points.
That's right.
Yeah, holy fuck.
Over
Here we
7
go.
Turning the clocks back.
Draymond is back. Dude.
Yeah.
Get fouled out. Let's go.
Yeah.
Of course.
Throws a little bit of a temper tantrum. Here we go.
Here we go, Draymond.
Forces Steve Kerr to challenge it. Here we go.
Yeah.
Now, obviously, it wasn't overturned, but still, here we go. Going into Celtics huddles. Here we go.
Yeah.
Draymond's back, baby.
Yeah, I respect it. And I respect Steve Kerr more saying, okay, you know what, fuck it, I'll challenge it, because if I don't, I'm going to have to stay 2 hours after this game and listen to Draymond bitch at me if I don't. So, honestly, smart move by Steve Kerr.
Draymond Green is becoming an entity in of himself here, and it's not necessarily because of how he's playing on the court, but how he is. I think it's just strictly because how he's talked about by other basketball people. Other basketball people talking about Draymond is forming other people's opinions about Draymond. Like, he's going to win another title here, And if he does get into the media, is he talking about retirement soon or no?
I don't know if he's talking about retirement, but he has joined. Like last year, they didn't make the playoffs, and he was on the TNT pregame show. Like
and now him and Logan Swaim have a podcast, right? With the volume.
Yeah. Yep.
And he's doing that whole thing.
Yep. We talk about resumes. Like his resume is absurd.
And he has personality, right?
Yeah.
And he talks a lot and he does his whole thing. So is he thinking about retirement? And will people remember that he maybe didn't have his best performance during his finals if he just gets another ring and like a year from now, will anybody care? No. So good for Draymond doing his thing, I guess.
Yeah, no chance, especially if they win this year. Like they'll be the probably dynasty of the last 6 years.
Hey, congrats to you, by the way, getting mentioned on Good Morning Football this morning.
Yeah, hey, thanks, man. Shout out D-Butt. That was very nice of him.
Another man that got shout out this morning, it wasn't really him, it was more so his fingers for carrying groceries. College football national champion, Super Bowl champion, Ryder Cup champion, COVID survivor, private plane survivor, ladies and gentlemen, AJ Hawk. AJ, what's going on, pal?
What's going on? Why you guys denying Ben McAdoo? He's a Pittsburgh native. He is very proud of that, and I think you should acknowledge.
He's from Western Pennsylvania, but Pennsylvania's a big state. Everybody talks about Texas being a big state. Fucking Pennsylvania's a big one too. A lot of people, AJ. A lot of Italians. A lot of people, AJ. He's not a Pittsburgh guy, Ben McAdoo. Not one bit.
Okay. All right. Fair enough. What were you talking about? Grocery bags?
You were mentioned on Good Morning Football this morning by Darius Butler because somebody was telling a story on there about carrying grocery bags. I think I could just literally, as soon as I turned on the TV, Darius said, I got to shout out my man, AJ Hawk, would be great at carrying grocery bags with his mangled fingers. And I was like, oh, this is going to be a great episode. They're not talking about football, obviously. They're talking about grocery store stuff. And AJ's getting referenced. And then, boom, just a couple minutes later, Darius references fucking Boston Connor being a reason why he's not really worried about the New England Patriots not having an offensive coordinator. I'm like, all right, Good Morning Football. Fucking love this. Let's get D-Butt in there permanently.
Yeah.
You were talking to me? Okay, I thought you wanted to go with Connor, but you know what? I was going to say D, but I appreciate you shouting me out. And whether someone take that as a slight or not, I do not take it as a slight.
Well, I like a good shout out for AJ Hawk anywhere that it happens. You know what I mean? I love a good AJ Hawk shot.
Why are you standing up?
I just got a little energy. I've been drinking these things all morning. Maybe I got to poop too. It says I'll live forever. This is my second one today.
So where is that from Starbucks? Just their iced coffee?
Yeah, this one's a cold brew.
Hell yeah.
He found out about
love that stuff.
He found out about the poop today.
Yeah, so it's starting to cook a little bit. I've not completely wrecked shop yet, but I believe I'm about halfway there.
Oh, yeah.
A lot of people they act like they have a sip of coffee, they're dumping their pants instantly. I don't know how that's the case.
Sometimes.
That's kind of how it was presented to me in the first hour.
That is
Why would you
legit
drink
what
it
happens. That's
What's
why
that?
I don't drink
I
it.
love pooping.
Okay.
Well, I think that's also maybe why it helps you live longer because it gets the demons out quicker.
Is that a thing? I get the demons out.
Yeah. I mean, every once in a while when I'm pooping in a public bathroom, I will have full, there's a special teams coordinator in the NFL right now. I will not say his name because I do not know if he wants to be attached to this, but I walked into a public toilet that he was in.
Ooh.
And the things that he was saying, and we were obviously in a restaurant where we were not the only people in there. So there's him saying, "Get out of me," in the toilet was one of the funniest things I've ever experienced. So I walked into this bathroom, and I think I just had to maybe wash my hands. Something had got on my hands, and maybe I was pissing on the way out. And he was mid-performance, apparently, because there was somebody standing at the urinal, two people at the urinal, having a conversation with each other while pissing, what's wrong with this guy? And then those two left, and then he came out of the stall, and he was like, "Was it you in here the whole time?" I was like, "No, there's definitely two other guys." He was like, "Okay, good. They got a show." And they walked out, and I'm like, amazing. I believe there was a demon call at one point while he was pooping. The "get out of me" was really the crowd. It seemed like that was his go-to. He said it 3-4 times. That was more so the chorus of the song, it felt like. But yeah, that would be something I keep in mind whenever I go public.
How do you not? I mean, please, I wish you would put that person's name out. That guy is a hero. I would have lost my mind if I was in the bathroom and I saw that, or I heard that happen, I should say.
AJ, you would love this guy, by the way.
Wait, he was doing it, though. He didn't know who was out there. It wasn't like one of his buddies taking a leak.
No, it was public, very public place. He was disappointed.
Good for this guy.
He was disappointed that I was in there whenever he came out. He's like, were you here? Was it you? I was like, no, there was two other people. He's like, okay, good. And he washed his hands and then walked out. You are a maniac. And then as soon as we got out, by the way, the two were sitting with their wives, looking at the bathroom.
Yeah, waiting.
And I believe there was a point thing there. So I might have got some credit for it and some if they mispointed it. But yeah, It was unbelievable listening to that performance while he was shitting. Longest I ever washed my hands. Just wanted to hear the whole show. You know what I mean? Wanted to hear the whole show. That's what you got to do sometimes. Speaking of this show, Patty Maroon will join us in 10 minutes. Stanley Cup final starts tomorrow. Can't wait to chat with him about that. Where's the headspace at? Seems like they really caught fire after waking up from the week and a half off that they had before playing against the New York Rangers. And then did they know about that big left hook from James Anastasio knocking out Tampa Bay Lightning fan? Did that rally the boys a little bit? We'll talk to him about that. General Bob Carpenter may be on tomorrow. I believe I heard from Booker AJ Hawk. And Quentin Richardson will join us in the next hour. But AJ, I want to talk to you about this. And this is super positive, so I'm happy we're doing this.
Great.
And I would like to that was very sarcastic by me. I'd like to let everybody know that me and AJ feel that there is an overwhelming amount of good that NFL players bring to society. Overwhelming amount of good.
Absolutely.
We should dive into all the philanthropic efforts that happen around the NFL on a daily, weekly, monthly basis with NFL players, NFL coaches, and things of that nature. We should do that more. We should be the show that says, like, hey, this guy donated $250,000 back to his high school to do this. This guy did this for cancer research. This guy did this. This lady who's coaching broke down an entire thing that did this. Like, there is so much that we could do and we should do, but we don't do, so we apologize for that. Deshaun Watson was speaking, okay? So I'm going to go the other way here. Deshaun Watson was speaking at the mandatory minicamp for the Cleveland Browns. Was 66 and 17? Maybe. You should ask my lawyer. That's what he said.
Yeah.
Then he said that I have said the same thing the entire time. I'm innocent. This was all consensual, even though in the past it was said that it didn't happen at all. Now it's consensual. It's like every time he speaks, his lawyer speaks, or another accusation comes, there's just more questions than answers, I think, every single time. This situation is unlike any, I think, that the NFL has ever had. Am I wrong in thinking that, AJ? I feel like maybe you might know. This is the biggest contract in the history of the NFL. Biggest contract in the history, most guaranteed money ever. Very good football player on the field. Off the field, though, this mess is very serious. It's a very serious set of allegations, and I don't think it's going anywhere anytime soon, and I don't think Deshaun cares. I don't think Deshaun cares.
That's what I wanted to ask you. I didn't get to see any of it. I heard he went on, he's having a presser, and then I came up here and I didn't get to see any. What was his tone like? Who was up there with him? Like, his lawyer wasn't there, was he?
No, he was alone. It's mandatory minicamp.
But when you saying that you think he doesn't care, that's what worries me.
Not care. Sorry, not he obviously cares that it's happening. He mentioned how he has to take care of his mental health, but it's not like I hope this is over soon or like the truth will come out. Like it's very much like he is just understanding that this is going to linger for a long time. Yeah. And just as somebody that covers the NFL, was lucky to play in the NFL, even though their social media team. Yeah. By the way, good conversations last night. My comment did end up showing up again.
Okay.
Which is very nice. I appreciate everybody over there that looked into the situation. Yeah. I am still firmly in the belief that some rat bastard over there who woke up on third base and thought they hit a triple and running social medias, and they really just, have no right to be running that account. Took something personal and did it themselves. Boom, boom, boom. And then everybody else doesn't want to have to answer that. But I could be wrong, and they said that did not happen. They said it was just some sort of glitch, and they apologized, and they were very good people to me. Okay?
Good.
Very, very good people. I'm very thankful for that. But I will Rambo again if this is 2 for 2 now. This is happening. So
hopefully it doesn't glitch again. Yeah.
Yeah, exactly. Because I love the NFL. Lucky to play in the NFL. But this story being associated with the NFL for a larger part of the last year and a half now and only getting bigger, this is not good for any of us. Hey, this is not what we want the league to be represented as. We do not want people to think that this is what players are in the NFL. We do not want the people to think that our highest paid player is like this. So for the sake of Deshaun, who said he's been innocent this entire time, and for the sake of the league, I hope this can kind of wrap up quick. But boy, it seems like this is only going to continue to go. And every time he chats, it's only going to go even longer, it feels like. And he's going to have to chat every week.
And it seems like the big thing, too, with his demeanor and everything, he's oblivious to the severity of the situation. You know what I mean? And he maintains his innocence and stuff like that, but it's almost nonchalant. He doesn't realize how crazy and how bad this whole situation actually is.
Do we think that he maybe is a
grade A narcissist?
Whoa!
I mean, there's a pretty good chance.
From that interview, it's hard not to at least think.
So you guys
to
are
a
saying
certain
that's what I'm
extent.
wondering. Like his demeanor, like what was you're saying kind of nonchalant, like what it comes across.
Well, when he did the press conference when he signed the deal,
Yeah.
like the way things are answering, you know. And by the way, if you're 100% innocent, how would you? If you, how would you know? That, and we still have to maintain that is the case because he's said it since the beginning. You would assume that the NFL and other people have maybe alluded to, like, hey, why don't we just, you know, settle this so it's not a whole thing? And he has been steadfast that he is completely innocent throughout the entirety of this. So that is still something that is very much on the table. So maybe that is why he is acting in the way that he's acting, because he might feel like he has been calloused from this. His name has been dragged from this. He's gotten to the point where he said he has to worry about his mental health. So that means he probably stays off of everything. Maybe he has no idea about what the conversation is because he stays out of it as much as possible and they're trying to protect him. I couldn't imagine going through this. If he wasn't a narcissist, I have no idea how you would go through this, right?
Oh, no, like how is he? Yeah, just going about his daily life. Like what? I don't know. It just seems like I would imagine everybody wants to find like some way to wrap it up or get some kind of answers or do something as fast as you can. I just don't know how you do that either side.
And I don't want to, you know, speak for Deshaun because once again, we have no idea what's real, what isn't. There's a lot that says this side. He's saying this side. But if he was to go away and speak any differently, people would say, oh, he's guilty.
He was like, hey, I do actually 100%. That's why I didn't settle, because I believe in my innocence, I guess. He could say that.
A lot of people have told me that if I would have settled, this would have been over a year and a half ago. I didn't do anything, so I'm not settling. And if I settle, people think I'm going to guilty. Like, he could very easily. It's a lose-lose situation, especially when it's something this serious.
You can't go to trial with 26 different people.
No.
That's so long. What was Amber Heard and Johnny Depp was how long?
6 weeks.
6 weeks long. So that was a long one. It felt like everybody knew that they were on camera there, and that one felt long. But let's just say what's the average length of a trial like this? Civil.
No idea.
A month? 3 weeks? Let alone all the prep and everything that goes into it for witnesses?
They do their best to not go to trial.
Witnesses, evidence, everything like that. That's all pre-trial shit that has to happen. I mean, this is 26 now.
Millions of dollars, obviously, in lawyer fees on both sides.
And if they were just so happen to be able to schedule those not concurrently, consecutively, if they were just so able to, that's 2 years.
There's no way.
That's 2 years straight of trials at least. If they were able, there's no chance they'll be able to do that. Courts aren't open. Judges aren't open. That's why whenever you get something, normally, hey, you'll have trial 8 months from now. It's like, okay, we'll try to remember everything that happened in this 8 months from now. That doesn't seem to be the most, useful practice whenever you're talking about some laws, but that's just how it goes in this whole thing. That I don't know how it ends. I don't know how it ends. I have no idea.
No idea. Because that'd be 3 years in a row where he's not playing football. And like his demeanor up there, isn't there some kind of thought where if there was even a small chance that any of these weren't consensual, or at least the two that went to the criminal trial weren't consensual, they would have gone through with that trial?
That's what we keep saying and thinking. But then everybody that has any knowledge of the situation, they always go like, it's just in this case, there's no evidence because it's two people in a room together, blah, blah, blah. So that's why they couldn't indict it. But then we were told that they would indict a ham sandwich.
Yeah. So like if there was a chance that they thought that it wasn't consensual, it feels like they would have gone
We need to get a couple of lawyers on here.
No, because, listen, we should get some lawyers on here, but just like
both side lawyers.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying.
Explain the process to us.
Just like Lambda said to Lemoyne, the Google engineer, like, can't both people have an understanding of a conversation and interpret it two different ways? It feels like everything in this world has that. We'll have a lawyer come on and say, like, well, legally, like Rusty said in his hey, dig a little high in the loins and you fucking splooge. Like, that's actually not against the law, Like, that's literally the person that's repping Deshaun Watson right now. So there will be that person, and then there'll be somebody else that, like, well, in a civil court, but there's just so many. If we don't pick the right lawyer, we'll get killed. We'll get killed by whoever is on the other side.
Dave Rudolph.
Well, now with the
Johnny Depp's lawyer's famous now. She's a partner in her law firm. Like, she's a rising star.
Okay, that might, because that's the most similar situation, right? Because I assume he could potentially, let's say he gets off on all these civilly, he'll turn to pay, boom, libel, slander on the other way, right? There's all going to be countersuits in all of this, right?
Yeah.
And Raj is the one making the decision on what his future looks like.
What are you going to say, Nick? You're going to say something?
One of the reporters did ask him about countersuits for defamation. I'm not sure what he said in response, but Florio said none of the cases will go to trial until after March 1st of 2023. And if you're trying to settle 26 different trials, or I'm sorry, if you're going to actually pursue 26 different trials, that could run into at least 2025.
Is he hoping they all just drop it? They drop it after we just wait a long time without trial?
I'll be 38.
Yeah, it's going too far to drop it.
I'll be 38.
Jesus. March.
Long time. Just to be, and we're an NFL show. We have to, this is super serious. It's something we have to talk about.
Yeah.
Every time we talk about the Cleveland Browns, if Deshaun Watson's playing, every time it comes up, for the sanctity of journalism, we have to say, now we know that there are and we're not the only ones. People covering the game are going to have to do that.
Yeah.
Jeez Louise.
That's not till next year, too. Is this going to be are they going to put him on the exempt list, or is he just going to play and they're going to ask him about this every week?
AJ, how come the exemption list, everybody that comes on here and talks about the exemption list goes like, well, that isn't what the exemption list was created for, blah, blah, blah. It's like, bullshit. That's exactly what the exemption list was created for, to get somebody out of the headlines and out of the building and their number off the salary cap so the team can continue to do it until it's figured out. I thought that was exactly what it was for. And then they tell us, no, not this situation. None of it makes sense because we have to talk about it now. I don't want to talk about it. You know what I want to talk about? Lordo.
Hell yeah.
I want to talk about Lordo Stanley Cup.
Hell yeah.
I want to talk about all the greats in the history of the fucking sport. Mm-hmm. Obviously, Sidney Crosby.
Yes.
Mary Lemieux.
1 and 2.
Fucking Wayne Gretzky.
Absolutely.
Stoner.
Bobby Orr.
Stoner. Bobby Orr. Hey, not maybe Orr. I don't know. I didn't dive back into whenever there was only 4 teams playing, so this might have happened way back then.
Stoner?
But no, not Stoner. I'm talking about you, pal. There has never been a motherfucker quite like the guy that's about to join us.
Mm-hmm.
He is on the precipice of maybe winning his 4th straight Lordo.
Damn.
Going back to back to back to back, hopefully. Tomorrow night, it all starts in Colorado against an Avalanche squad that has been heavily favored even since going into the playoffs as winning the Stanley Cup. This man's team has found a way to regain the steam that they've had the last 2 years. Looking to make it a fucking triple, ladies and gentlemen, from the Tampa Bay Lightning, absolute champion, the big rig, Patty Maroon.
Yeah!
What's up, dude?
What's up? Glad to be back in the show, boys.
Hey, thank you for making time for us, man. This is a big time deal. You're going for 4 right. Hey, you're going for 4 right now, Patty. Let's go.
Let's go.
Gretz ain't never do that. Sid ain't never do that. Mario ain't never do that. Fucking St. Louis's own, the big rig, Patty Maroonhead. Let's go, Patty.
Let's go. I still can't believe it. It's crazy to think about that. Not only what our team's been through, but myself the last 4 years, and I guess sit back, when this all is done, and you're just going to realize how special this was.
Yeah, it's awesome to watch. We're thankful you made time for us to chit-chat during this entire process. You're out in Colorado right now. How are the boys? Any nerves before the Stanley Cup, or is it all playoffs? Everybody's kind of nervous to begin with.
No, I think the boys feel great right now. I feel like we're excited to get going here. Obviously, we're playing a good Colorado team, but I think we're excited. We came up here early to get a good skate in, get ready for the altitude that's going to hit us in game 1 tomorrow. So we got a nice little practice today, but the boys are feeling great. They're anxious to get going. But yeah, we're excited. I think it's a good test for us because, like you said in your little pump up, hype up video, I mean, this is a team that's expected to be here, right? So, now we just got to, find a way to, take them down here.
How do you guys try to keep everything normal? I know, obviously, this is just like a normal week for us, normal series, but it's the Stanley Cup Finals. For you, it does seem to be this is just what you do. But for your other teammates, how do you keep it to where, like, hey, we're just going to do our normal routine like we've done all year?
Yeah, I guess for you guys, for us, we come in early, we do our things, we skate, we have team meetings at night, and then we have a team dinner. And then we actually all get on the Xbox. We play golf, 2K1, and we have teams, and we just sit there and chirp each other, try to keep it as loose as possible, so everyone's calm, everyone's ready, everyone's excited. But we just try to I feel like guys are used to it, and the guys that we trade for, we just try to make them fit right in so they feel comfortable before they even go on touching the ice. So we try to make it as loose and as fun as possible, but we're a team that when we put our skates on, we're ready to rock and roll.
Hey, we chatted with you last, I think, during your big break going into the Rangers series. I don't remember. Oh, you're a coffee drinker? Coffee drinker?
Yeah, coffee drinker.
What do you got in there?
I got a little almond milk and a splash of sugar-free vanilla.
Oh, okay. I'm black. My coffee's black.
I used to do black, but now my wife started taking this home to me, so it just tasted good, so I just stuck with it.
Yeah, that's interesting because it definitely has to taste better than whatever this shit is. This is my first day being a coffee guy, Patty. This is my first day. I was talked into it yesterday. I was told I could live forever. This tastes like shit right here.
Oh, it's terrible. Black coffee's terrible.
Yeah, but I'm like fucking super manly, they said. You know what I mean, Patty? I'm like a super manly guy. I think the last time we chatted with you, though, you guys were in the middle of in-between series because you swept the Canes. Was it Canes? No.
The Panthers.
The Panthers. You swept the Panthers. The Rangers were taking on the Canes. It went 7 games or whatever. Did you guys take a couple games to wake up after that, you think, into that series? Because towards the end, you guys looked like the boys that had just won back-to-back Stanley Cups there.
Yeah, I felt like we obviously didn't play our best the first 2 games. Certainly the first game. The first game we just looked out of place, out of sort, kind of. But we came back in the room, and we just knew we weren't just going to use that as an excuse. A couple days off. We did have practice time, but practice is certainly not, game-like situation. So you're trying to push yourself in practice. You're trying to push the guys, but it's not like in a game where someone else is leaning on you. You have to make a play under pressure. So I feel like we did have a really slow start, but, sometimes you need that for a little reality check, and we know how we were supposed to play. We know how this team is really good, and when we play the right way, I mean, we're a very, very good hockey team. So I think we had to come back down to reality for a sec and just, we know what works and we know what doesn't work, and we just try not to use that as an excuse and just try to chip away at this thing, and we try to use one game at a time and one shift at a time. And we did.
Are you just going to become a goal scorer this series? You're just going to put 6 on the board, you think, maybe, just like last one, pal?
Am I going to be goal scoring?
Yeah, you just maybe put 6. What was that? What game was it? Game...
Was it game 2?
3? 4?
First goal.
Game 3 or 4?
Game 4 when I scored.
Mm-hmm. How'd that feel? Pretty good, huh?
Yeah, it does feel good. I don't score much, so when I do put the puck in, it's like I'll never know if I'm going to score again.
Well, hey, you need to celebrate. I wish you could do a little bit more. Did you guys see that guy get knocked out at Madison Square Garden?
That was disgusting. Gutless. Yeah. I mean, I don't know why fucking people do that shit. I think it's the most disgusting thing, especially when you're vulnerable like that. You're walking. I don't care if a fan's chirping you. But if you want to square up, I'm all for it. But if you're going to do something nasty like that, and I hate that shit. I can't stand it. And that's typical, I guess, Rangers fans.
Yeah, what is that? Is that a known place to be a little bit chirpy there?
I thought Long Island was bad. I honestly thought when we were walking around the city and like going to dinner, because we're walking with 28 guys going to dinner in New York City, guys are going to recognize us. And they were actually nice, like wishing us luck. Long Island, on the other hand, we played them in Long Island last year. It was brutal. We'd go to dinner. They would be chirping us walking into the restaurant. They'd be waiting outside with us, chirping. Little 14-year-old kids chirping us. It was hilarious.
Yeah, I love that shit. Obviously.
So do I. I like it too. I love it too. But I just don't like the stuff that, what the fans do if another fan is heckling someone. If you're going to square up, let's square up, but don't sucker punch someone.
That was one of the biggest cheap shots in some time. The guy's facing 6 charges, I believe. He's probably on Rikers right now. James Anastasio is his name. Have you guys gotten a hold of the fan that got knocked out down there at the Lightning?
I know as a group, after the game, we saw it. I think it was after Game 5, right? We saw it, and Stammer was like, should we reach out? And we obviously reached out to our PR team, and I think our CEO, Steve Griggs, reached out to him personally, and he just said, all you have to do for me is just go kick the Rangers' ass.
Yeah! And you guys did, by the way.
He didn't even want to come to a game. It was hilarious.
I ain't going out in public again, pal. I'm going to stay away from
I think the text messages of our CEO and him back and forth, I think they went viral a little bit, I think, on social media. Because I think he posted it maybe.
Hey, just listen, kick the fuck out of these boys, all right? Then go get a Stanley Cup, another one. It feels like the city of Tampa's ready to go again. We got a chance to live down there last year, I think, while you guys were in your run. Tampa Hockey City. Then that win in the celebration and everybody coming out. You win the Eastern Conference and it goes on. That city's ready to explode, I bet, huh? What, you got 2 games in Colorado? Will you stay out there this week and then you'll travel back? When do you go back to Tampa?
Yeah, so we got here yesterday. We play game 1 tomorrow, and then we have a 2-day layoff again, and then we play game 2 on Saturday, and then we fly back on Sunday for Father's Day. So and then we play every other day from here on out. So then we play Monday, Wednesday in Tampa, fly to Colorado, play in Colorado. So then it's back to the grind. So it's not like basketball where I think they have 2 days off in between games, don't they?
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
So we only have that once. It's only after game 1, so that's kind of nice. But I feel like playing every day, you feel so much better though. You're more involved. Like it's not a long layoff. You're ready to rock and roll. You're kind of into it. You get your routines down. So I'm kind of happy about that. After game 2, we get that.
Well, and you can get over whatever bad shit potentially happened in the last game. Like, let's get back out there if anything bad happened. Not saying it would. The boys, after this incredibly long season, and AJ always brings this up, and it is a real thing. It doesn't get chatted about much because normally when that information comes out, another team just buries it with how they play. All the injuries that come out after a season ends that guys have just been playing through. Marshawn's out for like 6 months or something.
Mm-hmm.
We chatted about that. You guys are 4 games away from the offseason. Is that motivating? Is that hey, boys, let's fucking... let's go ahead and do this. Is that something that's chatted about at all?
No, it's not. We honestly, nothing's really. The only thing that gets chatted about, I guess, for us, it's like it's going to be a long series no matter what. So we're here to win a series. You're not going to win a series in game 1 or 2, right? So I think.
Looking ahead can fuck you a little bit, you're saying.
Yeah, looking ahead a little bit can fuck you. So you just look at it as one game at a time. You just try to, the longer the series goes on, I feel like for both sides, it's the team that does it the longest, right? It's the team that wears on the team. It's the team that plays the right way for 60 minutes for every single game. It's a team that just is willing to block shots, willing to get the puck out when they need to, or willing to get the puck in when they need to. And I think the longer that goes on, it gets exhausting. It does. It really does. And it wears on people. And then, if their D are going back to the puck and we get our big guys coming in, hitting them, I mean, it's just, I feel like it's just a long process when you go through stuff like that. And so, I mean, that's why both teams are kind of in their situation because they're the 2 teams that done it the longest, right? So you got to find a way to, stick with it. And you're going to have some series where you get a couple bounces here and a big save here, and that's what you need. And you guys know how that is. That's what you need going into the playoffs. You need a big play or a play that shouldn't have been made that happened, or a tackle that that needed to be had. So I feel like you need that play, and I think the team that does it the longer, I feel like always finds a way to have success in the playoffs.
Yeah, that's awesome.
Do you guys worry about the altitude out there at all in your conditioning?
I was actually walking to get a coffee with Sorelli, and he's like, "You think it's going to be a problem?" I think that's why we came in early today to have a good practice today, a good skate. But I don't know, did that ever affect you guys? I honestly,
I think it's overblown.
Not me. Man. It helped me, Patty. I bombed the ball.
Yeah.
I didn't have to run much. Ball went real far, though. I'll tell you that.
In Denver, though, playing at Mile High, Pat knows they have a sign like right before you go out, like you were playing at Mile High, 5,200, the whole your altitude, and they want you to freak out before you walk out. And I always said, like, hey, if you didn't tell me we were playing at altitude, I wouldn't have known. Like, so I think people sometimes can use it and mess themselves up mentally.
No, I agree. But I don't know if this was me yesterday, but I was like laying in bed a little bit, and like I just felt like it was like it was racing a little bit. I'm like, okay,
is this Air Center?
This is a thing.
Is this Air Center? Am I going to die here? I'm just trying to sleep. When was the last time you guys played out there?
Right, after the Olympic break that we didn't have, we had 5 days off. We played. I think it was 8 days. They were our first game back, and they were already playing. They never had time off. So
how'd it go?
So it's been, I think, since February we haven't played them. So
how'd it go that game?
We lost 3-2, I think.
Okay.
We lost in a shootout maybe and lost in regulation 3-2. Or we won in a shootout, I don't know.
Do you miss the shootouts in playoffs?
No. Overtime's the best thing.
I agree. It's awesome.
Possible. Obviously when you get into like 3 or 4 overtimes, the guys are just gassed, right? Like they can barely move. It's just like you just need that one opportunity to capitalize on. But I think it's just great for hockey in itself. I think just overtime itself for any sport is just so good.
It makes soccer. People literally wait 97 minutes just to watch the overtime of soccer. It makes it magical. And I don't want to get too far off topic here, and we just brought up soccer. The MLS just signed a $250 million a year deal with Apple to broadcast all their games on Apple. Hey, the big rig needs to keep going. The NHL's money is only going to go like, all sports money are going like this right now, Patty.
You think? I mean, NHL, we got to do. They're doing a better job of marketing this now. With we talked about this last time. But yeah, I mean, I think our views have been killing it this year, especially with TNT and their panel and ESPN and their panel and having the boys on. And I think they do a show called The Point. So with Boots Across, and I think PK Subban's been on there, but. I think the ratings just on TV itself for the games tuned in have been really good. So that's a huge step in the right direction because you guys, more than anything, I think the NFL, you guys don't even need fans in the stand. They can still pay the players' salaries with their TV deals. So.
Yes, the salary cap went the salary cap went like this with 0 fans for an entire year. They're like, well, it's not going to grow. It's going to stay the same. It's like, Jesus, no concessions. Jerry Jones makes $77 million every home game. Jerry Jones makes. Think about 70.
That's insane. What's a playoff game? I guess for us, we live for the playoffs because our owners probably kill it in the playoffs.
Hey, you know that guy that owns that team has a helipad above the arena and then his own condo up there, and then he walks down to the arena. Is Kroenke going to fly in there and kind of fuck you guys up when he shows up on his helipad in his helicopter walking into his building?
I hate Stan Kroenke. I'm a St. Louis boy.
Oh, yeah.
I can't stand that guy. Honestly, you guys played at the Dome. The Dome's a shitty.
Bad.
It was a bad arena. I'm sure it was terrible for you guys to go in there and play, but the greatest game on turf with Kurt Warner, Marshall Faulk, Orlando Pace. You can go down, just to watch that. I think Mike Jones made that huge tackle against Tennessee. But to have that taken away from us, it just sucks. I know we had terrible years. Chris Long would always tell me this. Our teams are terrible, but then he goes away and wins back-to-back Super Bowls. So it's just you go from that environment to that, and you wonder why, but. The fans are true passion in St. Louis, and I just can't stand that guy for taking him out of there.
Hey,
St. Louis needs a football team. I don't know how you guys feel about that.
The Battlehawks, dude. The Battlehawks of the XFL sold out the entire bottom bowl of that shitty ass dome. That was the worst. I played in there last year before the Rams left. Oh my God. That thing was, I think it was maybe made in 1960. 0 updates. The turf was actually pulling up in the corners as you're going in. It's this is the highest level. This is the highest level was happening. But Kroenke.
You can't be telling me that. It's that bad then, eh?
Oh, it was fucking terrible. It was very, very, very bad. Now, have you ever gone to Wheelhouse in St. Louis?
Oh, yeah. I've been to Wheelhouse plenty of times. That's a good spot, isn't it?
Oh, yeah. It's fucking best, dude. We were over there. We were there for the Royal Rumble or whatever, and we were trying to look for a brunch day of. And outside, you don't know what you're walking into on the outside there. You just see there's a couple outside seats, and then you walk in.
Yeah.
We were just trying to get a brunch fucking going. It was 11:30 a.m. There's a full DJ in there. There was smoke coming out and great biscuits and gravy. That place was awesome.
It's all Saturday and Sunday, especially during football season. They have Sunday brunch, and it gets packed. Saturday brunch gets packed, and it just leads right into the long night ahead of you.
Good for St. Louis. Hey, go fucking beat Kroenke for the St. Louis fans. Nikki Skates has a question for you, Patty.
Patty, after Game 5, you guys kind of roughed it up a little bit with the Rangers, and Stammer went out there, and he was throwing them too, even, which is, you don't really see that a lot from him. What does that mean to you guys when you see him doing that? And then he goes out and scores too in Game 6 to win the series.
Well, it's awesome. Especially, I think those were two, first pick overalls going at it too, Lafreniere and Stammer. So it's pretty cool to see that. But just see what Stammer's been doing just alone in the playoffs. He's been blocking shots, taking big time face-offs when we need them. Taking a big time face-off on the PK. Obviously scored 2 huge goals, but to see that fight was awesome. Especially, the problem is that was all of our skilled guys, Cooch, Stammer. They're all mixing it up. They're all mixing it up, fighting. And for players like myself that do it and see all the urgency, it's unbelievable. That just goes to show you what kind of leader he is, and we don't back down from anything.
You got any rabbit punches in the series coming? Is that Stammer right there saying, "Hey, don't be talking about my fighting" right there?
Yeah, he is. No, yeah. What'd you say?
You got any rabbit punches coming this series? You think, or what? Is Stanley Cup Finals not the time or place?
The Stanley Cup is the time and place. It depends. You got to. It depends who's trying to muck it up with you. I don't know if they have any tough guys or not, or what the deal is over there. But they're a skilled, fast team. So for me, I just got to go around, bang some bodies, and lean on the puck a little bit and kind of wear them down.
Last question for you. We can't thank you enough for joining us. Know you're in the middle of a lot of shit. Go ahead, Ty.
Patty, when you're kind of like a LeBron run back where he would go, he'd play in the finals every single year. You've played more games and more minutes than a lot of guys. Like how
everybody, right?
Yeah, exactly. Like in your teammates as well. Like when do you understand physically how exhausted you are? Like is that something you'd worry about at all, or does that kind of all hit you after the finals are over?
Yeah, I mean, there's obviously times. I don't know if you guys have any kids, but there's some times when you come home from the road trip and you get thrown in the fire with your daughter and you're mentally kind of physically exhausted. And but you're sitting around, and I guess for me it's not the time to bitch and say you're tired, because it's a time to, turn the page and go win a series or go win a Stanley Cup. For me, it's just you got to turn that mindset off. And I think these last few runs, yes, it's hit me in the summer where I've mentally just woke up one day and I'm just dead exhausted. But I've tried for me during this whole time is just try to shut it off. And then when it comes back, you just try to tell yourself, hey, you're fine. You're not tired. You're not tired. And you try to go back in the zone a little. And you try to go back in the zone. And then why I'm trying to bring up my daughter is because she's a firecracker. She's 7 months. And she's hard to deal with, and it's mentally exhausting sometimes, but I don't want to show her that her dad's tired, so I try to pick her up and make sure I try to keep going here.
You're not tired, you're not tired. This is fun. All right.
This is great. But at the end of the day, as athletes, you guys can adjust for it. I mean, there's times where you wake up or before the game, you're like, fuck, we have a game today? Like, oh, shit, I'm fucking tired. But I guess in the playoffs, regular season, you can get away with it. Playoffs, I just feel like when you're trying to win a Stanley Cup or win a Lombardi Trophy, and you're just trying to figure out how you're going to do it, and I think your mindset needs to be there the whole time. Because once you say yourself you're tired, you're already defeated, and you're already helping that team win.
And nobody cares, by the way, either, that you're tired. Nobody gives a fuck. Not a single person.
No one cares. I think that's what's good about our team. We've been through this grind. We've been through the mentality of it the last, 2 years. We know what it takes. We know how hard it is mentally. We know how hard it is physically. And like I said earlier, it's just how long and harder can you do it? Can you outpace the other team? Can you out-mentally focus on the other team and lean on them a little more? I feel like we've learned that over the years, especially for me. I've learned that, once you can turn your mind off and don't show weakness, I think you'll have success.
What's that? What's the immediate celebration like? We see a lot of it when you guys get to parade the cup around and do different things, but that immediate celebration with your guys back, underneath the arena, what's that like?
It gets weird.
You guys are a very tight group.
Yeah, we are a tight group. We, the first year obviously was COVID, so we were in the bubble celebrating by ourselves. So I thought that was a cool moment. There was no family around, just coaches, just players. You look around, this is what it feels like, right? And I guess last year, we wanted home ice. We had family, friends. Everyone's partying in the locker room, doing their thing. Parents are drinking out of the cup. We're all having a blast. I think there's a DJ playing in the back, but I think the ultimate, you guys will get a kick out of this because this is hilarious to me. We all go shower together, party with the Stanley Cup, and drink beers butt naked. But
yeah, a little shower beer. Now we're talking about shower beer. People drinking out of Lordo in the shower, beers out of there, being tossed around, yeah?
Yeah, oh yeah. So that's
don't drop the cup.
That's a tradition we have as a team. When we win, the boys have to go in the shower, and we get the ole going. We're all partying, we're all drinking beers, and it's just we're a tight knit group. Like we got some characters on this team. Like I said, we got some funny human beings on this team, and we just try to keep it as light as possible and as fun as possible. But yeah, that's one ritual we have. I don't know if it's probably.
You gonna add the parents in this year?
What's that?
You gonna add the parents in this year if you win?
Yeah, my parents will come for games. They'll come down for games 1 and 2.
Post-game beers.
He's talking about the nude dudes. He's talking about the nude dudes in the shower time.
Everybody's parents. All of a sudden, hey, here we go, 3 in a row. Everyone's in here.
Who's wearing a shirt in the shower? Oh, that's Stammy's brother.
Stammy's brother.
All right, okay, this is going on.
No, the parents. No one's getting the. We close the door.
Okay. What about the guy that has to watch the cup?
He's not in there.
Okay. He. By the way, he
get in
there. He was going to
Hey.
sit right here, Pat. This guy was going to sit right here and stare at me in the cup. Whenever it was in the studio, we're like, you can go. He was like, well, I can't be too far away.
Need to be in a direct line with the cup.
I don't know if you're going to steal this thing out the fucking backside or whatever. I didn't know if that's how it actually is. Or
No, that is. I guess for us, as they know we've been with it, so they just kind of leave it alone. They don't really follow us. Like if we're doing an after party at a bar like we did last year, they just sit in the corner. They don't really say much. It has a curfew at midnight.
It has a curfew. I didn't know Lordo had a curfew. I had no idea.
Yeah, it has a curfew at midnight. So like each player gets a day with their cup when you win the Stanley Cup. I don't know if I think it's the only trophy that gets passed around.
Yes.
In all sports. So he'll, like you said, he'll sit there, especially when it's your day of the cup and there's family and friends and it's getting a little rowdy, it's getting drunk. People are getting drunk. He's like watching this thing like a hawk if I don't have it. So I feel everyone feels your pain because once someone touches it and tries to pick it up, it's hell loose. They're running over there. You're not supposed to do it. You didn't win the trophy. So, yeah. So it gets, there you go.
Bunch of nude dudes in the shower. Hey.
Yeah.
Hey, we got dongs and cups. We got dongs and cups. Pass me a beer. Let me fill Lordo up. Let's go, dude. Get another shower naked with a Stanley Cup, dude. Go get it. Enjoy yourself. Thank you for the time. Can't wait to hear, hopefully, from you again.
All right. I hope so, too. Enjoy. Thanks for having me on again, boys. I really appreciate it.
Hey, an American going for 4 straight Stanley Cups. Let's fucking go, Big Rig.
Yeah, let's fucking go is right. Here we go.
All right, Pat.
Starts tomorrow.
Starts tomorrow. What time?
6 o'clock.
Is that Mountain
8
time?
8 o'clock Eastern.
Okay, 8 o'clock. 8 o'clock in America time. All right, ladies and gentlemen, Patty Maroon. Thank you. Hey, I love that guy.
Yeah,
he's awesome.
Weapon.
I absolutely love. Now he's going directly against your brother-in-law. I think we should have told him that before. You know, you asked your questions, might have responded a little bit differently or whatever. But let's get to a break here. Baby Lordo's back in the studio.
Oh yeah, missed you, Lord.
Well, it's
Love you,
finals
Lordo.
time, babe.
Where'd it go?
Huh?
Where did that go?
It's shiny.
You couldn't find it for a while.
It's his case.
Everybody got a day with it.
Yeah, exactly. Bill just got back from the morgue.
What kind of joke was that?
It's where he took Lordo.
You
The
do
Lord?
anything you
Why?
want
What's he
with
doing?
Lordo.
Yeah, you take him wherever you want.
I need to go more.
He'll stay with the cup at the
One of his victims' ashes are in there now.
Actually, his ashes inside. All right. We'll be back on the other side. Big thanks to the Big Rig joining us. 8 p.m. tomorrow, the whole thing starts.
Here we go.
Stanley Cup final will be electric to watch.
Sure.
They'll be going very fast, trying to fly. And I mean, it is magical. Playoff hockey is magical.
Oh, yeah.
Stanley Cup hockey, awesome.
Yes.
I can't wait to hear what injuries that dude has.
Oh, I know.
He was just talking to us. He probably has like 4 broken ribs, a couple punctured lungs, the whole thing. Yeah, I got a dislocated ankle that they tape up every single time. Going to be out the next 3 months from walking with my kids. But we will never know that until after the finals is over. And that's why hockey's awesome.
Badass.
All right, we're back in 4 minutes. This is the Pat McAfee Show here, Tuesday, June 14th. Joining us live in the studio, Lord Stanley Cup is here! Yeah! Hey, Lord, okay. Oh! Hey, Dan, have you ever seen fucking Lord Stanley's Cup, dude? Look at this thing.
You got that in studio?
Yeah. It's Lord Stanley's Cup. It's big and nice and wide. We got Lord Stanley Cup in the studio. What does Lordo dream of when it takes a Stanley snooze?
We want the cup. We want the cup.
Well, we got it right now.
Oh.
AJ, will you give the fucking cup a motivational speech or not, dude? Please, I'm holding these headphones up like a doofus.
I'm absolutely not.
You spit in hockey's face like that? There's a dream of mauling zebras or hockey players while they're slamming booze. Harold, say hello to fucking Lordo.
Lordo.
Hello, Lord Stanley Cup.
You know what, Harold? I like your attitude.
Yeah.
Can't pick it up, but we can. Look great at it. Give it a hug. Don't you worry, your little Lordo head. We're gonna get you back to Mike and your Lordo.
It might be a replica.
It's not.
It's not.
What did you just fucking say?
We want to booze out of the cup. Love you, Laura.
Love you, Lord.
That's what I'd like to do. The Jacksonville Duval Jaguars are dead. And I think that is something that is a shame. But we should at least have a moment of silence, I guess, for the Urban Meyer-led Jacksonville Jaguar squad. He chose one time not to fly back home with the team after a loss. Said, I gotta see the grandbabies. That's right. The only babies he saw were those young ladies at the shop house that week.
Devil.
He had to answer a lot of questions about that, but then he got back on track and started coaching football.
Oh, yeah.
Forget about the fingers. And they won. They won a game in London. How'd they win? It's because they forgot about the fingers. That's right. And then they came back to America. And they lose. And they lose. And they lose. And they lose. And anonymous sources say, this guy fucking stinks. He's laughed out of meeting rooms. Everybody wants to smack him in the mouth.
Attitude reflect leadership, Captain.
Have a little mirror therapy, pal.
A little bit.
You stink.
You guys ever get yourself one of these? I didn't think so, you losers.
Hey, this one from high school, this one from college, and this one right here, middle fingers open for the NFL. If any of you would stop fucking me over.
Goddamn right.
That's what we're trying to get. Hey, you, defensive coordinator.
What's that?
You got any of these?
No, I don't. I don't, Coach.
That's why I thought you're a fucking loser.
I'm sorry,
You
Coach.
need to stop by the chop. Anyways, they're dead.
Today's video is sponsored by the best ticket app on Earth and
the moon.
SeatGeek. This is your weekly reminder that listeners of this show get 10% off at the link in the description.
Oh, yeah.
The NBA Finals are in full swing. Stanley Cup Finals start up tomorrow. Baseball is doing what baseball does.
Which is games every day, all day.
Every day, all day. Plus, there are concerts happening all summer long. And you can get tickets to it all on SeatGeek. Their seating chart will make sure you're getting the best value possible every single time. Just remember to hit the link in the description next time you buy some tickets for 10% off.
Oh, yeah.
Hey, shout out to SeatGeek.
Thank you, SeatGeek.
We do got to change wording on it. It says this video, and I guess this is a video.
Yeah.
But it's show.
This show.
Because I think they wanted to sponsor all the show today.
Oh.
I assume so.
Which is really nice of them to do because they are the greatest ticket buying platform.
They are.
By far.
Legit. Make things easier.
They'll tell you if it's a bad deal on it.
They will.
We're stooges, so everything we promote is just the easiest shit normally. The most convenient, easiest, and best. You know what I mean, AJ?
Least amount of steps possible.
Jason,
What happened?
That's muted.
Was that you
You
muted?
guys can't hear me?
Or was that Nick?
I'm not muted.
Oh, Nick. Well, you didn't want AJ to speak? Nick, what's that all about?
I've heard enough of Hawk today.
All right. Well, I think you're muted as well. We'll be back in about 6 minutes with hour 3 on the other side. We shall see you then. Unless my thing's not working. I think you were going through Zito's microphone there, were you? Whatever the case. AJ, great to hear you back, pal. Patty Maroon's my fucking favorite hockey player right now.
He's pretty awesome. I mean, I would hope the hockey, everything like hockey shows, any pregame show, they mention this guy and what he's doing right now, right? Like the consecutive titles.
Hey, we got an American here from St. Louis going for 4 straight. Like this should be a conversation here.
Yeah.
I hope they are. I assume they are.
Yeah, it's very well known what he's it's the historicness of what he's going for and what he's about to
In the
potentially
hockey
accomplish.
community.
Yes.
Okay, good.
Like I see posts, at least every series they've won. Like now he's won 15 straight playoff series. Is how they're kind of wording it right now. Until obviously they win their 4th in a row.
So, I think my favorite part about him is, hey, is Stanley Cup the place to throw some? Oh, Stanley Cup is definitely the place to throw some punches. It depends on who you're trying to muck it up. I'm not sure that they got any tough guys over there. What a shot just across the entire team. I love it. He knows exactly what he was doing with that line. He knows exactly what he was doing with that line. And I don't know the Avalanche team that well. I know they fly.
Yeah.
Are they a team that will get into the muddy waters if they have to?
Yeah, they're not going to back down from it, but they don't have anyone like Big Rig. They don't have that one individual player who's going to be that physical, imposing presence like that.
By the way, smelling salts. Woo! He is. I fucking love him. I'm so thankful he comes on the show. I'm pumped he came on. Quentin Richardson will join us in the next hour to talk a little bit about the NBA. AJ, Celtics might be dead, pal. We'll dive into that a little bit more, but Connor doesn't want to admit it. They might be done for, dude. Steph scored like 16 points. They still won.
You got to, I would imagine if you're the Celtics, which I still think the Celtics will probably win the next game because the Game 7 benefits everybody. The Warriors want to win at home and all of that, but when Steph is 0 for 9 from 3-point range and 220-some game without, that he hit a 3, and now all of a sudden that's the one game he doesn't. He has 16 points and you still lose, like, good luck.
Yeah, good luck.
It's not going to happen again.
Yeah, it's not good.
Why is this is not good for the NBA, that everybody's thought is, it's the NBA, there's going to be a Game 7. Like, that is, people are just acting like, this is the Harlem Globetrotters, dude. Like,
that's how it is.
It's just kind of the way it goes. It's going to be a Game 7. The NBA has to be thinking to themselves, well, it's not necessarily fantastic that everybody thinks all of our games are rigged to extend a series, especially this one, because of financial benefit. Like, that's not necessarily the best thing, I don't think, for the NBA to have to deal with.
No, definitely bad. But, I mean, there's a reason every time there's a game, it's like, okay, this guy is 3-12 against this group of refs, and I guess now 3-13 with the Celtics after last night. But, like, those stats play into it. The whole Chris Paul, Scott Foster thing play into it. And it's a business. I mean, I'm not saying they're going to call 0 fouls on the Celtics and every foul on the Warriors, but there is that home court. And I mean, we're talking about today, like Steve Javi talked on during game 1 about situational refereeing essentially, and if a guy already has a tech, even though it might by the book
we
be
need
a tech.
in the finals, are we going to kick a guy out for that?
Yeah.
With the score the way it is, with the way this audience is.
And after game 2, they
Can
basically
we get a
said,
real quick check on how, what's the positive vibe level from the global social media reader about this game? Everybody likes the way it's going. All right, fucking no tech. All right, let's keep this thing going. Thank you so much. Swallow your whistle. Nobody call it anything. That's it. That's literally it. You said it. Connor has said it. It's just matter of fact. Like, it's the NBA. This is
I don't think there's like a mandate. I'm not saying the commissioner's doing or saying anything. I just think it's all like a thing where people just have in the back of their mind, hey, you know, it wouldn't be a bad idea. Wouldn't be bad for any of us if this thing went 7. Like, I'm sure they're all thinking that.
2016 was the last time it went to 7 in the finals.
And that was Warriors Cavs when LeBron won.
And that was down 3-1, right?
And that was down 3-1.
And the one year when there was a sweep in the finals, what year was there a sweep in the finals? There was a bunch of layoffs afterwards.
That's probably what the NBA will say.
That's a new Google search. Let me see.
I thought that was
a bunch of layoffs afterwards.
That was KD, right?
It's true, man.
So they won 4-1, I thought. But it basically was a sweep.
Whatever it was, he missed like 2 or 3 games that they could be playing in prime time.
Yeah, we lost, I don't know, $70-80 million in advertising. Hope everybody's happy. Now you lose your job, you lose your job, you lose your job. You go talk to the ref, Donahue. Go talk to the ref, Donahue. He could have called a couple. Remember, there was a lot of pushing and shoving underneath. Could have got a couple extra free throws for the team. Could have gone at least 5 games, maybe 6. That's just another $25-30 million. No big deal. But yeah, it's all right. Yeah, it's very fair. Yeah, we won't we won't type this out, obviously, but you need to be a friend. Tell a friend that this is how we're thinking from here on out. That's what everybody says. Stats would say that that's not accurate. I mean, Adam Silver would point to the fact that the last one was 2016. We've had a lot of finals since.
The Warriors swept the Cavs in 2018.
So that goes
LeBron
directly against everything we all think. We'll talk to Quentin Richardson about it in about 19 minutes, and we'll also have Hour 3 on the other side of this minute-and-a-half break. I got to run to the bathroom. Hour 3 is going to be electrifying. Some phone calls on 5 Energy phone line 1-833-4 McAfee. We'll see you then.
The Pat McAfee Show.
There'll be no rules for our guests, for us, for the things we can talk about.
Speaking his mind.
I've never had a problem expressing my opinions or my thoughts or anything like that.
While being relatable.
I haven't had that manufactured fake-ass celebrity that a lot of people have whenever they go on those big networks. I've had a chance to really build my crew, build my following, build my audience.
And ridiculous.
What am I supposed to do? So I'm supposed to look at something that I can definitely afford and say, nah. Is that what I'm supposed to do?
The Pat McAfee Show starts in 3, 2, 1.
Welcome back to that show, Hour 3 on this Tuesday, June 14th, 2022. Shall begin immediately following this beach off from Twine.
Let's ride.
Let's ride.
Let's ride.
Let's ride. AJ?
Is that a new thing?
What? No, we've been doing this a long time. Russell stole this from us.
Oh, my bad. Haven't been paying attention. I'm sorry.
Yeah, so after the beat drop, we'll just go, let's ride. We've been saying that for like a couple years now. Russ might have took that from us.
I think so.
That's messed up.
That's crazy because I was a Plum Mustang, and we used to say,
let's ride.
So we've been saying this for a long time because Mustangs also horses, and when you saddle them up, you can easily say to the lads, hey,
let's ride.
And that's what we've been doing this entire time. That's why we started it. So if anybody got a rebuttal, you can fuck off. And with that being said,
let's ride.
In Hour 3 here, this should be fantastic. AJ, how come you didn't dive into the horse talk?
Well, I mean, I'm sorry I've missed this for the last 2 years. I will definitely try to pay attention and join in next time. So coming out of the 1 o'clock into the 2 o'clock hour, that's when we ride, right?
No, well, you won't be introduced at that point yet. So you would only have the 2. Well, yeah, unless what you just said. Yeah.
Yes.
Is that what you're going to say?
Yeah, so at this time, when we're coming back at this break, that's when we ride.
2 Eastern, you get your first opportunity to ride.
You guys will have already ridden
twice.
Yes, twice.
We have already rode 2 times.
Gotcha.
All right.
I'm in.
Okay, let's run that open again.
Yeah, here we go.
I would like this. Yep. I would like you to maybe get this the next time, so it's not big contradictions. We've been doing this for fucking 2 years.
Yeah,
Come on.
Go ahead and run that thing. You'll hear it, all right?
The Pat McAfee Show.
There'll be no rules for our guests, for us, for the things we can talk about.
Speaking his mind
I've never had a problem expressing my opinions or my thoughts or anything like that.
while being relatable.
I haven't had that manufactured fake-ass celebrity that a lot of people have whenever they go on those big networks. I've had a chance to really build my crew, build my following, build my audience.
And ridiculous.
What am I supposed to do? So I'm supposed to look at something that I can definitely afford and say, nah. Is that what I'm supposed to do?
The Pat McAfee Show starts in 3, 2, 1.
Hello, beautiful people. It is Tuesday, June 14th, 2022. It is 12:02 Eastern, and this sports show begins. Let's ride. No,
No, you botched it.
AJ.
AJ, it's 12:02.
It mutes me.
No,
Yeah, but
it's
it's 12:02.
12:02.
You're not in the first time.
What are you doing?
Remember, we
I'm sorry, I'll wait.
Remember,
Hey,
we
run-
ride twice.
Run the 12 o'clock one again.
We ride
No,
twice.
No.
Now we're on the 1 o'clock
That's what we're
one.
saying, though, is like,
Before you ride at all, we ride twice.
yeah. So 12:02, we wanted you to watch and learn from that one, but you just had to dive right in with
Yeah.
your muted mic.
Still in the barn.
Jeez.
I couldn't help myself.
This show sucks. So bad, dude.
So you set me up the whole time saying this is going to be the 12 o'clock hour.
Yeah. As the open was running there, I was sitting there. How do we do this? Look at the boys. It's first hour. Yeah. It's first hour that AJ shouldn't do. Yeah, it's pretty good. That's the show. Welcome back to it. Quentin Richardson, who is a good podcaster, good host, and a great NBA player, will join us in about 14 minutes to talk about the Celtics being absolutely dead.
Come on.
In the last hour,
That's not true.
you guys are just banking on the refs giving you the game.
No.
That's literally what you're saying. Oh, it's the NBA. He'll go to game 7.
Not banking on the refs to give us the game, but I am banking on them scoring more than 39 points in the first half at home in game 6.
Celtics got close, had a hell of a run.
They did.
Hey, I got no horse in the race.
Yeah.
I can't even look at my team and say, hey, tonight, let's
Let's
ride.
ride.
You know, I can't do that, which is something we've been doing for a long time.
Yeah.
So I'm very proud of the Celtics.
2+ years, yeah.
Yeah.
Well,
apparently.
since high school. 2005 is when I graduated. He's 06.
Yep, that's right.
He's 04. We've been saying at least since 01, I'd say. That's what's that? Do quick math. That's 2 decades plus.
Yeah.
Even
3 decades of riding.
the young Mustangs.
We should ask,
too.
should I ask Ezekiel or Elias?
Well,
Did they say
actually,
it?
big news coming out of the Ezekiel, the younger brother of Elias camp. Last night, he made an announcement after winning a match that next week, Elias will be back on Monday Night Raw.
Yeah.
What? Yeah, Elias coming back next
Holy
Monday.
shit.
So we get a chance to see old friend of ours, Nick. I'm pretty pumped up about
I
that.
can't wait. I hope he puts on a show.
Hope he's okay.
Yeah.
You know, I hope he comes back and he lets us know where he's been because obviously Ezekiel has been carrying the family's throne. He's the younger brother of Elias.
Thank you,
Clearly,
Zeke.
Elias come back on Monday. Ezekiel, I will say, seems to be much more yoked, jacked, toned, and tanned than Elias.
He does.
Can't wait to see what Elias looks like after, some long time away from everybody in the public eye.
Yeah, is Ezekiel's older brother Elias going to be wrestling, do we know, or is he just going to be like in the back?
We don't know.
Hope he plays the song.
Yeah, hope he plays
Plays
a
a
song.
song?
Hope he
Are they
doesn't.
going to be together?
Well, we don't know.
He didn't say, he should have said, hey, my brother will be here with me. He said, no, my brother will be here.
I think he's zeked up.
Yeah.
Yeah.
He was zeked up when he made the
Zeking
announcement.
out, what do you
Sorry, I
mean?
didn't get the words completely
Is that
right,
drugs?
dude.
Is that a term for drugs?
No,
Dude, the Zeke freak.
He zekes out every once in a while. He gets all zeked up, and he doesn't say necessarily the exact words he wanted to say. I assume that's what he meant to say, but what came out was, well, last be your Monday.
Yeah.
I'm all zeked up about it, he said.
I'm looking forward to seeing those two together then. That'd
Well,
be cool.
Ezekiel,
He
who is Elias'
jacked.
younger brother, jacked.
Yeah.
I mean,
Tan, Jack. He looks good, man.
do you think he's been doing the same stuff that Elias has been doing since high school, Ezekiel?
Connor said.
I
hope
mean,
so.
I assume they worked
Look at
out.
his traps.
Dude, he is a fucking specimen.
Yeah.
Ezekiel is a specimen. And Elias, who is Ezekiel's older brother,
Yeah.
he went to our high school, obviously. He was carrying around a gallon of water, not drinking, eating terribly, like fucking grilled chicken and rice, since he was like 19, I think, or 18. He's
Yeah.
been doing this for a long
Very
time.
dedicated.
And I wonder if Ezekiel saw his older brother doing that and was like, I'll do the same
do the
damn
same
thing.
thing.
I assume Ezekiel just kind of copied whatever Elias's, notebook was. of
Noted
workouts.
differences. Noted differences, though.
No, of working out, I mean.
Yeah.
So they had similar regiments.
Oh, got you.
Elias was kind of a scumbag. Ezekiel was much more wholesome.
Yeah.
Elias
True.
would beat the hell out of Ezekiel.
Fuck off.
You're wrong.
I will say Elias represents our high school a lot more than Ezekiel does.
Yeah.
Why?
I will say.
What do you mean?
Everything Nick just said.
Oh.
Yeah. Much better representation, I think.
Ezekiel's such a good guy, though.
I don't think he went to our school. Did he go to? He went to private school, I think, right? Didn't he?
Must have. He looks like a private school guy.
That's what we're saying.
Very clean cut.
Elias,
Gritty.
A little rough around the edges.
Elias is real. Ezekiel's fake. We all know it.
That's not true.
Go to hell.
We all know it.
You sound
Punch
like,
him in the face.
You sound like that stupid Mark Kevin Owens.
Dude, come on.
So hold on. Wait. Okay. Elias was here. Ezekiel just came up like a month ago.
He's always been here.
Ezekiel's like, I don't know how old he looks like. He's
In the
21, 22.
Yeah.
What do you think he's
Young gun.
born in a test tube?
He's like 22 year old.
Test tube baby, you're saying? Ezekiel.
That was a wrestler that we had in OCW, but nonetheless, Monday's a big day. Yeah, he was.
Yeah.
Monday is going to be a big day. We'll
British
see Elias,
Bulldog.
and we've missed him
Yeah, big time.
as old friends, Nick, and I guess. I don't think I'd say friend. I'm not friends. We were always on good terms, not friends.
Yeah.
Do not want anybody to ever think that I'm like. Nick was very tight with Elias. Very, very tight with Elias. Spent a lot of his days with Elias.
Mm-hmm.
We missed this guy.
We do. It's been like years since we've seen him.
Yeah, can't wait for him to come back. Hey, we miss you, Elias.
Miss you, Elias.
Luckily, his brother looks exactly like him.
Yeah, they're brothers, dude.
Yeah, same womb. What do you think?
Just like Connor McDavid and Cameron McDavid.
Exactly.
Yeah, Chauncey McDavid. He was out there with some brunette, walking the streets of Edmonton.
The Winklevi brothers too. They killed it, man. Have you seen their
twins.
bands?
Hey, they're running a crypto exchange right now. I wonder how business is for the Winklevi.
They're not great.
Are they the twins that were eating brains?
No, those are the actors who acted as the Winklevosses.
AJ, what's your stronger, bigger, better, faster, older brother doing?
Please hold. Please hold, Nick. I am so sorry. I understand that the conversation should maybe continue, but I believe I was just informed that somebody was eating fucking brains.
Actually, I think it was heart, to be exact.
Oh yeah. He said he would. He didn't actually do it, did he?
I don't know if he ever did.
He longed for it.
But he's definitely.
Who?
In the Facebook movie, I believe it's called Social Media.
Social Network.
Social Network.
Oh, this was the guy that said, I wish I love you so much. I will put my hand through your sternum.
Yes.
Through your rib cage, puncture a lung with my thumb probably. My nail might catch it like it does on jeans when I'm going in a pocket.
Oh, yeah.
I'm going to grab your heart, okay? I am going to slice all of the arteries,
The aorta.
whatever's off of it, and I'm just going to hold it in my hand and I'm going to protect it. That's what he said,
Yeah,
right?
he said,
Very
I
passionate
want to
lover.
feel it beat in my hands.
Yeah, wanted to wear her toe as a necklace, I believe.
He's romantic. Sorry.
That was a Winklevi?
The guy who played him.
What's his name?
You can
Army
see-
Hammer.
I guess there is people that would find that romantic in the world somewhere, but a lot of us probably go, oh, this guy's a fucking cannibal.
Yeah, he's a psychopath.
This guy's a psycho.
He probably thought he could get Megan Fox by saying stuff like that.
Because they do have the blood and thing.
Yeah, the blood thing.
That guy stinks at singing.
MGK. Dude.
You don't know shit about his music. He's MGK. Always sad face.
Yeah.
See, I remember.
Say it ain't so. Oh, Lord, go. Turn the lights off. Carry me home. He's performing, though, for like the high school kids that shop at Hollister every single day.
Well, that's
right?
because he was a rapper, then Eminem buried him and said, hey, you rap no longer. You have to do this type of music.
No, he just made an adjustment with the way he saw the business going. Get in where you fit in. He was signed by Diddy way back in the day.
Yeah.
Then that,
Combs?
huh? Yeah,
Sean?
Puff.
P.
Now he's acting.
Biggie's guy. He's a drummer too for that band.
Papa
Yeah.
Diddy Puff.
That's Travis.
Travis Pastrana.
Travis Barker.
No, he was the drummer in that band.
In the dirt.
Yeah.
Yeah, he was the drummer. in that
Tommy
band.
Lee.
And now he's just pop sensation, dude.
Yeah.
He's singing for the high schoolers that
I just don't. Man, I don't get
I
it.
don't know much about life, but this sucks. Wait till I pay taxes. Life will beat my asses. That's interesting. That
Pretty
was an
good.
entire thing back in high school.
Oh,
right
yeah.
there.
Yep.
What's that called? For Roan had a band there with PFT.
Emo.
in it.
Yeah,
That's
emo,
like that
punk.
stuff.
Pop punk.
Alternative.
Hey, but MGK used to go very hamsky. I would like to let everybody know that. Everybody took like Eminem side that entire thing because Eminem's Eminem. And by the way, nothing but respect for Eminem forever. MGK used to put out some real bangers.
Oh, yeah.
And then now he's
jamming.
Yeah.
That song that we all just had to sing along to, that Blink-182 song, they play that during Avalanche games. I think it's at the middle of the third period. It's like a thing. The whole crowd sings it. It's like their thing.
Oh, that's awesome. Standing tall, I will not go. Lord, standing tall.
Their lead singer's a big alien guy.
Yeah.
Who is
Whoa. Breaking news. I don't know his name. I just read his tweet. Somebody who lives in who? Dante the Dahn. I believe he works for Barstool. He lives in Illinois. He's the Chicago Cubs DJ as well,
Okay.
Zito just told me. He took pictures of the sky either last night whenever they were having a storm. 2 UFOs clearly in the thing. Why are they here so much? Why are people allowing us just now to talk about it? This is amazing. This is magical. Are they here for good? Here for bad? Let's go shake their hats. You know what I mean, AJ?
Do we have the picture we can pop up?
Yeah, I believe Zito's
I
going
do
to find
not
it right
like
now.
that they are starting tornadoes now.
Well, I don't think they're starting. I think they're just showcasing how alpha they are to all of us. Like, hey, you guys got to fly above and around and do all that. Let's go ahead and park it right in the middle of this bitch-made planet's biggest storm they got. I think that's potentially what they're doing. Or they just got lost and kind of got trapped up in the entire thing.
The storms
This
on
is the
Jupiter
picture?
are much stronger.
Yeah, this is the picture right here, pal.
So was this just a still shot of? These are supposed to be UFOs.
He posted one in the, there's 2 photos. That's a zoomed in one. The previous one, I believe, is the original that he zoomed in on. And everybody's like, oh, it's a drone, it's a drone. He's like, well, in the middle of a tornado? Like, what? Nobody's aliens above Medina with an H on there.
It's Philip Seymour Hoffman.
Medina? It's a golf course, I guess. Which part? Is that in Chicago or where's it at?
Yeah, it's very nice. In the Chicagoland area.
So maybe they're just checking out what the slant was on the green.
I believe the Ryder Cup was there.
Yeah. I mean, that drone would be huge. Anybody who thinks that's a drone.
It's something. I mean, are we going to ever get answers?
Bro, it's starting to happen on a very regular basis, though, right now.
Yeah.
Don't like
It's
it.
starting,
I guess yesterday as well, like the crazy weather patterns that we were having, like things were being lifted, like basically tornado weather was over around that area.
It wasn't supposed to rain in Indiana yesterday, and then out of nowhere there were those thunderstorms.
So we're saying these things got big fans on the bottom of them. They're like, well, we're going to blow some this way, we're going to blow some that way, and we're just going to go ahead and do a little do-si-do with their weather system down on this
They were probably pulling like 40
bitch-ass
Gs.
planet.
Yeah, I feel like that's a possibility. Like, hey, let's make a thunderstorm over here, a tornado over here, and then let's steal everything inside of it.
Is that what they're doing? Are they here for bad, for good? Is there a couple?
There's probably
good?
nobody on that thing.
They're not here.
It's probably drones, right? It's just like what we
It's just
got.
autonomous. They just send it out.
You sound like a fool. Obviously, there's someone on there.
When
are we going to get? Okay, it's
if
happening.
they were
We need more
here
detail.
for like, if they wanted to just end us,
They
I don't,
could, right?
Yeah, I think they would just show up and do it. Like, I don't think they'd be like
If we
hanging
wanted to
around.
end them, we would end them. Maybe they're scared of us.
Well, maybe, and I chatted with somebody who was in the military at a pretty high level very recently, and it seems as if a lot of these things show up around military operations. So a lot of the thought is potentially that if you were to find another planet and want to potentially, wouldn't you want to know what the fuck they got there? Like, hey, let's figure out if we are in trouble here, if we can, whatever. And then whenever they're going, however fast they're going into the water, out of the water, flying past all of our things, they're like, hey, they report back home, hey, we're good if we really want to go to this place if we need to. You know, that gets, I honestly, I appreciate the people that are just like, stop being a fucking conspiracy theorist whack job or whatever. But also, how could you not at this point with how much shit is coming out? I guess they can all just be justified by weather balloons and drones and lights and everything like that. But isn't there there's a pretty significant amount of shit that has happened. Now, alleged UFOs and UAPs. But how could you not even have that conversation? And why is NASA just now deciding, oh, we should look into this?
They didn't want to
What the fuck have you been doing?
Come on.
It wasn't TC's greatest movie, but War of the Worlds. The aliens did hide in the lightning and storms. And
TC had a bad movie?
I said not his greatest.
It wasn't a bad movie.
No.
It was good.
If you want to find a bad TC film, fucking, I hope you got all day because you'll just be flipping through the catalog until you get to the early 80s.
We got a new YouTube page, by the way, AJ.
Uh-oh. What is it?
McAfee movie reviews.
Oh, yeah.
We're doing it. We took yesterday's clip, put it up there. It's like 15 minutes. Had 72 views this morning. It's fucking going. We're climbing.
Here we go.
We are climbing. Now, we're not world-renowned movie critics yet. But I would like to let everybody know we're definitely going to stay consistent with that.
Yeah.
Have to.
Every Monday.
Aren't we?
Let me know the next movie. I'll watch it
Yeah,
too.
what are we
so I can
watching this
jump in.
weekend?
Interstellar.
World War Z?
I think we got to do like a. I've not seen any of the classics.
Okay.
Like, what's a classic?
Shawshank Redemption.
I've seen
Jack
Shawshank
with Robert Williams.
Excuse me.
Jack is a
Don't
classic.
you think I haven't seen fucking Dufresne do his thing?
Hey, look, I was late to the key when it came to Shawshank Redemption, so I wasn't sure.
Dude, Red was there, bro. What are you even talking about? What's a movie you just said?
The Godfather.
Okay, that's long.
Yeah,
it is long.
Strap in.
Who has a golf
Have you seen
round
Casino?
to
Very
watch?
long, very Italian.
Casino also very long.
Seen
but
Casino?
also
You
very
should
good.
see that.
Casino's good though.
What
Raging
about
Bull?
Fight Club? I've never seen that one. Have you
That's
seen
long.
that one?
I don't think so, but I do know the end of it, right?
Yeah.
Yeah,
You probably do.
Have you seen Casino?
No.
That would be one that's kind of
That
right
one.
up your alley. That I think you would like a lot.
Okay, then we got to pick one that I'm going to hate as well because I think those reviews are going to do a lot better.
Okay, well, do you want to do like an actual like old
Zito just
classic?
dropped a new Buzz Lightyear movie. Boom. That's what we'll
Oh,
do.
there you
That
go.
one looks
Yeah,
awesome.
But
You're
I think
gonna love that.
I think that's only theaters, so you're gonna
is.
have to go to the theaters.
I'm not
to see.
doing this shit
exactly.
again.
Exactly.
I'll wait for that one to get streamed.
What about just like a random Disney movie since you've never seen it?
There you go. Which one?
Fucking A Bug's Life.
No, just a random movie that people like a lot and always are talking it up. That's one that you will definitely hate. Like there's a bunch of movies like that.
Toy Story.
Believe me.
What
I've
about
seen
adult
fucking
movies?
Woody, dude.
What about Up?
2 and 3.
I've never seen Up.
Up's
Why are we
great.
doing animated stuff?
I don't know.
I'm with AJ on this one.
I don't get it. What are we doing? Are my kids here? Can we mention a movie with humans?
Up is unbelievable.
It's so good.
You seen Armageddon?
Poop on my finger.
Poop on my finger.
I've not seen Armageddon.
Oh, dude.
Oh, that's
That'll
another
be-
banger.
Okay,
You
so,
might like both those. though.
Yeah.
so we'll
Okay.
do Armageddon
Yeah.
and we'll do Casino.
Yeah.
Okay.
All right, that's what we're doing this
I
weekend.
am pumped.
All right, everybody get ready for another movie review on Monday.
Aerosmith next week too.
Armageddon's the one where
Harry Stamper saves.
There's a meteor coming for the Earth.
all right.
Bruce Willis, Ben Affleck,
Unbelievable cast.
Really?
Coach
Bill
Yost.
Yost, yeah, for Remember the Titans.
Here we go. Let's fucking go.
Michael Clark Duncan in one of his last roles.
Yep,
Steve
R.I.P.
Buscemi.
Hey, Yost!
Oh, the Green Mile. There's another one.
That's a good one.
I've not seen Green Mile.
That's a good
Okay,
one.
Okay, if we
That is a
want,
good one.
want to do one that you're going to hate. Yeah.
The Green Mile I'm going to hate?
No.
You'll see 6 minutes of
You're
it.
gonna like both of these movies if we're doing Armageddon and Casino.
Okay, we'll see. That's what we got for this weekend. How about we talk about what happened last night?
Okay.
Joining us now, 13-year NBA vet, former three-point shooting champion, host of the Knuckleheads podcast with Darius Miles, an absolute champion of NBA conversation. At Q Rich, ladies and gentlemen, Quentin Richardson. What's up, dude?
Appreciate you fellas as always.
Hey, you a movie guru? Watch a lot of movies? My childhood was not
Absolutely.
spent watching movies. Yours was, yeah?
Yeah.
Did you see the newest Jurassic World Dominion?
I didn't see it. I took the kids to see it and it was sold out, so we had to go see Doctor Strange.
How was Doctor Strange?
I dug it. My kid, my 5-year-old was he had a couple moments, but he was cool. He was able to deal with it. He's big into the Marvel, so it was good.
Okay, well, JWD stunk, so you didn't miss anything there. Yeah, Jurassic World Dominion is actually thrusted me into a position that I didn't want to become, which is a movie critic. So, because I've watched next to no movies, so I think I'm a pretty good palate to potentially go out and judge things. I've obviously seen all the greats.
Mm-hmm.
I've seen all the Dumb and Dumbers, the Happy Gilmores,
Right.
The Remember the Titans.
Right.
I got a
Waterboy.
little John Q. I've seen I have
Hustle.
The Pest.
Kurt Warner.
Have you seen Van Wilder?
No, but that's Burt Kreischer, right?
It's based on his exploits.
Ryan
I've not watched it. You love the movie? Good movie?
I'm in the movie.
You're in the movie?
I'm totally in the movie.
What do? You a big time thespian? I didn't know this. You're an actor? Is that the only movie credit you have?
I got my SAG card now, Pat. I got my SAG card.
Wow. Did you watch Hustle and what did you think of it? I thought the NBA guys were very good in that movie.
I haven't got a chance to see it yet. I was gone this whole week. I was in Boston. Well, this past week I was gone. I was working at the finals, and then I had to go to New York for something yesterday, and I just got back. I'm going to watch it today, though.
I feel like the NBA does a lot with entertainment. That Bullet Train commercial where they got a bunch of guys in there, even in the past, the NBA is pretty, close with Hollywood, I think. This Hustle, they took advantage of that. I mean, there was 20 guys around the NBA that were in that movie. It's awesome.
A lot. I remember when they were shooting it. They were out in Philly doing it. I remember that.
Yeah, I'll tell you what. Bo Cruz could shut a motherfucker down. The Boa Challenge was a...
Yeah.
I mean, the Celtics need Boa right now.
Right now. Bring him up.
They need Bo Cruz right now on that squad. Let's talk about it. Celtics are dead, Q Rich, and how come just the understanding of everybody? It's so matter of fact. Connor said it, AJ said it, and we're not in the NBA world, but I think we are, normal stooge thought on a regular basis why our show does above averagely, I think. So everybody just assumes that the NBA is going to force this thing to go 7 games because business-wise, Tim Donaghy in the past, the refs will swallow their whistles for their home teams. This thing's going to go 7. That's literally how everybody feels. We looked this up. The last game 7, I guess, was in 2016 or something like that. It's been a while. That's not normal. Do you feel it's going to go 7 games? And do you think it's justified that this is how, regular casual NBA fans view it? Like, oh, the NBA can control the outcome.
That's totally false that the NBA is going to control the outcome. I do, however, feel like there's a high probability for it to go to a game 7. I say that because I like I just said earlier, I was in Boston for game 3. And when I say I was at the hotel, 2 o'clock, the game wasn't until 9. 2 o'clock, 3 o'clock, is people in the streets walking around, Celtics jersey on, they drinking beers, getting loaded up right then, 2 o'clock. When we got to that arena and I got chills 2 to 3 different times from the way that crowd went crazy. And when Lucky ran out with the flag and the team ran out, it was like the roof that came off the building. And I'm not lying. I've been in a lot of environments and that was crazy. So with that crowd, if Boston could give them something to get excited about early in that game, that could easily help propel them to a tough game win.
What do you think their plan's going to be? I mean, with Steph going 0 for 9 from three-point range and only scoring 16, there's a good chance it's not going to happen again. What's their plan? Are they going to switch anything up?
That will never happen again. I don't care what they switch up. That will never happen again. I literally just was talking to my man D Miles about that. That was the fact that you guys didn't get that win with him performing like that. That's gonna bite him in the ass the whole time. I don't care what he'll never have a 0 for 9. He'll never have a game again where he attempts 9 threes and don't make one.
What happens if some nights the hoop looks smaller or some nights you're just off by a little bit? What is it as a former great shooter, still a great shooter?
I just think I just think that's what it was. He just missed, and I think that's the once in a getting struck by lightning. That won't happen to him again.
And he loves doing the big dick dance on that entire crowd, which you know what I mean. The other guys maybe not so much, but he does love doing the hey, who's got the biggest balls and shoots the best balls in this entire garden. I'm that guy.
Yeah, hold my nuts.
What's up with Tatum in the fourth quarter? Everybody's saying he kind of disappears in there. Is that a problem, or is that just good Golden State Warrior defense?
I think it's great defense and, growing pains, man. People forget the kid is 24 years old. He was definitely, all NBA first team, and he's headed towards superstardom if he hasn't already arrived there already. But, yeah, man, I mean, when the game plan is to stop you, it could be tough sometimes. And I think, he'll get better for it from everything he's experiencing right now. I think he's going to become a better player moving forward from it.
Yeah, Q Rich. Bob Williams obviously has been unbelievable, but since the Warriors have been starting Otto Porter Jr., is there a reason they don't start Grant Williams to kind of mix it up, or do you think they're trying to kind of exploit how they're bigger and kind of faster and stronger when they do go with that smaller lineup at Golden State?
Yeah, I think that's Ime. I mean, he forced them to make that change. I don't think he sees that he needs to change it yet because Rob Williams has been the most, impactful paint player, interior player in this whole series. So, I mean, I don't think he should change that. I mean, they have to play better and figure something out. But I don't think that, Otto Porter has come in and totally wrecked the lineup and made Robert Williams look like he doesn't belong out there. So I think it's fine.
Whenever you think about all-time great teams, if Golden State was to go on and win this, would people consider them like a dynasty, you think, with what they've been able to accomplish, even though KD was there at one point and now he's no longer there?
I don't know what people are going to think. I respect them as one. What else do they, what is the definition of it? I mean, they've been there that many times, and then, even with a 2-year hiatus, and they come back and reload, and they right back here, and they got a chance to win it. If they win it, I mean, you got to look at them as a contender for next year as well. So why wouldn't we consider them that?
Hey, there's so much talk about Draymond and how he should be used and when he should be in and his offensive production. What do you think they should do with Draymond here for the rest of the series?
I like what Steve Kerr is doing with them, man. Like, you got to understand, man, these dudes got history. They've been to 3, 4, 5 finals together, and they've been through them battles. So, I mean, what Steve Kerr is doing is he's playing it how he sees it. If he sees it, at some stretch that, hey, we need to get some shooting or some scoring in there, he's got the leeway in that relationship with Draymond, and Draymond isn't going to go crazy or not respond in the right way. And like he did in the other game, he stayed out, he surveyed the game, and when they called his number back in, he was ready to play, and he made some game-winning plays down the stretch. So, I mean, I think they got that experience that they have and that relationship and that history they got together makes everything in play because, he knows the moment. He knows what's important here is to win, and he knows Steve Kerr, if he takes him out or whatever he does, it's only to win the game. It's not personal with him.
Up 12, 4 minutes left. Draymond Green ends up directly in the middle of the Boston Celtics huddle after trying to swat the ball out of Tatum's hands. Is it just like, oh, this guy's a pest? That's how the Celtics have to view, and that's what they're talking about with Draymond? Like, hey, he is trying to get, I think he had 5 fouls at the time.
Oh, yeah.
5 fouls at the time doing that. Is it just understood around the league, like guys like that, hey, you just have to keep it cool somehow however you can? Because it looked like that could have got a little bit contentious, and it did not. Obviously, the finals are probably a reason for that. But how is that handled amongst other NBA players?
I mean, you got that's the bottom line. You got to understand who you're dealing with here. And sometimes you're either going to take the bait and fall for it or you're not. And I mean, sometimes people make a conscious decision. It's not me taking the bait. I want to do this. And they just do whatever they do. But I mean, I think you got to understand with Draymond. Draymond is doing what he's supposed to do. He's bringing that energy and he's bringing that intensity for his team. Whether it's being, antagonistic toward Tatum or whatever, trying to get in his head, or, he's just trying to do whatever he can do to help his team. And I know what Draymond is. I know who he is. And if he doesn't bring that edge, he's not going to help his team. So he has to play that way.
See, he had that wide open 3 early in the game. And I saw him hit 5 straight in warmups. Yeah. So the over on Draymond hitting a half a 3 felt like a lock. Then he hits that first shot, and they said he was not gun shy. I disagree. I think I saw when he got the ball, he actually thought oh my God, this is it. And then he obviously bricked off the side or whatever. Is there something to just getting one of those mental blocks in basketball, like every other sport that happens? And how do you get through it, you think, as a basketball player?
Man, I always just kept shooting, whatever. It's just like, that's literally the only way you're going to do it. I mean, you can't think about it. I mean, obviously, Draymond isn't like a knockdown 3-point shooter, but when you catch it, you either let it go or you don't. I feel like, it's like you study long, you study wrong. That's what we say. Like, you stand there with the ball, you iron it down. Like, most of the time, you take it too long, you're going to miss. You just shoot it. Don't even think about it. You hit, you miss, you miss. I mean, it's not like, somebody's dependent on you. It's not like they looking at you like Steph or Clay. Like, for me, in my mind, it's easier for him to let it fly than anybody else because don't nobody expect him to make it. So what?
You study long, you study wrong. Is that the paralysis by over-analysis thing in the NBA? That's amazing.
Yes, sir. That's what we say.
Hey, that's why I never studied. You know what I mean? Like, here I am, Tuesday, June 14th, 35 years old, years removed from any classroom, and I finally figured out why I did the way I did things. You study long, you fucking study wrong. Okay? Are we overthinking it? I mean, that is literally everything in my life. I got a new motto.
Here we go.
Thank you, Q. I appreciate that.
No doubt. All good.
Let that thing fly. Think about how small that hoop can look for some guy. We're golfing every once in a while, and that ball just shrinks up. It's like, I am never going to be able to hit that fucking ball. Then some days the ball feels like it's a beach ball, and it's like it's going to be is there some games in some courts that look a little bit better to shoot in than other places?
Yeah. Sometimes it's the background, the way the arena looks, and some people, it's just certain arenas. I felt like for me, Washington and Phoenix was a place where I always shot the hell out of the ball, and I had good games there. So I don't know. I mean, you really don't notice it until you look back at it, but I definitely feel that way. It was certain arenas and certain buildings that I felt good about all the time.
With the Celtics raising the rim, one of them, up 2 inches, did guys have shoot-arounds on that rim, and does that affect anything before the game? Is that great gamesmanship by the people of Boston who've been boozing all day making decisions?
Hell yeah. Listen, the fact that they had to resize, that's just one of the legends that it's always some shiftiness going on in the garden. So, that just adds to the history lessons with it.
You love it with that fucking evil laugh.
Goddamn right.
Go ahead, Ty, please.
Rich, going back to Draymond, and I don't know if it's because the media has talked about it so much and with his podcast, but like he's been like this kind of since he got into the league. Are there not as many guys who can like effectively get under guys' skin now because so many of the players seem like they're tight? Like in your era, it seemed like there were a lot more guys like Draymond who had that chip on their shoulder, and like that was kind of their job, was just to be a pest. Do you think he's one of like the last kind of guys like that in the league right now?
Probably so. He's probably like, as far as like he's gonna be that irritant and the antagonizing. He seeks you out for that. I mean, probably so. I think our generation was just different. That it was just whether you were like that or not, you responded to certain things in certain ways. It wasn't that we went out of our way to be antagonistic, but it was just, I think our generation was a little more irritable, you could say, and then we didn't just deal with a lot of that.
A little bit more irritable, yeah. And also, I think this generation is a lot more friends with each other. Like, hey, we don't have to hate each other. We're all trying to get our money. When back in the day, it was like, no, I don't want that motherfucker to get money. I would like that dude to lose. That's how it is, I think, in every sport almost. It's kind of a changing of the tide.
Yeah, you see the whole, you see dudes after the game swapping jerseys and all of that. Like, it was none of that. We was trying, like, especially on the court, we didn't give each other credit like that. That's why it's like, it's cool to have a podcast and be able to do that now, because we didn't let people know, like, yo, you nice, man. Like, nah, we ain't, like you said, none of that to you. Like, I'm gonna see you next game. That's all, and then it's on. We out of here. But like now, you see guys kumbaya and taking off jerseys and hugging, sweat naked and stuff. I'm like, nah, that was never just.
Q Rich, what is Boston gonna have to do to try to win 2 games here?
Score.
Man, they just got to take it one game at a time. I mean, the best thing they got in their favor is that this next game is going to be in Boston Garden. It's going to be at home, and them fans are going to be absolutely, like, crazy. Like, they know, like, those fans are very, very in the know of what's going on. This is an elimination game. They're going to be there. They're going to be ready to blow the roof off that thing. All Boston, all the Celtics as players got to do, they got to give the fans something to get behind early in the game. They got to do something early to get their fans hyped and let them have their impact on the game.
Q-Rich, there's a lot of Celtics players who are actually shooting better from 3 than they are for 2. And it kind of feels like when the ball gets to maybe Tatum and Brown that it stops moving. Like, how hard is it for role players, like when it gets to star players, to actually like keep moving and keep running the offense?
No, I mean, it can be difficult at times, but I mean, at this point, this is, they're in the finals, man. They've been used to what Jason Tatum and Jaylen Brown have done all season. They've been the driving force for that team, and they've been playing, I mean, obviously this series they could play better, but the style and the way that they're playing and going about it, they played this way the whole season. So I feel like all of the, the others and the support players, they're used to the way those guys play, and they know what to expect from them.
Hey, Q Rich, we appreciate you making some time, man. Hopefully you'll join us after the next game.
Yes, sir, man. Anytime, fellas, give me a hit.
The Knuckleheads podcast with him and D. Miles is absolutely fantastic. Ladies and gentlemen, Quentin Richardson. Thank you, man. All right, let's get to a break. We'll wrap up the show with some phone calls. Feel like we learned a lot there.
Yeah.
He very
awesome.
Adamantly said the NBA does not control games. Like, there might be some calls, but I feel like coming from a player, it's a lot more like, yeah, we made shots, we didn't make shots, we weren't doing the right thing. It's a little bit deeper analysis as opposed to just, oh, the refs fucking gave him again.
It's much different. It was awesome to hear, like, when the Celtics came out and everything,
Chills.
Game 3. Yeah, chills. Yeah. Love that.
So who's lucky? A little leprechaun run out there?
Oh, yeah, he does all these flips and shit and dunks the ball at halftime. It's awesome.
Yeah? Little person?
No. I think just kind of a short fella.
Off a trampoline?
Yeah, off a trampoline. He's got the
Phoenix Suns gorilla.
Full.
Oh, leprechaun outfit. Oh, yeah. Whole entire thing.
Is he friends with Notre Dame's?
He's not friends with Notre Dame, but he is friends with the Lucky Charms guy.
Okay.
Yep.
I figured they all would be.
No,
I doubt it.
He is.
I don't know about that.
Is there anyone in Boston that's not a fan of Boston sports?
Losers.
For real, though. Like, are there people that live in the heart of Boston that don't like Boston sports?
No. Because if
That's
they
awesome.
did, they would get run out of town.
I love that.
Just like that. Fucking losers do, maybe. They've
Think
won.
about it, though. Think about if you're not a Boston fan and you live there.
They've won so much, dude. How could you not? You have to be the most, you know what I mean? Like, how could you not? Him talking about them boozing it too all the way through.
Oh, yeah.
The Celtics fans feel as if they are a part of that thing, just as much as everybody else. Just like the Patriots fans feel that way. Just like that is what every city, I think, and every team and franchise is striving for. But you guys need not be ridiculous, all right? There's kids there, real classy. We're back and forth with some phone. That was such bullshit. I still hate him for that.
Oh, yeah.
But it's hard not to love Steph, so it's kind of tough.
Hey, I completely understand Steph. He is unbelievable to watch.
We're back and forth on the 5 Energy phone line, wrapping up this Tuesday, June 14th. Big thanks to Patty Maroon and Quentin Richardson joining us. Can't wait to have convos with maybe you on the other side. 1-833-4-McAfee. We'll see you then. Maybe you win your own Baby Lordo.
Wow.
With a good phone call. Got it. We're not giving this one away. Maybe some other one. See you then.
Danger zone.
This is fucking huge.
No texting or talking policy.
That was fucking awesome, huh? That was crazy. Diggs, your thoughts?
Expectations weren't high enough. 99% of bullshit. It should have been 100. Best movie I've ever seen. It's not even fucking close.
TC never disappoint.
Great last 15 minutes, but looks like I'm gonna have to absolutely murder this movie today. Sorry.
If everybody is telling me to do something, there is about 100% chance I'm not going to do it. I am so incredibly thankful I went and saw that.
Hell yeah.
Hey.
Hell yeah.
This thing was fucking awesome. I'm not a big Tom Cruise guy. What a fucking animal this guy is.
That's why he's the best, because he is a certified maniac. Like, he is a psychopath.
That was fucking awesome to watch. Boston Connor, your thoughts?
I couldn't agree to disagree more with Tony because I do not think it was 100%. I'm sorry, everyone loved this fucking movie.
I dive in. I love it. Ty Schmidt loved it. Tone Diggs loved it. Boston Connor said,
I liked it.
He's not mature enough to understand why that movie was so damn good. What's the most beer you did in one night you think of one of those shows?
Well, I never forget when we went to Japan one time. Dudley, Stacy Keebler. I mean, there were so many people out there. I think we went through 103 or 108. Now, between just for myself, you know, I'd always make sure to have about a 12 or 18 pack there. And, you know, here's the thing when some people say, oh, shit, man, you got too much of that beer on you. You don't even know how to drink beer. It's like, dude, fuck you. You don't know what I'm trying to do. I'm trying to entertain 20,000 people in an arena. If I just go out there and sip it real properly, how fucking exciting is that? So when you're out there on an empty belly and you're shotgunning beers and all that shit's going in, the half that was going in was for me. The half that was going on was for them. Nice. But I'm telling you, Pat, when you shotgun a bunch of beers like that and you're drinking about half of each beer, you got a pretty damn good buzz when you come out. And that's a sacrifice I was willing to make every single night.
I would assume you were pretty fucked up, yeah. When did you start self-cheersing? When did you start self-cheersing? Was that something you did in college? You're like, hey, Steve, good for me, man. Like, when did that start?
No, you know what? I got to give credit to Sandman for starting that, but he was bashing him off his head, and I don't remember, and it wasn't because Sandman was doing it, so I don't want to say I copied him, but he was the first. So, and then my style was, because people always get us confused. They'll say, yeah, man, you used to bang them on your head. No, motherfucker, I was the guy that clacked them together. It was just something we came up with. I don't know how the beers got introduced to the ring, but it became a thing, and we ran with it.
Oh, yeah.
Ooh.
Hear that sax? Oh. That feels good, doesn't it, AJ?
Is Michael Bolton?
Not sure if that's the case. It's DJ Kyle Best, but, today we'll go down to history as the first day I decided to become a coffee guy because it's, it's said to make me live forever. And just so happens to be also the day that Tone Diggs selected for the Brand coffee mug to be 15% off at store.patmcafeeshow.com. How nice is that mug?
It's good mud in that mug.
What did you just drink there? Big sips?
Some fucking good mud.
See, you just did better acting than anybody in Jurassic World Dominion.
What are you talking about?
Because I know you didn't drink anything out of that. And it actually kind of appeared as if you did
What?
drink something. Yeah, that was already halfway or already empty. We got it from the back there before we did it. But your acting was fantastic. Maybe you're in Jurassic World Dominion's...
Dominion.
Sequel.
The Dominion's Dominion.
Yeah, exactly. Maybe you're in that one with the acting. But the mug is fantastic, huh?
Great mug.
Quality mug.
Keeps it warm and cold if you want it to be cold.
I will say on the photo that we're putting in there, the For the Brand part is in a different part of the mug than what it actually should be directly on the side there.
Yeah.
It's a little bit off center.
A little bit.
And so when you hold it,
you can say, hey, here's to you.
Fucking.
It's a cheers-in mug.
Exactly.
Isn't it? It's a community mug.
Yeah.
It's a cheers-in mug.
Put booze in it.
15% off right now at store.patmcafeeshow.com.
Grandpa's old cough syrup in here.
Bingo.
Talking about a little Bailey's in there.
What?
Well, not this Bailey.
What?
Talking about that Bailey.
What?
Who made the creamy alcoholic thing that people put in the coffee.
What?
Not Bill.
Not Bill.
No.
Who took Lordo to the morgue.
Yeah. Very interesting. Well, that's actually funny.
Has he responded?
I don't think we ever got a response out of Bill. He's been
Says a funeral home, asshole.
Yeah, that and he's coding for YouTube still at this point.
That's right.
Let's go to the phones, AJ, shall we?
Let's do it. 5 Hour Energy phone lines, right?
Bingo. What's phone number, AJ?
Cherry's my favorite.
Big self-bump. Big
self-bump. The king is back.
Yep, that was good.
Good for you. Cherry is delicious.
Yeah.
There's a extra strength cherry as well out there at 5hourenergy.com. Use promo code McAfee to get 10% off. There's a peach mango too. That's really it's a good summer treat there.
Oh yeah.
Delicious. Tropical berry.
And, it's
Watermelon.
not. And for those that are wondering, it's not the taste like as you're drinking it.
Sure.
It's the aftertaste.
Yeah.
Because it's just one shot to bring you all the life that you need for the next 5 hours. The aftertaste is delicious. Let's go to Shane in Brooklyn. Shane, what's going on, pal?
Still didn't give it a number.
AJ boys, how we doing?
Keep moving.
Keep moving. I wanted to ask
You.
a quick question about Trey Lance. What does he have to exactly do this season, to live up to the standard that Jimmy G has set to get into the NFC Championship game? And how is Ty going to feel when the Niners inevitably kick their ass in the playoffs?
I'll let Ty get his rebuttal in here in a second. But Shane, you're a Niners fan, obviously. What are your expectations of Trey Lance?
I think it's kind of hard to say. I think the bar is set kind of high. He obviously only got to play like a game and a half last year. Obviously, there's clips that come out of practice and camp that show flashes, but he's a young guy. He just turned 22 like a month ago. So
Yeah.
I don't know. He's athletic, has some raw talent, but we'll see what happens. I'm optimistic.
Okay, you're optimistic. What does that mean, though? Like, very, 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 very successful team without him. He gets
He's got to
in.
put up bigger numbers than Jimmy G, though, don't you think?
Well, thank you for your call, Shane. And also, if they don't make the playoffs,
Yeah.
That's the thing. Like, Jimmy's numbers aren't crazy, but he won a lot of games. And he won some big games in the playoffs.
so what if Pad Statford, Trey Lance comes in and puts up big numbers, but they don't win as many games? Then all of a sudden the numbers won't matter, even though those were held against Jimmy G for the entirety of his career. There's a lot of hypocrisy in the judgment of how a player's doing or how a player's not doing, especially at the quarterback position. But that team being stacked as much as it is all the way around the quarterback, and them having a lot of success in the past few years, especially against the Packers and those big-time games, being in the Super Bowl, the conference championship. I mean, he's going to have to come in and do well. Is it fair? No, but he did get 1 year to sit and watch, and I guess that's all people will look back upon. Like, they gave him time to learn and grow. He's going to have to get out there and win, and the amount of pressure on that fucking dude is absurd. It is insane to think about, but that's the NFL. You fucking do it or you don't, and I think Lynch knows that, Shanahan knows that, and most importantly, Trey Lance knows that as well. He has to, I think, at this point.
He's been around long enough. He's been there in the facility in games and practice, so he knows like what the culture is and what they expect. But I think you're right because, he's walking into a better situation than maybe some first-time starters because he does have a solid team around him, offense and defense. But in turn, that gives you higher expectations, and the guy that was just here was beloved by everybody, it seems like. I don't know, fans, I feel like, are kind of hit or miss with Jimmy G, though.
Well, as Nona doesn't cook.
Yeah, true.
So that was kind of surprising to me, especially in an Italian family to grow up with.
Does he like Fazoli's?
What's that?
Does he like Fazoli's?
Well, we don't know if he stopped by Fasolini's, but he was at Subway getting the gabagool.
Yeah.
And they didn't even say gabagool, by the way. They said capicola. I'm like, whoa, it didn't say gabagool and Nona doesn't cook?
Jimmy.
What the fuck is going on?
He probably does love Fazoli's then, yeah.
Yeah. Well, who doesn't?
Which people will judge him for, by the way.
Exactly.
So I wonder if he did say in like the first 10 takes of that, maybe if we could get the Broncos social media team on set for any of these commercial shootings so we can get the non-used versions of all these things. Maybe he did say, hey, try the gabagool. And they're like, need to dumb it down, please.
Come on. Can't do that.
For the non-Italians out there. Just say capicola. And he's like, okay. Hey, there's pepperoni and gabagool and Jimmy.
Did it again.
Need to say capicola. We don't know if that happened or not, so we have no idea. And was that his actual Nona who doesn't cook? Because that would have to be a big paycheck to Nona, I think, too. Yeah. And if I know Italian families well enough.
Yeah, Nona. If she doesn't cook, I don't think Nona's an Italian grandmother.
Whoa.
That's what I'm saying. I'm thinking that's
He's spot on.
Thank you.
I know, but this is like the Pittsburgh Italians are basically all I, try to act like I know about, because I was baptized in the fucking middle of all of them. I mean, it is.
And you're Italian.
23andMe later showed me that I was Italian, so I'd been preparing for that for a long time. And now I was on the other side of it for a lot of conversations, which really, you guys want to apologize to me, by the way? Nick, you, the other Italians?
What do you mean, you guys?
You know exactly what I'm saying. You guys had abused me because I wasn't an Italian.
Yeah.
For all those years, you guys making fun of me. Oh, look at this bread loving, potato loving son of a.
How's the famine?
What was that about bread?
Bread. Well, I don't know how the bread snuck in there. I think
potato bread.
Yeah, exactly. Boom. You called me out a lot of times about how white. Did you guys want to apologize for me because I was Italian? You were talking to one of your own there. Anyways,
good to have you on the right side.
Yeah, well, it's great to be here, but I don't know if Nona, Jimmy G's
potato breath.
See, there it is again.
Breath. That's what it was. Not bread. I remember he used to call me that all the time. You hear how natural that came out of his mouth?
Yeah,
He's also Irish now, we learned.
Yes.
What?
Oh, that's right.
So I can say that.
Yeah, but you should apologize for all the years you did say that beforehand and you didn't know.
No, that means I don't have to apologize.
No, I did the apologizing whenever I found out.
That's because you're a nice guy.
Oh, because I'm a nice Italian.
Good Italian.
You're a fucking mean Irishman. Is that what you're saying? This relationship has really come full circle.
That's how it worked.
Franklin Nicholas Moraldo, Anthony DeJulia,
good,
Master Giacomo. I mean, the amount of
good Irish names there.
It never stops. We have some breaking news off of Twitter. AJ Hawk that we have to talk about. It's not about whether or not I'm Italian, which is bickering.
Super Italian, I know.
Watching Casino this weekend.
That's right.
Take me back home, I'm going to say, while watching it. Love everything about it. There's some breaking news coming off of Twitter. Terry McLaurin, Scary Terry, the man who has not reported to mandatory minicamp for the Washington Commanders, Indianapolis native, is now liking tweets about Reggie Wayne being the greatest wide receiver coach of all time. Wow. By the way, Reggie Wayne is being mic'd up for these mandatory minicamp practices and OTA practices. He's going to be a fucking incredible coach. I mean, if you ever listen to how T.Y. Hilton talked about Reggie Wayne being a mentor in the wide receiver room for him and teaching him a lot and being big bro and loving him and everybody else that has ever been in the wide receiver room with Reggie Wayne, it's almost like Chris Ballard and Frank Reich were like, if we could potentially get a leader of the wide receiver room to be the coach as well, like a Reggie Wayne who's a Hall of Fame player, this is a home run coming back home to the Colts, maybe reinstill some tradition with the team as well from the old school days. He's been a home run. And Scary Terry, who grew up in Indy, watched Reggie Wayne and Marvin Harrison do their thing. He actually has a post about Marvin Harrison from 2019 where he's like, this guy never talked, he just worked and played. I modeled my game after him. I'm sure the same type of thing could be said about Reggie Wayne growing up around here. Let's go, Scary Terry to the Colts. Hey, let's go. Now listen, the Commanders will have to agree to that. And Scary Terry has taken a stance in which he wants more money and a better contract because I believe as a rookie he became a fucking captain for that team and has been immaculate for them throughout all the shit that has happened over there. Get him back to Indy stat. Yeah. He's liking tweets, AJ. He wants to come back home and catch balls from Matty fucking Ice.
Well, a couple years ago, I wouldn't think this is a possibility, but with what's been going on in the league with giant trades and different things happening and people not wanting to extend receivers. Like, I think it's an actual possibility. I don't know what the cap situation's like in Indy. We know they can work that out for sure. But like, this isn't out of like, this is a real possibility. I think
we got drum sets, guitars, manuscripts, anything you need.
Manuscripts.
We did.
Yeah. What kind of manuscript does he have?
Well, I'm not sure, but you should see the manifest that he also has there as well. But the cash over cap situation, everybody chatted about. Andrew Brandt kind of introduced to the world, then everybody else was talking about it the next day, which is fantastic. Where's that conversation been for the last, 10 years as we've been asking this question with this loophole of the salary cap? Jim Irsay has the ability to do so with the salary cap that we have. They have a Quentin Nelson deal, I think, on deck, so they're going to have to figure that one out. They've already paid Darius Leonard. Matty Ice's deal is already done. DeForest Buckner, I think he's already been paid. Yeah. So they should be able to figure it out if they really need to make it happen. And I think we do need, Darius brought it up yesterday very passionately. I think he said on Good Morning Football as well. We are a team that needs a veteran wide receiver. Couldn't imagine a better one than a guy coming back home who already loves the fucking shoe. That just feels, and he's young enough that we're still going to have 5-6 years of his prime in him. I mean, this is a home run.
I just wonder how much is Washington willing to pay him? That's what's going on. The fact that he's missing mandatory minicamp, I think that's a big deal because that's like what 95, 100K that they don't work out, right? Like they don't. It used to be in the CBA, I believe, where they obviously were like, okay, well that doesn't matter. It doesn't count anymore. We won't charge you. Your 250 you lost sitting out of training camp. Now, like he has to be fined that, correct? He can't just get it.
Yeah, they used to be able to do makeup deals, which they still be able to do. They just can't necessarily.
But are they willing to pay him? Like, are they willing to pay that what it takes to pay like a number one receiver right now?
Hey, we'll pay you $24 million a year. Actually, make it $24,100,000. How about it? Deal. We got a deal. We'll just make up for that fine that just happened. You're never going to see that last 6 figures.
And for this fine, it's not like he's been paid yet. His rookie contract was $3.8 million. So
the opt-out, the voided money in the rookie contract is not really much. We'd assume if there's any in there for not showing up at a mandatory thing that the team puts in there, because that could be conduct detrimental. They could also write in there that they kind of throw on everything. Whatever the case, get Terry out of Washington. Then we have a stadium. The poop pipes are bursting. Yep. Bring them home to Indy. Or maybe Green Bay.
Ooh. Oh, that'd be perfect.
Would be.
That's never going to happen.
Yeah. New England, though. See that happen.
You guys got 100-some million next year, right?
Yep. And obviously, in the AFC, they're in the NFC.
In my right ear, there just continues to be somebody's voice that just says, what about the Bears? What about the Bears? 15 seconds hard out. What about the Bears? He loves Justin Fields. Probably loves Justin Fields. What about the Bears?
A lot of money next year. A lot of money.
Maybe. Are the Bears ever? Do they do that? They traded for Khalil Mack, I guess.
Yeah.
Hey, trust polls.
People are kind of worried about the Bears this year.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Bro,
a lot of people.
People are burying them in the NFC North. They got the Lions ahead of them.
Yeah.
Lions have won a combined, 7 games in the last 10 years?
I think a lot of places have them as either the 31 or the 32nd team in the league.
What's the biggest issue?
I don't know. That's what I'm wondering.
Line stinks.
Yeah. Their defense.
Line still stinks. Justin Fields running for his life last year, right?
They lost their best players on defense, Khalil Mack and Akeem Harris.
Allen Robinson's not there anymore.
Allen Robinson's gone. They got Byron Pringle, who's the 3 or 4 at Kansas, or the 5 at Kansas City.
Darnell Mooney's gonna fucking tear it up this year, though.
You guys lost your punter too, I think, right?
Yeah. Did to the Packers.
Yeah, Mooney and Pringle, very similar players.
Yeah,
Cairo, they got Cairo, right? Santos kicking there?
Yes.
Something will happen.
Yeah. He's a good kicker.
They're also playing the AFC.
That's when they fucked him over on his consecutive kicks, remember? They had him go out there, kick like a 60-yarder.
Oh, yeah.
Fucked him over.
I didn't fuck him over. I mean, sometimes situations like that happen. I do recall Chuck.
It was like in the wind, too, I'm pretty sure.
Oh, yeah. I do recall Chuck Pagano, though, calling me over in the middle of a game in which we were getting killed. We haven't scored any points yet. And he's like, I should probably ask Conti this, but Conti was PR guy. But has Vinatieri made any comments about, like, not scoring a point for the first time in his entire career today? Has that happened? I'm like, no, I don't think so. And then I go over to Vinny and I'm like, hey, is there gonna be some record that's gonna break if you don't score any points today? He's like, no, because if I don't step on the field, I didn't technically play today or whatever. So then I mosey back over to Chuck. I'm like, hey, I think because we haven't even put him in an opportunity to kick a ball and there's no record, it's no problem at all. It's just kind of an undone. He goes, shh, I mean, we're getting killed, but I don't want fucking Vinny to kill me either. And then puts his headset back down and then walk off. But I appreciated and respected Chuck thinking of that with 2 minutes left in the game. It's a blowout. His life is going to be terrible in the press conference. After the game's going to be terrible. We're going to have to watch film with all the assistant coaches. Jim Irsay, who's involved, is not going to be happy. And then he's just thinking to himself, and we fucking ruined maybe the greatest kicker of all time's streak there. Like, that is shit that is thought about. But Vinny was having that perfect year. We're having a perfect season. Very late into the year. And we're playing against the Tennessee Titans in Tennessee. It was before one of the storms. Maybe Sandy came. Sandy hit the East Coast, but the entire country, I think, was feeling like the wind effects of it. And we played in Tennessee, and it was so windy. That's like a sneaky, tough stadium to kick in because of how windy it is. And he had to go directly into the wind, I think, for like some 40-yarder. And we fucking laces weren't great. I didn't fix it that well. It was a whole operational fail, but the fucking wind. And it was like, I guess we start back at one next kick, dude. And we just jogged off all the hard work. But like that, all those little things don't matter whenever you're talking about winning a goddamn game. So having Cairo Santos go out there for a 60-yarder when he's made like 14, 15 straight, if they thought it would win a game, they would do it. But if it was a blowout and they were like, fuck this guy.
Get him out there.
A little bit too happy. Nice guy. We all stink, all right? Oh, you're so good, huh? You've been perfect. We've all been judged, not you. All right. Good luck. Everybody sucks. That would be a hilarious situation. Do you have any of those records? I assume you did because you never missed any games, even though you were super hurt.
No, not that I know of.
Most
There's no
teeth
what kind of records
disintegrated.
are there for position players like that?
Most consecutive games
starts.
and stuff like that?
No, I don't have that.
Why? Because like the games that you missed were just like terribly placed?
I assume Brett started 200 and some games, didn't he?
Yeah. Him and Payne.
But you're a linebacker.
Yeah, most tackles per game, like most consecutive
that's not a
streak of
record.
8 tackles or more.
Yeah, all these are records now because they're
Tackles aren't real stats because there's NFL stats and there's team stats when it comes to tackles too.
Yeah, I concur. I got 24 or 25 tackles depending on where you look at.
Was it combined solo?
Yeah, but who judges if it's a combo? Remember, I think that was what J.J.
the
Watt
team
was
will give
talking
you,
about.
The team could give you 10 tackles and the NFL will give you 6. Like that happens sometimes.
Yeah, there's two different statisticians. That's why some high schoolers that are in like small towns, it'll be registered that they had 45 tackles in a game, and it's like he's their best player, but also, hey, we need to.
Yeah.
Hey, if he's around the pile, he got to have.
This kid needs to be all state.
Yeah, we need this. That's why who's keeping the stats really matters. AJ really, really matters.
Yeah, I'm glad I didn't go to a small school in high school.
Yeah, Centerville's a fucking powerhouse.
Yeah.
It's got
Were you guys D1? Whatever your divisions are?
31 tackles in 2 games.
Yeah.
Huh.
Oh, wait a minute.
A minute.
Oh, absolutely.
Was Pistol
There's some
keeping this?
JOPs.
Yeah.
A lot of JOPs there.
Well, that's because you wanted to join the boys, right? You wanted to feel like you were a part of it?
That's when you're allowed to put your head down and just submarine over a pile and try to clip off whoever's there.
It's the best.
That was awesome. That was hustling to the ball. That was
Menace.
playing through the whistle.
Yeah.
Hey, absolute fucking menace. Okay? Actual
that's
hands.
just how you're taught to play.
Jump on the pile.
Pick off one of your own guys.
Hey,
No, I don't want friendly fire.
Hey, if somebody wants to stand by a pile, that's on their fucking ass. This right now is going right for their fucking kneecap.
It's where you get hurt, Pat. You stand around a pile, you will get hurt.
Hey, if it's either you or me, one of us has to go. Well, I guess you're fucking dying. See you next week, dude. Oh, and you're wearing a mouth guard. What a soft ass bitch.
All things I would never say.
You think them though? Yeah.
Maybe.
Yeah. Exactly. Exactly.
Not with everybody.
No, just some. Have you talked to Aaron? How's he doing?
That's a great question.
There's a lot of chatter about him,
Did
dabbling.
you just get the booster?
Jeez.
Is that what happened?
Is that why? Is that why there's chatter? I don't know.
Is that what happened?
I have no idea. I haven't talked to him lately. What's up?
Allegedly, he did get a boost of some sort. I mean,
Should reach out.
What does that mean?
Just check in.
to see how he's doing.
You mentioned something earlier, and we can come back to this. When you described, I believe, Rusty Harden talking about something with a happy ending and how you worded it, I was dying. I don't know why it just got me. It was something about pulling on his dong and something. I don't know. What was it?
I don't remember anything we talk about.
No.
So I will get out
It was
there.
so good.
I will get out there and go through the clips on Twitter. Shout out Gumpy, by the way. We miss you, Gumpy.
Miss you, Gumpy.
Hey, good progress in that department, by the way.
Nice.
Yeah? Nice. Really?
I think so, yeah.
Good. Hopefully Goomp doesn't have any guns. They got situations up there, don't they? Aren't they taking them or something?
All right. I don't know. I don't know.
I don't know. That's what I'm saying. A little bit of information is very dangerous. I don't know much. I just see headlines.
Well, yeah, because the enemy of great is good. The enemy of actually knowing is knowing just a little bit. So that is something that's gone on with our entire world. Ryan Whitney, though, was quoted in their chambers or whatever about
Parliament, maybe?
Yeah, whatever it is. Parliament, I guess.
That's England
has.
Just listen to Witt. Will the Prime Minister listen to Witt once again and lower the regulations actually being pitched? And then obviously Whitney seeing it and the Spittin' Chicklets podcast seeing it and making a shirt out of it and going. I quote tweeted it and I said, yeah, just listen to Witt, dude. Nobody took that as a joke of me saying that. No. I was attacked by Canada about how bad America is.
There we go.
Bum, 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 bum. Oh, we don't need you arrogant, ignorant Americans who can't figure out to talk about our situation. It's like, well, I was making a fucking joke, pal. Take it easy, all right? It's not my fault that whatever's going on up there. If you guys think you're safe, more safe. But I've done some research into your history, Canada. It is not as squeaky clean. Maybe you guys should be thinking about some shit when you lay your heads down on that pillow.
Exactly.
Not just about regulations, about what happened in the past. I've been learning about via a couple different segments on specials and stuff. I didn't know that about Canada. The more I learn, the more I go, really? You know, about Canada. Canadian people, nice, great.
Yeah.
Sure, maybe.
Some of them.
Well, that's what we're saying. They came after America
what'd you learn?
strong. Huh?
What happened up there?
I just assumed that, like, back in 1776 when we said, hey, you want to go? And they said, no, buddy, whatever.
Hey, piss off, buddy. We're good up here.
And it's like, well, there's no imaginary line. Like, this would be great if we were to win. This would be huge for all of us.
Yeah.
And they were like, no, please. We would like to still pay the queen and everything like that. And whatever. They just aren't a combative group.
Marks.
And then I just...
They helped try and take it back, too.
What's that?
They helped try and take it back, too. They helped England.
Against us?
Yeah.
Excuse me.
Oh, yeah. That's why France was like, oh, is that right? Oh, we're coming over there.
And then they bought King Louis and his wife Anna Louisiana Purchase.
Yeah, that was nice.
We're helping America. Sorry, England.
I didn't know that. That's even more, I guess, added into the entire thing.
I don't think the Canadians gave us too much trouble in the Revolutionary War.
No.
If I had to guess.
What's that all about? They're going to attack you for how bad our country is.
That's fine. It's probably like, hey, piss off, buddy, and I can deal with that. That's kind of nice still.
They're throwing some stones in some glass houses up there, though, coming after us. It's like, whoa. I looked into your history a little bit.
That's what bitch-made marks do, though. You know, if they want to be like that, then they can be like that.
I was joking, by the way. I don't think that any athlete should be necessarily driving legislation unless it's gone.
Yes.
Unless it's gone. Well,
that's right.
Good luck, Gonzo.
Good luck, Gonzo.
We get him, Gonzo.
He was trying to drive some legislation, wasn't he, AJ?
Well, I recently saw a pretty good quote from Herschel Walker. I can't remember exactly
what was it? What's he say? He's crushing it right now.
Something about modern, and I can't remember. I don't want to.
He say?
I don't want to.
I'm trying to remember.
Let's go to the phones.
God damn it.
But honestly, hey, if I'm going to listen to anybody, it's fucking Witt. Everything that comes out of his mouth is hilarious. So imagine if it's called the Witt legislation. No more masks. Ryan Whitney.
The Witt protocol.
Canadian Prime Minister. Are there still, I think it's still a full.
Oh, yeah. Goop, he can't stand it right now.
Yeah.
Goop is in mask jail right now back in Canada.
And he's losing it.
Yeah.
Do they know something we don't? Because it feels like our entire country now.
Well, what about like there's people in complete lockdowns in other countries?
Where?
Where was it? Well, North Korea. I don't know if that counts, but I think they finally locked down.
Their entire life?
Yeah, they're always locked down.
Their entire life? What do we even?
Yeah, but now they just COVID locked them in.
They got their first one. Yeah.
North Korea got their first COVID case?
They just started their 2 months, like a month ago, maybe a mask mandate.
So now that would mean that it'd have to be Jim Kong or one of his
lackeys,
goons that made it out because they've been isolated. They've been practicing social distancing since the beginning.
I think this is just Jim Kong doing his propaganda because I think a day later they said they beat it.
Yeah, I thought they just shot whoever had it in the head as soon as he tested positive for COVID.
That's pretty sexist to you just to assume it was a man that had it.
Or true, or woman.
Or child.
Or child. Or
dog.
Animal. Or
animal
chef.
Zoo. Remember a lion got it and people freaked out.
Oh yeah.
Oh yeah, there was a time where somebody was telling me when I had it my first bout to stay away from my animals.
I remember talking to you. Maybe it was on the show, and you're like, I don't know if I can talk to my animals. I don't know what I'm doing when you had COVID.
I got like 15 tweets that were like, hey, make sure you're all around your dog. I'm like,
Did you
Valerie?
really? Oh yeah, I remember that.
By the way, she hung out with me most of the time. Yeah, so I'd been a bad dad, I guess.
Okay, you didn't. I'm glad you didn't. Like, you were well into COVID where you knew that wasn't real, right? Like, your dog wasn't going to get it from you?
I think when I got it the first time, it was still.
Oh, yeah.
Complete quarantine from everyone.
You've had a couple? Oh, yeah, you have had a couple.
Twice, yeah. First time I had 104.5 degrees. That's a high fever. That's the highest I've ever had, I think.
Yeah, I mean, you probably should have went to the hospital, like, realistically.
Instead, I did a show. Fuck off.
That's when people were like, "Hey, don't open doors," and there's a lot of stuff that you couldn't do that they thought would like cause other people to get COVID. Yeah,
cardboard.
Cardboard. There it is.
I'm happy we beat it, because I think people don't even have to test negative to fly into America anymore.
NFL isn't testing anymore.
Yeah, but I think, like, outside of just our sports stoogery
Sure.
world, I feel like it is like
no mask on planes
in America.
In America.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
There's plenty of masks still out there, though.
Yeah, well, hey, to each their own.
Whatever you want, yeah.
Yeah, that'll be forever, it feels like now.
Do what you got to do.
Whatever you're comfortable with.
But I just need to know if they have a piece of information I don't have. Because I would like to not die. I'm looking to live forever, so I'm drinking this terrible tasting shit now.
How about wearing a mask while you're driving?
What's that, pal?
How about wearing a mask while you drive?
That's for CO2 level.
I'm not getting into this again. I'm not getting into that. That made me irrationally upset a couple different times while I was driving.
I still see it.
So the other day I beeped at him.
See it all the time.
Yeah, all the time.
Still?
Oh yeah.
Yes.
No.
Oh yeah.
Every single day.
In Ohio?
Yes.
Really?
Depending on, it's weird. It depends on where I am in the greater Columbus area. Different areas, you see it a lot more than others. It's just like, like the rest of the world and the country, I guess.
Well, maybe it's just a new accessory.
Yeah.
Could be.
Yeah.
Was it bejeweled?
It used to just be like bank robbers and stuff.
Right.
Now it's like, no.
I need my mask.
Everybody can do it.
I mean, if you're going to commit a crime, you definitely should wear a mask, right?
Well, I think a lot of people that are potential criminals enjoyed when hey, everybody has to wear a mask thing. You know what I mean? Because everybody looks the exact same.
Yeah. Oh, perfect.
You know what I mean? But if people are wearing them, that means they are just being precautionary?
Yeah, I guess. Or they have whatever their situation is not the same as ours or mine.
I guess. That's how we have to look at it. I need to stop looking at them as they know more than I do, right?
Yes.
No, that's all right. That's a compliment.
Well, it is a compliment until I go ask them, hey, what do you know that I don't know? Should I be doing what you're doing? And it's just, no, it's just precautionary. It's like, so you don't know anything more than I do? So we're all going to die but you? That's an interesting thing. Okay, I appreciate you. I appreciate your service. Mm-hmm. I actually have gotten into thanking people for their service, for doing it, for wearing a mask.
That's right.
Mm-hmm. That's smart.
It's a pretty good time. Thank you for your service.
Thank you.
Because at a lot of these arenas where SmackDown is, a lot of security and workers of the arena are still wearing it. And I just walk by, hey, how's it going? Hey, good conversation. Thank you for your service, by the way, and just keep on going.
Yeah.
I didn't serve in the military.
Oh, looks like you did.
Saving our life. What do they know that we don't know?
Might just have like an autoimmune disorder or something.
Maybe something like
A lot more people have those these days than they used to have, I guess.
Yeah. Live with an elderly person, perhaps.
Yeah, maybe.
Got it. That would make sense, by the way.
Take care of an elder family member, something along those lines.
I don't know how. I think maybe it's because our heads are so large. I have such a big, dumb fucking head that no mask was.
Yeah. It hurts. Hurts my ears. Yeah, my head's too big, too.
Hurts the back of my ears real bad. And then that thing is plastered across my face like how it's supposed to do in the seminars, like in the instructional videos, because there's nothing else to do. And it just was not a good time for me. The mask time was not a good time for me. That's why whenever I see it start like gaining steam in some places, I'm like, oh fuck. I hope it's not because of some like medical reason that's coming up that people are starting to die at a more often rate nowadays.
I did love the Gator mask, though.
Well, those weren't real.
Yeah.
Those are actually worse. You were actually storing COVID in
That's
that.
right.
And then when you would take it off, you might as well just throw it in somebody else's mouth. That's basically what the Gator mask became. When everybody's like, oh, this is actually pretty sweet. It's like wearing a bandana. We're back in the game. It's kind of comfortable. You can breathe in it. It doesn't feel as if you are being in a rear naked choke by some linen thing. And you're like, oh, yeah, turns out worse for you than not wearing one.
Yeah.
Oh,
No, you look way too cool wearing that. Take that off.
Take off. We need you to wear N95, the big doofus looking one.
That's right.
That one's the one that we need.
Early on, though, it was nice, getting on those planes wearing that gator. It's like, oh, this is a fucking cheat code. And then, boom, next time you go out there, like, yeah, it's not going to work anymore.
Oh, that's real cool. You can wear that over top of an actual mask if you like.
Oh.
Oh. Well, this I was told at CVS. This was okay.
Said this worked.
Remember what did I have on that one time? A pillowcase.
Yep.
Oh,
That was in New York.
Or Brooklyn.
That was awesome.
Yep.
A pillowcase. Was it? I hope it was wrapped around your face.
Yeah, so
Okay.
Like a bandana.
I hadn't Ubered in a long time at this point. The boys were at a different bar than where I was.
See digs.
And I was going to go meet up with them. And as soon as I get in there, you got to have a mask on. This was towards the tail end of it. It was in New York City towards the tail end of it, though. And I had not worn a mask in a bit. And I did not have a mask. So I went in, grabbed a pillowcase, tied that thing around my head, put a hoodie up, sunglasses on, tried with a new Uber, went in just fine.
Yeah, no problem.
Yeah, please. I don't have to see your face, smell your face, look at your face. That's perfect. Let's do that forever. I'm like, I have nothing but respect for that. But I don't know how that went past the guidelines because there's no way that thing was keeping COVID in my mouth and not in his.
Yeah,
No.
makes no sense.
Or formality. He doesn't care.
At all.
We should celebrate us being on the other side of that at some point, whenever it happens.
Mm-hmm.
It's awesome.
I mean, we have done it like 6-7 times. You know why? Because it feels so good every time.
It
Yeah.
does feel good.
You know
it's
what I mean?
fun.
It does feel good.
It feels
Celebration.
so good. We beat them.
Yeah.
beat 'em.
That's why the NFL, as soon as they said that, it was like, oh, okay. We did it.
It's hard not to go banana lands.
Yeah.
Speaking of bananas, monkeypox is going up.
No.
That's what I've heard.
I thought that was a fugazi.
Have you heard about it?
Is it in
Tom
bananas?
Hanks get it?
What's that?
When Tom Hanks got COVID, that's what kind of put it on the map.
Oh, yeah, down in Australia, right?
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. Him
I
and his
don't know.
wife.
Mm-hmm.
I think he was in
Is that where he
Australia.
was?
Chet
Yeah.
got it. Just saying.
Chet did get it. Then he had a little bit of baritone in his rap.
Yeah.
Did he?
Yeah.
Oh, the
Bomba clot.
Chet
What's
was
a little bit?
also
Bomba clot. He had like super
he's
coughs.
very anti-vax, if you remember as well.
Yeah.
Chet is?
Chet was, yeah.
Bitch.
Oh, I remember that video.
Yeah.
No way.
Yeah, one of the all-time heel moments.
It's an all-time.
No way.
Yeah.
Chet was one-upping himself every week somehow.
He's
back
still
in the day.
working out with like a former Navy SEAL.
Yeah,
just getting it in.
Yoked right
Didn't him
now.
and Tom sing fucking Take Me Out to the Ball
They
game?
did.
They did at a Dodger game.
How did he hit?
Oh,
Right?
yeah.
Pretty good. They had
crushed
their
it.
arms around each other. It was a nice little family
And
moment.
then Tom started singing White Boy Summer, Chet's
Yeah.
newest song. That I mean,
Is that song out now?
Yeah,
was.
it was out last summer, I think.
Oh, okay. Not as.
I didn't know Tom was featured on that.
Yeah.
I think his giggle was in there.
Yeah, he's
in
a
the
massive
back, in
fan.
the remix.
Yo's
He's
Wilson.
behind the camera.
Anyways, if anybody finds out that we do need to wear masks again, I'm gonna be bummed about it, but please let me know because I'm in a lot of Publix.
Mm-hmm.
I'm in a lot of Publix. Is the newest Chet video? Oh no, we don't need that. If it was a new Chet video, we would play it, but this is a recycled one from back in the day, the Psych Bitch one.
Oh yeah.
Don't need it. Yeah, maybe we run it.
Hey guys, so just checking in.
All right,
Look,
enough. I
I've
can't
been
take
kinda
it.
on the
Stop
fence-
it. Can't take it. I'm out.
It's so good.
Well, he's
Great
acting.
heel promo.
Huh?
It is
He's
great
he's
acting.
that
It
whole
is
time,
great
right, the whole
acting.
time.
That's his acting.
No, I thought he was serious. Right
No,
now.
that's
no,
it.
no,
no,
keep
no,
watching.
it's good. Yeah, keep
Oh, that's
watching.
misdirection?
Yeah.
All right, run it.
So just checking in. Look, I've been kind of on the fence about this for a while. That's why I've never spoke on it. But with the amount of people that I know recently that have gotten COVID, and
Pause.
it's like the numbers rising.
Is that? That's all. This is all acting right now.
Exactly.
Yeah.
No way.
Swear to God.
He's a great actor.
Just like his dad.
Yeah.
I did not know that was a piece of DNA. Go ahead.
It's important for me to say, like, I got the vaccine. I think everybody should. I think it's really important, like, that we all do this just as, like, citizens, as Americans. We have to look out for each other and get this shit under control, guys. So, like, I suggest to all my followers, you guys set an appointment and get the vaccine first thing. Psych! Bitch! If it ain't broke, don't fix it.
All right. I did not know that happened.
Yeah.
I mean, that was 12 to
Unreal.
6.
Yeah. Get him in the next
Big
round.
time
Amazing.
curveball.
Amazing acting.
Set an appointment at Psych. I thought he was going to say Saturday or Sunday.
Yeah.
No.
Man, that was a good strip, too.
If it ain't broke, don't fix it.
Did he write that?
Probably so.
Or Tom.
First take, they said too.
Holy shit. I didn't
Did he
know
book
Chet
any
had
gigs
that.
off of that?
That's what I'm saying.
Yeah, he was in Your Honor, I think, right after that video
He
came
was-
out.
he was good,
Great
man.
show.
Bro. All right. I didn't expect that out of Chet Hanks there.
Yeah.
Man, it runs in the family, I guess.
Absolutely. His brother, too.
He sold that heavy there early.
He did.
I was like, all right, this is a good message. It seems like a pretty, this is a message that is about the vaccination. Here we go. This is going to happen. And then he didn't blink there for 35, 45 seconds because I saw something was coming. It was kind of coming up, but I couldn't ever guess that. Boom. I'm going the other way. My name's Chet fucking Hanks Bumbaclaw.
Yeah. Him saying we as Americans need to take care of each other. That was awesome.
Driving down the street, too.
Yeah.
Somebody's driving him right there.
Uh-huh.
Somebody's in the car. Yep, that was the one.
Oh,
How
man.
many do you think? Do you think there was a one before, do you think there was a reading, like a rehearsal reading that they did in the car?
He's like a table I assume him and Tom did table, yeah.
Him and Tom.
Yeah, great.
Wasn't Colin. Colin stinks.
All right, let's go to the fence. Who's calling?
Colin's a good actor.
The other
He's
brother.
kind of does.
Yeah. Orange County.
I mean, he's in a lot more things than Chet, but
Band of Brothers.
Is he a rapper too?
No.
Could be, I bet. If he wanted to be.
Check out a lot of the music talent, though, in the family.
Let's go to a rude boy.
Except for Tom's and Elvis, so.
I heard that's a good movie. Got the longest standing O, even more than Top Gun Maverick.
Whoa.
Did JWD get a standing O in Con, or did they not send it to Con?
I don't think
JWD was not at Con.
That type goes.
That
to
is
Con,
not
though.
Con fair.
But Top Gun Maverick is?
Yeah.
Oh yeah, because
Tom
Tom Cruise is fucking saving the movie industry.
All right, let's go to the phones, dude.
He saved Con.
Hey, a lot of people are thankful that I spoke up for them about JWD. They were kind of scared to go against the Jurassic cult. I think we're all speaking in the same. We're all rowing in the same direction here. I think we all were disappointed in that movie, AJ.
What kind of money did it make? Do we know?
Very good.
Very good money. Yeah.
It did.
It's already a profit, I think.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
Well, whatever they cut, like you need to. If they spent $500 million making it, you got to make a bill back to really break even.
Well, not.
Well,
I
no.
guess because money spent.
Marketing and stuff, because this thing's been marketed all over the place.
Yeah, but
143 in the first weekend.
AJ brings up a great point, though. When you hear how much is spent, that's hard money. When you hear how much made, that's pre-taxes. That's not real money. You need to go ahead and get rid of the taxes to make up for the hard money that was already spent. Actual money being compared to Fugazi money, because Fugazi money doesn't have the reality money in it, which is tax money. Uncle Sam saying, "Oh, you did great." No, we did great, and taking their share too. So that's a good point, AJ. That's a very, very good point.
No, I meant like a lot of times, like production of a movie. They spent $150 million, but then if you spend $150 million making it, they're going to spend another $100 to promote it for a year and a half leading up to it.
Yeah, I was looking at, because my wife and I were chatting about this after we were both incredibly disappointed in JWD. We were looking up some things. There was some movie that was like $320 million all in, they said, in the budgets. Looking up the budgets is fascinating. Will Ferrell movies, like 90-some million, I think they're spending. The Sandra Bullock and Channing Tatum movie.
Yep.
I guess she's making 20 allegedly. He's making 10. They spent 70 altogether on it. So I think there are movies that are in the like 8-figure thing, but most of them are 9 figures that are being spent on all these movies, huh?
This one
Yeah.
has
Oh,
it
for
as,
sure.
185 as the total budget.
For JWD?
So they'll
That makes sense. They
They'll
cut a
break
lot of
even.
costs on a couple of those dinosaurs.
Bradley Cooper's last movie had a massive budget, and it completely tanked.
Which
It's called
one?
What movie?
Nightmare Alley.
Never heard of it.
Guillermo, yeah, exactly. It's Guillermo del Toro, who's like a super famous director, and obviously Bradley Cooper and a couple other actors, and it did not do well.
Who pays for this? Is it like
Studios? Yeah.
Is it like Entourage, where some big money person will come in behind it and fund some
Sometimes,
movies?
yeah, sometimes.
Studios have big backers, don't they?
Yeah.
Like Ohio
assume.
State.
Did you guys find that 13 mil for fucking Coach Day or what?
I didn't, but I actually ran into Coach Day yesterday morning. I was dropping my daughter off at Ohio State basketball camp, and on my way out, he has a daughter. He was walking his daughter, and I stopped and talked to him for a while.
How's he doing? Did he ask you for some money maybe to keep the team together? If we want to compete with these guys, this is what we're going to need?
Please, AJ.
No, he did not ask for any money. He had his whistle around his neck. He had just come from the field. He said he had to go back, had a team meeting at 9:15. Like, they can do like NFL stuff. They have like OSP, off-season program type stuff now.
Really? What's that?
Like-
Just walkthroughs and film and stuff?
No, but like on air, they can maybe run routes on air. They can do conditioning. I think they can. I don't know if they can line up. There's like strict rules, but it's more. We used to just go and run for 3 hours straight and kill it. Almost die.
Yeah,
that was all we could do.
That was summer workouts. Yes.
And then we could put a 7-on-7 together ourselves, but the coaches were not allowed to be out there.
Yeah, Pat would
Which
have.
was awesome. That would suck if the coaches were taking you through everything all of June and July.
Well, and also all the coaches are probably just hiding, watching, seeing what's going on, but they're not allowed to lead it or run it. So that's huge to have a leader at quarterback, by the way, though. That's a big deal.
Gigantic.
Yeah, to have ownership. Like Pat was respected by everybody. So after his workouts, hey, we're throwing, we're doing this, we're doing that. That would happen. If you have a quarterback who's not respected, I assume that could become a little bit of an issue. Look at Ohio State getting a little extra work in, huh? Try and do it the right way. Was there any conversation about NIL at all with Ryan Day yesterday whenever he was dropping off his daughter?
No, I sat there and talked to him about 5 minutes, but he was very welcoming. Like, he wants me to, he said they always want former players to come in and hang out and watch and do stuff. So I'll go watch practice and do things.
Oh, let's go, AJ.
Here we go.
Did you need the formal invite to do it?
No, they've always been cool and told me, hey, let's, whenever you want, come on down. There's another guy that heads up, like runs all the recruiting stuff, Mark Pantoni. He's a big recruiter guy. He's the guy I reach out to if I, need to know the schedule or want to come in or do anything.
Did you ask Ryan Day about how Bobby's performing this OSP?
I have not yet. I don't know how much Bob's been around during this off-season program, but
He's fucking out on the lake.
Yeah.
He's out on the lake all the time. Bob's
He's going somewhere. Hey, I don't know where. So we were going to originally, like a week ago, I think they asked us to go to dinner or something tonight, but then they are traveling, so we had to push it back a week or so. So I don't know where he's at, but he said he can come on tomorrow.
Is Ohio State going to suffer from General Bob Carpenter not being around this much during the offseason because he's all boozed up all over the goddamn country?
Feels that way.
I don't think so.
Yeah.
Well,
I'm going to ask him tomorrow. I'm going to say, hey, Bob, if he comes on tomorrow, whenever he comes on, you feel a little bit of ownership on how Ohio State's going to perform whenever you decide just not show up and go booze? Do you feel like you're letting the entire university down? And I would be excited to hear his answer.
Did Ohio State win the national championship during the COVID year when Bob couldn't go in?
No.
And then did they win it last year when Bob couldn't go in because of his radio show?
No. History tells us.
They're not going to win.
Why doesn't he fucking strap it up and get back with the boys?
Yeah. Wow.
I think they do not allow former players to participate in full contact.
Oh,
boat
Ryan
practice
Day
anymore.
doesn't want alumni round. It's going to be hard to get $13 million whenever you're treating alumni like that.
That's right.
It's unbelievable.
Jesus.
Did you see? I put this list in the group text before we went live. It was sent to me by another West Virginia grad. Not that I graduated from West Virginia, but somebody else that went to West Virginia. They ranked all the Power 5 schools academically, and put everybody in there. And I've always said Ohio State just rock for brains because that's basically what Brady Quinn said. And Marcus Freeman also said this now. He said, Ohio State, you're not getting in classes, all right? You be a fucking doofus and get through there. Here in Notre Dame, we can promise the parents that the kids are going to be forced to go to class. They're going to be forced to get a degree. That ain't how it is at Ohio State and everywhere else I've been. This place, we make it happen. Ohio State, you think they care about academics? Come on. They don't care about academics. You take an online class, you don't got to do anything. It's basically what Marcus Freeman said. Friend of yours, right, AJ? Is that what he said?
Yeah, Marcus is awesome. I love Marcus. He's a great coach, great dude. I played against him in high school and then with him in college. But yeah, he's wrong here, but he's a great guy.
Yeah, he wasn't lying though. You're saying he's a good guy.
I bet you Marcus went to class. I know I had to go to class. They were checking him.
Well, General Bob also said he had to go to class, and whenever he was a professor, he seen the boys leaving their finance classes as well.
right.
General Bob said, "Whoa, Marcus. You haven't been around in some time. You're over there with Cincinnati, and now you're at Notre Dame. You're doing your whole thing. And maybe at those campuses, they don't do it, so you're maybe speaking a little bit louder." General Bob said, I'm fucking teaching the classes.
Yeah.
Okay, I am.
Calm down.
And I don't know if we have been able to pull up that list. West Virginia was 65th academically out of the
All right, like right in the middle.
I don't know how many there are, but I do know.
They're last on this list that you sent.
Yeah, it's just Power 5 because that might only be
I know there's 100 and
65
something.
teams.
Well, I think there's 101's all D1.
Total.
I don't know about in the Power 5.
Where's
but
Ohio State?
You are much higher. Much higher. The West Virginia team, or the West Virginia University academic standards, I guess, are not that high. I did not graduate, so I
Is that the last school, though? Like, hearing what it takes to get into Ohio State now, I don't know how you have to have unbelievable test scores, test scores I don't know are different now, whether you have it or not, but your grades have to be like almost 4 point, and then you have to have 15,000 outside activities other than school that you've been taking part in.
Where's Ohio State at, Diggs? On that
Ohio
list?
State.
20-something maybe? Oh, here we go. That's going to be tough to read.
Jeez.
This is my fault from the way I sent it in. Okay, so Ohio
22.
State sitting right at 22.
Bo Cruz.
Virginia
Power
Tech
5.
35. This is all Power 5 here?
Because it's Power 5 is the 22nd, but 54th in the nation.
Alabama's 39 in the Power 5.
Look at that. Ohio State right above Syracuse, where all the media people go.
Yeah.
85th. It looks like Colorado and Alabama are ranked the same. Or
Michigan State,
is that a 68 and an 88? I'm just looking too far away.
Hail to Pitt.
All
How
of
do we
these-
know? Like, who's the judge? How do we know?
I don't know. This was sent to me by a pretty reputable human.
Harvard.
Though. And then right down there below Kansas State, Ole Miss, Mississippi State, Texas Tech. You're going to have to take the ticker off to find West Virginia.
And
it might be
Louisville.
lower than 65.
You're 66. I can see it.
Jeez Louise.
Yikes.
168th overall. I don't know how much lower you can go. Hey, so We're South Harmon Institute of Technology. Yeah. Okay, right there in Morgantown.
Mm-hmm.
And, we're accepting. That's
right.
all that tells me.
Yeah.
We are accepting. We won't judge you for what you were in high school.
No. Be
We
yourself.
still think your future is bright.
Google's telling me that there are 65 Power 5 schools, so maybe one more snuck in there above West Virginia, somewhere in there.
Was Boise State on there?
Dead last. You hear me? West Virginia.
Yeah.
And it wasn't as if you were close to Louisville. You actually were 7 spots below Louisville, too, because they were
So Neil Brown doesn't even have to get over the hurdle of like, hey, classes are going to be tough.
No.
Doesn't even have to get over that hurdle. What are we doing, AJ?
You should be able to recruit some studs.
Well, hey, you're here for the football.
Yeah.
Okay? Academics don't even exist here, but let alone for you. Now, I was somebody that did not go to class, so I'm not a good representative, I guess, of this entire thing. But I have some genius teammates that busted their ass, went to class, and did that entire thing. But I'm not sure West Virginia will ever be like hey, we are the academic standard around here. I don't think we ever will. And by the way, we should own that.
Yeah.
We should own that. Good community to be a part of. Good times. Hey, we do a lot of celebrating around here. Maybe teach you about life. Yeah, you'll go into debt, but you'll enjoy it more so than the other schools that are going into debt. You know what I mean, AJ?
I mean, yeah, you got to you got to change the narrative, I guess, on how people talk about it.
Well, they tried to. They brought in that guy, Gordon Bombay.
Gordon G.
Yeah.
Gordon
He
G.
came from Ohio State.
Yeah, he wore his little bow tie thing, and they started getting rid of some legendary parts of town. They started building up other stuff and, started making it a little bit more difficult to get in there. I think they saw that same list and were like, we got to change this narrative. And I was on the outside looking in thinking, completely full. What are you guys doing? The only thing we had going for us, you guys just got rid of. You were building parking lots instead of legendary establishments that would serve, incredible shots till 3, 4, 5 a.m. to everybody in town. You know what I mean? Like, what are we doing? So I think West Virginia is trying to change the narrative a little bit, trying to. But if you're a high schooler out there and you're good at football and you don't necessarily love class,
something to think about.
Let's go Mountaineers.
Bingo.
Be a Mountaineer.
If you're a quarterback, you can go there and slang it too. Graham Harrell is the OC, and you will put up some points for sure.
What'd you say? I didn't hear what you said.
I said if you're a quarterback and you can sling it, go there because Graham Harrell is the OC.
And we're going to sling it.
Got the Georgia kid.
Graham will put some points on the board.
Let's go. Go to West Virginia. Zito was in my ear telling me that Tom Pelissero just put some dates out. The NFLPA have informed agents it has agreed with the NFL on key dates for the 2023 league year. February 21st through March 7th is the franchise and transition tag window. March 15th, league year and free agent signing period begins. The 2023 draft is April 27th through 29th in Kansas City. Okay. So it'll be a great offseason next year. Thank you, Tom Pelissero.
Thank you, Tom.
Tom. It's a good piece of information. Let's jot those down. Let's put those in the series.
Yeah, we'll remember.
We'll start prepping for that. Yeah, let's all remember that next year when we
That's
go
right.
in there. Thank you, Tom, for that. We got to get out of here. Hammer,
Dahn.
We'll be in a few minutes. I can't wait for that Hockey Talk tomorrow night, especially after this
hell
Patty
yeah.
Maroon conversation that
gonna
we
be
had today,
unbelievable.
Nick Marotta.
Hell yeah, Rupper's on location. He's out there in Denver.
Yeah.
Really?
Yeah, he's covering it.
That's
Show will be
Hockey Talk.
live during the Stanley Cup final.
Oh, my. Let's go.
So I actually don't know how much he'll be on, but he will check in.
Oh, so not great for the show.
Shit.
It's a watch along.
That's right. It is watch along. We have a new movie review page. I believe Billy will be putting the link in the comments section once we have a couple up there.
right.
We gotta build up a little bit of
Build a catalog.
a library, a catalog before we start promoting it. But it does exist. It is out there, and I'll tell you what, people are gonna start putting our reviews on the end of trailers and shit like that.
That's right.
We got the 2 movies for this weekend already, too.
Casino
And Armageddon.
and Armageddon.
Boom.
Bang.
Boom. Boom.
Let's ride.
Oh, good call. Hashtag PMS. Let's ride. Go ahead and take a screenshot.
They're coming
right-
after you. They're coming after you. You know that, right?
Who's that?
Team 3.
Why do you just throw that thing around?
Don't hold it like that.
Respect.
Come on. It's not a title, dude. It's a fucking Stanley Cup.
You look like a doofus.
Good. Thank you.
All right, take a screenshot right now. Say something nice. All right. All right. Take a screenshot right now, okay? And say something nice.
Whoa.
Holy shit!
Whoa.
Whoa.
Son of a bitch.
You asshole. That's unbelievable. Are you kidding me?
That might be the closest thing
Oh
I've ever
no,
seen.
cigars down.
Oh, no. All right, take a screenshot. Take a screenshot right now. Take a screenshot right now. Put your cash tag and say something nice to somebody. You might be one of 15 winners of $599. Use the hashtag PMS Let's Ride, because every day we're waking up with the same mindset.
Hell yeah.
Let's ride. We've been saying this for years, haven't we?
Years.
Long time.
If this gets Russell Wilson on the show, it's the least we could do.
That's right.
That's right.
We're very. Where the fuck did this come from? When did you do this? This is genius.
I told you things just show up. I think Bob Backlund watched the show and he showed up in the mail. Him or one other guy that I'm a fan of, but I don't know if he said it.
Dongo. All right. We'll be back in about.
Dongo.
Yeah,
That's what I was talking about.
Yeah, Dongo. We'll be back in 20 hours and 26 minutes with some more stupidity. We hope you win. Once again, remember, screenshot from a couple moments ago. Say something nice about somebody. Put your cash tag in there, and you might be one of 15 winners of $599. Hashtag PMS Let's Ride must be in the tweet as well. That's our way of saying thank you. Hopefully, we'll be able to continue to do that, because the fact that you put up with these shows that we're doing in the middle of this off time, you are the fucking best. We'll see you tomorrow. Hammer Dahn's in like 10, 15 minutes. Goodbye.